things continue to get better for Oprah. J.D. was just playing me her show, and I guess she got an award from Howard University. She got an honorary degree.
Well, I was going to ask J.D. She spoke. She was the graduation speaker.
Yeah.
And I wanted to hear what, the inspirational words.
Oh, I have it.
Oh, good.
Yes. She received her honorary doctorate.
She's a doctor. It's Dr. Oprah.
Doctor in the house.
Yeah.
Oprah Winfrey, Negro woman from the South.
Howard University is the black university where black people go for college.
Well, before there were other universities, it was one of the few blacks could get an education from. It was sort of the black Harvard.
So that makes it equally special because, unbelievably special because Oprah was honored by her own, as she points out. I'll play you some of Oprah. It's very emotional. Get out a hanky.
All right.
It was an emotional moment for Oprah Winfrey.
We now name you a daughter of Howard University.
Awarded an honorary doctorate from Howard University, the talk show host became overwhelmed. The president of the university gave his handkerchief to her to wipe her tears.
There is nothing better. There is nothing better than to be honored by your own.
See?
Oh, no, I didn't want to hear that.
You don't want to hear that? Here's Oprah speaking at Howard University. I think that's what you want to hear.
You all have spent 4 years responding to the nurturing, which is the truest meaning of teaching. You've sat in your different classes. You've tested. You've done your reports. You've turned in your exams.
Does Oprah ever get tired of talking? I know I do. Sometimes I just don't want to talk anymore and hear myself. She's...
But her speeches are terrible.
Yeah, she's the worst. You've studied and tested and...
I forgot what you did.
You read books. Everything Oprah says is important, but it really is...
You've turned in your exams.
It's not that profound.
No.
You've sharpened your pencils.
You walked to class.
You ate Roman noodles because it's a convenient snack that you can cook up in your dorm room.
You had a sweet mate.
You had a roommate. Some of you had 2 roommates, all black in color.
All your own.
Now, whatever you've done, whether it's eat Roman noodles or sharpen your pencils or taking tests, whatever you've done, it's still not as important as what I do.
Now you had
which is being Oprah.
You had to go to school for your degree, but they just gave me one.
Yes. While you were studying, I got a honorary doctorate for hosting the Oprah Winfrey Show.
You still don't have your doctorate.
So fuck you. And the horse you rode in on.
But she went through this whole thing about how everybody told her she wasn't good enough.
I got a lot more.
Oh, good.
I'm just getting into it. Yeah, Russ.
Stop that act.
No. I'm in Oprah speak. Yeah, Russ.
Hey, how you doing, Howard?
Hey.
I'm a cop down here in D.C., and the only reason she got her honorary doctorate anyway is because she donated money to Howard University. And on top of that, people who have kids there couldn't even come and see their own kids graduate because the security was so tight, we had to turn people away.
Whoa. So the parents of the kids who were graduating couldn't go.
Right.
There were
too much. You should be an echo. Your parents cannot see you.
You sacrificed your own parents so that I may be here today.
Exactly. How pretentious of a bitch is that?
That's great.
It's like anytime somebody famous comes to D.C. and does something, the people that really deserve to be honored always get turned away and they get ignored.
Thanks, Russ.
You all have spent 4 years responding to the nurturing, which is the truest meaning of teaching. You sat in your different classes. You've tested. You've done your reports. You've turned in your exams. And you deserve to be here today.
Even though I don't. Because I just host a TV show.
You deserve to get a degree. Me?
Congratulations.
I'm jumping ahead.
And after all the partying is over, and I know there will be some partying up in here.
Look at here. I knows there will be some partying up in here.
Baby.
Y'all. She went into Oprah Black speech.
Yeah, now, these are college students, so she's talking street to college students.
Look at her. Now, even...
Hello there.
I know you learn how to speak proper here, but I'm going to get down and...
She must be educated.
I know some of you have posted your first advertisements on chocolate singles. I think Oprah's real degree is in speech and drama from Tennessee State University, I read.
Speech and drama?
Speech and drama, yeah. But now she's a doctor.
Well, she certainly is dramatic.
Now that I'm a doctor, if any of you need an examination, whether for, I don't know, polio or any of the diseases, cancer.
I'm giving pelvics right after the speech.
Ball cancer.
I will do a pap smear.
Miss Winfrey, you're not that kind of doctor.
The anxiety may start to creep in. What do you now do with all of this education? I'm here to tell you to
clean Oprah's house.
Stay. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. Relax.
Be happy.
Take a breath. You're in really good hands because God's got your back.
Ooh, woo. That is good.
Lean back. God'll catch you.
Yeah. Each of you will be licked by my friend Gayle King after the ceremony. So you have that to look forward to, whether you're a girl or a boy.
Did you know that Gayle King is one of the most powerful women in New York?
Yes. You will be licked by one of the most powerful women in New York. Gayle King, my best friend. God's got your back. You know what? You better get off your ass. Don't listen to Oprah. That's a badass speech. Don't worry about it. God's going to give you a job. You know. The magic man in the sky is going to get you a good job.
God is your employment counselor.
So you spend 4 years studying, and guess what? Nobody wants to hire you.
Why didn't you just lean on God then?
So here are...
God's got Oprah's back.
A few things I want you to know that I know for sure. Don't be afraid. All you have to know is who you are.
Cool.
Because there is no such thing as
Oprah, I know who I am.
Failure. There is no such thing as failure. What other people label or might try to call failure, I have learned, is just God's way of pointing you in a new direction.
I've actually seen some failures.
And most of all, be careful of the sneaky Jew. That's right. Chances are you will encounter him in business.
She thinks those people sleeping in the subway and Grand Central Station haven't failed.
Well, they haven't graduated from Howard. Although I did meet a Howard graduate in the subway the other day.
They haven't failed.
So
it's just God telling them to take a different direction.
It's true. You may take several paths that end up on what might be a dead end for you at the moment. But this is what I also know for sure. You must trust in the words of my favorite Bible verse that say, and know that the Lord will lead you to a rock that is higher than thou.
And other advice, steal all of your ideas from Phil Donahue and then run with it. And you might be as successful as me. You see, Phil Donahue had a TV talk show, was identical to mine, and he started it and innovated it. And I copied it. And I made billions. So let that be a lesson to you. Find something someone's doing and do the same thing. Yeah, and do the same thing.
So I went to school for 4 years for it to mean nothing? I just wait for God to tell me what to do?
Yes. Well, that's because you're not Oprah. You don't understand the philosophy. Do you want more speech or are you done?
No, I could listen to this all day. Because I knew it was a bunch of mumbo-jumbo.
Yeah, Chris, you're on the air. Chris.
What's up, brother?
Hey.
How long do you think it's going to be before she refers to herself as Dr. Oprah?
That's a good one.
Yeah, well, Bill Cosby was...
I don't think that Oprah is going to use her honorary doctorate to be... Bill Cosby's, obviously insane. I mean, he calls himself Dr. Cosby and basically wrote a paper on Fat Albert to get a doctorate. and he's so proud of that he calls himself doctor. But I don't think people who get honorary doctorates actually call themselves doctor. If they do,
why not?
They're assholes.
It's just like that, when I was reading the Rod Stewart wedding invitation, he calls himself Roderick Stewart CBE now. Because he got knighted by the Queen.
CBE? What's CBE?
I don't know what the initials stand for, but that's what it's from. It's from that knighthood, because he's Sir Rod Stewart.
Howard, this
is Elvis. I'm BCB. TCB, taking care of business.
Okay.
I have Elvis Presley, TCB, taking care of business. If I was a pompous asshole, I'd write my doctorate on Spider-Man. Because that's what Bill Cosby did. And then I'd go around calling myself Howard Stern, doctor.
Howard Stern.
Doctorus Emeritus. Doctorus Emeritus Howard Stern invites you.
Or you go with Dr. The Howard.
The Howard. I mean, he wrote his paper on Fat Albert. That's like if I wrote my doctorate.
On, what's that?
On lesbians.
Right. No, on the Sibian. My presentation today and part of the oral exam, I'll be speaking about the Sibian. I studied it. My cousin went to this real hippie college called Goddard, and I remember when he graduated, like it was kind of like a burnout college. But you had to be smart to get in. But once you got in, it was a fucking party.
You could just die. You could just cook your brain cells.
And my cousin wasn't even like a musician or anything. And he wrote his whole graduation hinged on him writing a paper about the Moog synthesizer. And I remember he was running around talking about the Moog synthesizer. I go, do you play it? He goes, no, I'm just writing about it. I mean, it'd be no different if I wrote about the Sibian.
Yeah.
Or you could write your...
enough to do it.
I could do a study.
Out of the Closet Stern.
Yeah.
One of your characters.
One of my characters. I did a gay character for a good 10 years, Out of the Closet Stern, and today's paper will be about that. When I first developed this idea, Out of the Closet Stern, I heard a bunch of old queens talking, and they seemed to sound like this. So I began talking like this, see?
And now I call you doctor.
And now I'm a doctor. Now Oprah is an honorary doctor because she threw some money at Howard University, and now she's saying to the kids, basically, just wait for God to get you a job.
Right.
Okay.
This is my best wisdom. Good luck.
But
they like that when they have the welfare check.
She might start calling herself Dr. Oprah. You never know. I don't think she's that fucked up, but we'll see. You could be right.
Well, the thing that, Bill Cosby doesn't demand that people call him Dr. Cosby. He just puts it in the credits of everything he does.
Yes. As a creator, he's he's Bill Cosby, Ph.D., M.D., or whatever. And then when he's an actor, he's just Bill Cosby. And then he's William H. Cosby sometimes.
Yes. So his name will appear several times in the credits.
They should so quickly put him on a medication and lock him in a mental institution.
I come from good stock. Dr. Schweigert was mentioning my grandmother who had a dream for me, and her dream was not a big dream. Her dream was that one day I could grow up. She used to say, I want you to grow up and get yourself some good white folks. Because my grandmother was a maid and she worked for white folks her whole life. And her idea of having a big dream was to have white folks who at least treated her with some dignity, who showed her a little bit respect. And she used to say, I hope you get some good white folks that are kind to you. And I regret that she didn't live past 1963 to see that I did grow up and get some really good white folks working for me.
Oh, boy. That's fucked up. Didn't her grandmother rape her or something?
No, her grandma was the one who didn't.
Oh, that's the only family member that didn't rape Oprah.
She just wanted her to get some good white folks.
I want you to remember my grandmother who said, I'm the only one who hasn't raped you around here.
That's what she's saying. I came from good stock. What is she talking about? Either she was raped 55,000 times.
Right.
Or she came from good stock. Make up your mind.
Depending on who I'm speaking to, I make up my mind. What is it, Johnny Boy?
Did you hear about Oprah's show for ABC in prime time?
What's it going to be?
Which will probably make the schedule today. It's called Oprah Winfrey's The Big Give. And each week, 10 people will be challenged to take money and resources they're given and multiply them to come up with the most powerful, sensational, emotional, and dramatic ways to give to others. And every week, the group faces a, quote, big catch that will test their nerve, drive, ingenuity, and passion.
Oh, she's improving the world.
So this is The Apprentice with philanthropy.
Exactly right.
Hey, Rick, you're on the air.
Hello.
Hey, now.
Hey, now, listen, CBE, crowned by Elizabeth, referring to Rod Stewart.
All right,
good.
that's what it is.
Crowned by Elizabeth.
I may be taking a little stab there, but you know what? Listen to you every day, and I just make shit up as you guys do all day.
Oh, but you might be right.
Oh, well, that could be. But Crowned by Elizabeth doesn't sound right
no,
because...
I think it's OBE is what you're thinking of. Order of the British Empire.
But there's a CBE, because he's a CBE.
It's a CBE.
Cock ball something.
Cock and balls extraordinaire.
Cock and balls held by Elizabeth.
Cock and balls extraordinaire crowned by the Queen himself. Yes, Tim, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard, how's it going?
Hey.
What in the fuck is she thinking? I mean, I went to school and I am $60,000 in debt for a master's degree, and they just hand this stupid pig a doctorate? That's ridiculous.
Let's go to Carl. Carl, you're on the air.
Howard, how you doing? This is so timely. It is unbelievable. I have been trying to get through for about 3 weeks to talk just about this. I work, and I really there's legalities involved in it. I work. You would know better than me, so just let me know. I work at a mailboxes. Well, at a delivery acceptance type service, post office boxes, mailboxes, etc. Anyway, for the past, and it's one of her or another Oprah Winfrey personal boxes. It's in New York. I realize she's from Chicago, but just like many people in the 10021 zip code, which has the most.
What are we getting to here?
I don't know, but okay. She's got a box.
Here we go. She gets things delivered that are doctor-related. This has been going on for about 2 months now. Examination tables.
What is
I got to get out of this conversation.
This is crazy.
He's claiming that he works at mailboxes, etc., and he handles...
And he's taking Oprah's examination table?
Now that she's a doctor, she's got a gynecological setup worth millions.
That's great. CBE stands for Commander of the British Empire. So that's what Rod Stewart was crowned.
Does he wear a commander's outfit every day, like with a cap?
Well, he could, I guess.
That's cool. Black people are going nuts, man. Oprah just announced she has white people working for her. That's a big deal.
That's what you want.
Yeah. That's pretty much what you want out of this. I basically went to college to get white people working for me. Hey, I hear the Arsenio crowd is
pretty much the same.
This is embarrassing. Oprah's got white people working for her.
Sue-wee. Ooh la wee.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, a lot of white people.
So have no fear.
Fear.
Have no fear. God's got your back. And sometimes you find out what you're supposed to be doing by doing the things you're not supposed to do. So don't expect the perfect job that defines your life's work to come along next week. If that happens, take the blessing and run with it. But if not, be grateful to be on the path where you eventually want to live. Abide in the space of gratitude, because this is what I know for sure, that only through being grateful for how far you've come in your path can you leave room for more blessings to flow. Blessings flow in the space of gratitude.
It's gobbledygook.
Everything in your life is happening to teach you.
Sounds like a Harry Potter lecture.
Yeah. It's magic. Everything's magic.
You need the echo, yeah.
Or about yourself. So even in a crisis, be grateful. When disappointed, be grateful. When things aren't going the way you want them to, be grateful that you have sense enough to turn it around.
Yes, sir. It's Sunday morning.
I spent 8 years in Baltimore,
Uh-oh.
Here we
go.
With all the bad Baltimore people.
And she recovered from all the horrible white people.
All the bad advice in Baltimore.
If I lose my voice, you should be grateful.
Knew in those years in Baltimore that I was unhappy being a television news reporter.
Oh,
but the voice of my father, who thought he knew what I was...
And he didn't rape her either?
No, he was the one who saved her. She finally got... She lived with her mother, and apparently the mother just left the door open in Oprah.
For everyone to be raping Oprah. And then the dad came in and stopped all the raping.
Yes, and then she was sent to her father, and the raping stopped, apparently.
Sounds like she had the perfect background to be a stripper.
Supposed to do was in my head. He'd say, don't you give up that job, girl. You never gonna make $25,000 in 1 year.
See how everybody's dumber than
That's
Oprah?
my father's dream.
But this speech is basically all the people in Oprah's life told her nothing would work out.
Well, she's saying to everyone, F you.
Right.
But God could dream a bigger dream than you can dream for yourself.
Hallelujah.
And so I tried to live in the space of God's dream. Hallelujah. And the television executives told me when I was in Baltimore that I...
Straighten your hair, girl.
No, they didn't tell her that.
Didn't they tell her that? And
no,
her hair
they
fell
told
out?
her that. And where was she in Baltimore still when her hair fell out? I'm not sure. She had a big afro in Baltimore.
They told her to lose some fucking weight.
It was too much. I was too big, and I was too black. They told me that I was too engaged, that I was too emotional, I was too much for the news. And so they put me on a talk show one day just to run out my contract. And that was the beginning of my story.
Look at her hair. Well, she got all black on them.
Oh, my gosh. She's Maya Angelou all of a sudden. I'm hearing that cadence. I was too big. I was too much.
I had a dream.
I was too black.
I had nothing. But look at the man. I taught him a lesson.
My father said, don't you quit that job.
Look at here, Oprah. You am no good. You be lucky to have that dumb job.
So I say, even when things are difficult, be grateful. Honor your calling. Don't worry about how successful you will be. Don't worry.
My uncle said, flip over. I want anal this today. And when he said that, I knew things would change. And they did.
Don't worry about it. Focus on how significant you can be in service, and the success will take care of itself. And always take a stand for yourself, your values. You're defined by what you stand for. Your integrity is not for sale.
I remember thinking when I was at my college graduation, they had Julia Child as the commencement speaker.
She must have given a better speech than this.
I don't know. I just remember sitting there. I was about 5 billion rows back, outdoors. I could barely... And she's like...
Maybe she was saying the same thing.
Yeah, and I was like, this fucking bitch
I was too big and I was too blonde.
She's a cooking instructor on TV. And she's got it made, and I'm fucking sunk here. That's what I just kept thinking. I go, I'm going nowhere. Look at me.
Yeah, you're looking at somebody who's a huge success.
Yeah. And
you're sitting in your little, you're making a stain on the chair worried about what you're going to do now.
I was hardly inspired. I remember sitting next to my father, and I'm thinking, I'm like projecting his thoughts of like, I can't believe I wasted my money on a school of communications. Julia Child is the commencement speaker. What does she know? What is she teaching? What are they teaching them here to cook? I can just hear like he's just complete disdain for my education.
Right.
What do you need to go to communications school for? If I am in the communications business, I record different artists and things. A lot of these actors and communicators, they were postal workers. You don't need a college degree to speak.
Look, she's a cook, and she's speaking to you.
She's a cook, and they gave her a television show. She didn't need this. And I know actors like Vincent Gardenia, and they do radio and voice work, but they study acting. You studied the wrong thing. You went to School of Communications. What would you do there?
Now what are you going to do?
You should have been doing summer stock, and you should have been studying acting.
Can you act?
That's what Vincent Gardenia does, and various other celebrities. And I'm sitting there thinking, what the fuck am I doing?
Well, that's better than John Kenneth Galbraith, and you can't even understand a word he's saying. He's an economist, and you're like, an economist? I went to nursing school. Hardly need
You try to get a good match. Oprah said some other things here that were controversial.
I just love to eat black snatch. I just love to smear Stedman's nut cheese on my fat black face.
And then she said this.
One of my strongest memories is when I pushed out a huge, whopping 237 pounds. Shit, I was relieved.
And then she told the students this.
For 4 solid months, I was drinking lots and lots of Stedman's cum, at least 6 glasses a day.
Wow. Little did my dad realize at that commencement speech, if I just cut up Oprah's voice and had her say, I eat cum, I could make a bundle of dough.
There was a good living in that.
Yeah, I got to go make a commencement speech. It occurred to me that I did not need to rely on anything but my own 2 cents, my God-given common sense. And I realized if I could cut up tape and have Regis Philbin say he likes big whopping turds in his mouth, that I could make a living.
When I sat down on Don Johnson's whopping 18-inch, my period soaked his apple bag.
You had a big red apple bag from Oprah's period. I don't think Oprah has a period anymore. This must have been years ago. At a different commencement speech.
Well, yeah, she was talking about when she was younger.
Right. I'm inspired by this speech.
Are you? Are you going to go out now and
do nothing? Yeah. I'm going to wait for God to give me a new job.
In the fall of 1976, Stedman and Don Johnson were butt buddies.
I realized early on that if I paid one of my white employees $1,000, he would lick Sal's nutsack. When this happened, my ratings went up, and I knew my career was flourishing.
If I could get 2 white guys to do gay things.
Yes. I realized if black guys do gay things, it wouldn't be as good. So I hired the white man.
You got yourself some good white people.
Yep. I told my grandma white people are great at licking nutsack.
Stedman loves when I drop a deuce in his Rice Krispies.
You wonder if she thinks other people are going to hear this.
What do you mean, the way she's yelling with the echo chamber?
Well, no, there's the whole black thing, she's going on about. I got me some good white people.
I believe it was 2005. After I'd done it all, I realized if I could get Carmen Electra to sit on the Sybian, that my career on satellite radio would intensify. So my message to you graduates is, never give up. Just because you're at the top, keep coming up with great stuff, like the Carmen Electra Sybian ride. Of course, she hasn't been back in the studio in a year because Max Factor won't allow her to appear because they think it's disgusting when she sits on the Sybian, even though her panties and pants were on. This is what I want to say to you today. Oh, my God. I got to go speak at a college.
You now know what to say.
Now I know what to do. Thanks to Oprah.
And what is your favorite Bible verse? You have to have a Bible verse.
Hickory dickory dock. I'll just say the word cock. My radio career will go into high gear, and forever I will be able to make a good living. I realized if I put a small black midget in a Superman outfit that I would succeed. And I did. Thank you. Thank you. I have a dream. Motherfucker.
Stedman's
God
black dick smells like cheese and onions.
God put tools in your path. A small black midget. A transsexual.
I'm willing to give a speech at JD's college. What is it, Full Sail?
Is it Full Sail? Yeah, I think
Full
it is.
Sail.
Yeah, Full Sail.
Yeah, like, is that 2 words, like full?
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
Full of shit.
S-A-I-L? Is it a sailing school?
I can row or sail. I took a minor in rowing. Full Sail.
Yeah, I mean, what are we talking here?
Where's that fucking college of yours? I'm giving them a speech.
It's in Winter Park, Florida.
Oh, and what is the name?
It's in Trailer
really?
Park, Florida.
I'm sorry?
What's the name?
Full Sail, Real World of Education School.
How do you spell Full Sail?
F-U-L-L-S-A-I-L.
Oh, my goodness, it is a sailing school.
It's not a sailing school. It's weird because, like...
It's named after a sailor.
I think, like, the logo is, like, has an airplane in it, so...
They're all confused.
Yeah.
It should be full airplane.
Full flight, I don't know.
Who was your commencement speaker?
I don't think we had one.
Yeah.
I think it was like, the owner of the school or whatever.
They just embarrassedly handed you a citation or a certificate?
Yeah, they had us all come up on stage.
Getting a girl to come on a machine was my greatest accomplishment. Thank you.
And then one day I found the Sibian.
Here's Oprah talking about how the executives wanted to change her name, but of course...
She didn't.
She's so brilliant, and that's why you shouldn't be an idiot when you graduate college. You should be like Oprah.
From the very beginning of my career in Baltimore, and I walked in the room, and all the men in the room said to me, you need to change your name, because nobody's going to remember your name. You need to change your name. And I said, what do you want me to change? They said, well, we think Susie is a good name. Susie is a friendly name. Susie is a name that people...
Suzanne Winfrey? I like that. Actually, they're right.
Susie Winfrey.
People will remember. People can relate to Susie. I said, I think I'm going to keep my name if people remember it or not.
Oh, she's so fucking great, isn't she?
Now, if nothing had worked out for her, she'd be kicking herself for not taking the name Susie.
So now when these black kids graduate and the white man tells them to do something at the job, they're going to be like, Oprah said this bullshit. Don't fucking listen to these guys. They won't name her ass Susie. Fuck you, white man. Fuck you. Oprah's name is Oprah, not Susie. Don't tell me what to fucking do.
That's
Sir,
the first year.
I just asked you if you could go out and get everyone coffee. Fuck you, coffee, motherfucker.
Oprah don't get
My name is Majestic Maps, and I'm keeping it, and I ain't getting no Majestic at getting you fucking coffee.
Then the second year it'll be fuck Oprah for getting my head all blown up and making me lose my job.
Because Oprah, I'm in Iraq. I had an enlist, motherfucker. All the guy wanted me to do was change my name. God damn Oprah. Oprah giving advice. You know, it worked out for her because she, defied the white man and didn't listen to anyone. But
who knows what she did? She's saying all this now. You didn't hear all this uproar at the beginning.
She walked into that room. She told them.
Who even knows if this is a true story?
I said, I'm not giving up my name, Oprah. I'm not going to be Susie. I walked right out of that room, motherfucker. Some guy probably said to her, maybe Oprah's a little hard to remember, so maybe even change your name before, many a celebrity and newscaster has changed their name. So someone suggested it to her. I'm not doing... Fuck you, white man.
Everybody in broadcasting considers it. Didn't you consider it at the beginning of your career?
I was Miles August for a day. It didn't work out. I tried it on. Like a new pair of shoes I tried it on. It didn't fit.
Is it worth making a speech about...
I tried to change my own name to Miles August, and I said, fuck you, white man. You're not going to be Miles August.
Miles is friendly. Miles can be remembered. Miles, people relate to.
When I tried to change my name, I told myself, fuck you. Like a maniac up there giving a speech. And she's all angry and defiant. I told everybody what to do. I kissed my fucking black ass.
They asked me if I wanted to consider another name. I said, I think I'll be Robin.
Right. Big shit.
Oh, please. It was no big deal.
We think you should change your name to chlamydia because you're a fucking disease. she's so full of herself. Oh, my goodness. They tried to change my name, but I said no. Ooh, gee.
I think I'll keep my name.
Listen to the adversity. They told me to perm my hair, and I Afro-sized it.
No, she did.
Well, she did it. I did it. God damn it. Some of these things I had to do. When the white man told me to perm my hair, I did. And it worked out. The fucking white man was on to something. Sometimes you got to listen to the white man.
Sometimes the white man is right.
Maybe Susie was a bullshit idea, but the perm looked nice. I looked like a cross between James Brown and Al Sharpton.
The perm put me over.
Look out. All right, that's enough with Oprah, right?
Oh, boy. I'll take it home and listen to the rest of it. I got to be inspired. Oprah must know what to do.
From the very beginning of my career in Baltimore, and I walked in the room, and all the men in the room said to me, you need to change your name because nobody's going to remember your name. You need to change your name.
Your name. Did they talk like that?
Your name, these people say.
Yeah, look at her. When the white man told me to lose weight by any means possible, including laxatives, and I shit my brains out, not to mention the fact that I really had a stomach ache, I did it. Hey, Bomber, you're on the air. What's happening?
Yeah.
Hey, now.
Does he know we're talking to him?
Oh, yeah. He's not going to have the white man. Bomber, you hang up?
Oh, no, right here, half.
Okay, brother.
Sorry, brother. Assuming your retirement, which staffer do you see having the worst life?
All right, who will fail? Oprah says it's not possible, but who will fail?
If you put yourself in the hands of God, I think the one who will fail the most is me. I won't have anywhere to go. Be walking around. I would think the guy who will have the hardest time. Let me think for a second. I want to give you a real answer. All right, I'm going to include the following people. Robin, Fred, Artie, who's not here today because he's taping Rescue Me.
Oh.
That's always weird to me. Like, I didn't tell, like, Artie basically said, hey, it's one of those, hey, I need to take a day off to go tape Rescue Me. And it's just so weird to me that that's more important than this. But I don't care, whatever. I mean, Artie and I have an arrangement where if he wants to go off and tape some fucking dumb
But they're taping it right here again.
Yeah.
So you didn't get into what time they really needed him.
You know what?
He could have worked that out.
Yeah, I mean, it's exhausting. Just trying to say to Artie.
But he wants to go live the Hollywood life for a day.
He wants to be on set.
Yeah, and just lounge around and do the whole...
Yeah, he's like, no. There was taping early in the morning. Well, so you tell him you
got another job.
You tell them you work. They know you work in the morning.
When they hired him, they knew he had another job.
Yeah.
They can write it and shoot it any way they want.
Yeah.
Right. But you know what? Honestly, I just assume just do the show like this.
He'll be unhappy if he'd
be
do
miserable.
it this way.
Right. Oh, he'd be,
He'd be moping over there.
Now it's holding me back.
Now, I wonder if he'll be sleepy over there. See, that's the thing we need to know. Get a camera over there and see if Artie's drowsy over there.
Right. Oh, no. He comes to life on the set.
Wide awake, entertaining everybody on the set, making Dennis Leary laugh.
What's this? Another popular black name was Olive Blackcock.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
African Hair Braiding, this is Rama.
Yeah, what's shaking, my Nubian sister?
Yeah, how may I help you?
Yeah, I want to surprise my wife tomorrow, give her a haircut for her birthday and shit, give her a nice surprise.
Oh, okay. When do you want her to have her hair done?
Yeah, tomorrow's good, but when she comes in, I want you to say her name and say happy birthday so it's one big surprise, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, no problem.
You got a pen?
Sure, hang on one moment. Go ahead.
Okay, her first name is Olive.
Olive.
Yeah, and the last name be B-L.
B-L?
Yeah, then A.
A.
C-K.
Okay, C-K.
Okay.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. Read the name back.
Okay. Olive Blackcock.
What'd you say, girl?
Did I say it right? I love Blackhawk.
Yeah, now check this out. When she comes in, I need you to say, like, happy birthday and, like, say her name so she knows it's a surprise.
Like something like, happy birthday, I love Blackhawk.
Yeah, I bet she loves that Blackhawk, baby, huh?
I'm sorry?
Blackhawk, I love Blackhawk.
Oh, that's an unusual last name.
What you mean unusual?
No, nothing. Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Blackhawk.
Arkadash salami, my sister.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
That went horribly wrong.
Yes.
So which staffer would have the worst life if I was to retire? Let me think. Okay, there's Robin, Fred, Artie.
Who else you putting in there?
Gary,
Sal, Richard.
Sal, Richard.
J.D.
J.D. All right, J.D. Now, here's my theory. I mean, J.D.'s now... How old is J.D., Robin?
27, maybe?
Although he might be older.
And basically, these are the years where you train to do something, and he's training to watch television.
Right.
He watches TV for me and then pulls clips, and he's great at it, but I got to figure when I leave, where the fuck is he going to find a job watching TV?
What do you pay him, though, Hal?
Not a lot.
Right.
But still, even that's, you know, these are the years to get your shit together.
He's a Full Sail graduate, though.
Oh, that's true. He does have the Full Sail degree. What did you say?
There's a weird rumor going around yesterday. This is a perfect time to ask J.D. about it. Did you notice that J.D. seemed to be in and out of the studio a lot more yesterday than usual? I don't know if you noticed that, but he was.
Is that 'cause
What
he
do you
loves...
mean, between?
Let me tell you the theory.
Yeah.
Jimmy hires people to watch TV for him.
Ooh.
Well, and J.D. the rumor was that J.D. feels that the other place that would be good to work at would be the Kimmel Show.
Right.
And the rep was that he was trying to impress Jimmy yesterday. I don't know if that's true or not.
Oh, he was auditioning.
I was trying to get him with Jimmy.
I think it was partly true. I wanted some TV stuff. I was really wanting some TV stuff played to show how I mean, it might even like competition too, to like show
that you're better than the people he has working for him now.
Yeah.
You know what?
So, yeah.
They're retarded.
I know.
Here's my resume, Mr. Kimmel. I watch ESPN, Spike TV.
You pay those guys, 6 guys. I do all my hours.
I can watch 7 TiVos simultaneously.
He does. Fucking JD's back there. He's got the TiVos going.
Oh, he's amazing.
He's got the remote controls going. He's pushing buttons with his cock. I mean, you should see what's going on back there.
He used to be frantic. Now he's so cool.
Oh, yeah. He holds that. He's like a gunslinger with that remote in his hand.
I used to have better hygiene until I started this job. Now I'm all dedicated to the work.
He's like Spider-Man. He shoots his web.
So, did you get anything played yesterday? Did it work?
I got that Rosie Blog thing pulled, but I don't think there was much time to play anything else.
Yeah.
Dear Mr. Kimmel, I'm following up on my audition.
Too bad he's not here today.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of Oprah stuff you pulled.
That's right.
Well, maybe he woke up early and when he does that up front and he'll listen.
You know what it is? Realizing that on purpose, I didn't play anything in front of Jimmy. I was afraid he'd steal you away.
Right.
Wow.
See?
He was hiding your work from Jimmy.
Yeah.
You think you'll be all right if I retire? Like, what would you do?
I don't know. I always think, like, if I wasn't here, like, if I didn't get the internship here, I might have been able to start, like, editing or whatever, like my roommate does. Like, I would have done something that way. Otherwise, I really have no idea what I'd be doing.
Right. You're just going to let God lead you down the path.
Yeah.
God's got your back. Don't worry, J.D. I heard Oprah say it.
Jimmy did ask me about you. He said, hey, who's that dorky guy?
Oh, well.
You're going to be all right. I'm telling you, you're good. You have a talent.
I know
what it is.
I really want to start, making films, like even short films, but it's just, like, tough figuring out an idea.
Hey, Howard, can I just say something? I love J.D. He's been threatening to make a film since the day he got here.
Did he just say he just gets stopped at the idea?
Yeah, it's hard to find an idea.
Well, no,
How many years have you been trying to get an idea?
No, I have, like, little ideas here and there, but it's just nothing, like, fleshes out, like, fully. You know what I mean?
Well, no. I have something that could flush out.
They never taught me that in Full Sail. They taught me how to get the idea. But
I think it's something fleshes out. I think.
Whatever.
I don't know.
Either way.
Not flushes out. Howard TV has said they will post anything you make.
I know. That's exactly, what I had thought.
But he's blocked.
You have writer's block. Well, you don't want to be a writer. You want to direct. So why don't you get someone else's material and interpret it?
Yeah, find somebody who can write.
I know, but it's like so much... I thought it'd be easier to just try and figure out my own... Like, to write my own thing.
When are you going to give up on trying to figure out your own?
Yeah, it seems to me it ain't happening.
I will never give up, Robin.
You're 27, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if it hasn't happened now... I mean, you know, Steven Spielberg started getting ideas when he was 15.
Well, Maya Angelou directed the film when she was like, 80.
All right, so you're willing to wait?
Yeah. I don't know.
Grandma Moses didn't start painting until she was 80. So there you go.
So I'll be ready in about another 50 years.
Got plenty of time.
So let's say I retire in 3 years, 3.5. Now the show's gone.
You think an idea will come to you then? Maybe you're working too hard.
I can't think of... I don't know.
I figure like Fred's an announcer and stuff, and if he wants to continue to work, someone's going to want to put him on the air. And Robin as well, if she wants to continue to work, she's, a viable name in the industry and all of that. Now, Gary, I know he's got a little bit of fuck you money, I think, and he's got that house, and he seems to, be a producer of sorts. And
he seems.
Yeah, he seems to be in charge. I mean, I don't know if anybody else would be interested, but I mean, based on how successful this show has been, he's got to have some credibility in the industry.
Somebody's got to give him a shot.
Yeah. Has anybody ever approached you, Gary, to like jump ship and produce something?
They did at one point.
Well, I mean,
the old station did.
Yeah, well, I was leaving. But I'm saying, aside from me, I mean, has there been anybody who really wanted you?
No. And you know what? I used to get really depressed about it. Then, anybody could spin anything anyway. And somebody came to me one day and they said, don't worry about that. The reason is they know that you're so committed to Howard that you would never leave. That's why they don't give you offers. I live on that stupid bullshit. But no, I've never got an offer.
Well, look, somebody at the Rosie show said this is the best produced show
ever.
But I did get one. I got an inquiry once, not an offer. An inquiry one time.
And haven't you consulted for some other people?
Yes, I consulted some very popular shows on MTV. Certain Colin Quinn's Talk Back Live, you must remember that. But I think Curtis and Lisa Sliwa years ago were just wanted to see if I was willing to leave, and I said I wasn't.
So there, he got an inquiry.
Didn't want to hook up with that duo, huh?
It's stupid.
You didn't see any magic there?
Yeah, they had a chemistry, those two. Especially when she was hitting him over the head with a board.
It was a bad chemistry.
Yeah. They had bad chemistry, but it was chemistry. Those two. So am I right? I mean, Benji I worry about a little bit.
Benji can write.
Benji writes, though. He's got that going for him. He's written some jokes that are funny.
And he's swell.
Sal and Richard, I'm really not too worried. I mean, Sal and Richard are kind of go-getters and funny and... they got the stand-up thing. I figure in 3.5 years they'll have a stand-up thing going, and they'll be stronger at that. And
they could do, they could be the next great comedy duo.
Yeah, maybe they'll even do some radio on their own. Who knows?
I mean, that Jack and Rod thing certainly could be expanded.
Yeah.
What about Ralph?
Ralph, I think I'm going to have to just continue to
Ralph, you'll continue to employ.
I don't know. I mean, I imagine...
You will pick clothes for your private life.
I do hate going... I'll dress every day like I'm going to be on TV. I mean, really, if I'm not on TV, do I really need to have Ralph? I mean,
you still want to have a look, don't you? Ralph will have to continue to give you one.
Yeah, I might allow him to consult me. Although, wouldn't it be bad to hire a JD to just tape all my shows for me?
Right, then you wouldn't have to worry about your TiVo.
I have my own personal taper. I don't even need... I'm beyond TiVo. I have a human being that just sits there and I go...
You have a machine? I have a person.
Yeah, like Beth said to me last night. I had the gayest night last night. You would die. Any guy would be like, this is the... But, I can't say I had a bad time because I like chick flicks and stuff. So Beth and I hadn't really we haven't seen a movie together in a while. So I have Amazon Unbox, which is the greatest. I can download movies off of Amazon.
So what'd you get?
So Beth said, let's download. Now it was $14.95, so maybe I bought it. Like, instead of rented it.
Yeah, that sounds like a buy price, not a rental.
This movie is called The Holiday.
You did that?
Did you ever see this movie?
No, but I've been trying to see it. It's a chick flick.
It's a chick flick, and it starts out with Cameron Diaz, and I'm like, oh, she's horrible. This is a terrible movie. It's horrible acting. It's horrible. It's horrible, horrible, horrible. And I was just, like, fucking miserable. And then about halfway in, it was a pretty good chick flick.
It's with Kate Winslet and Cameron Diaz, and they switch houses and somehow switch lives.
Yeah,
with Jack Black?
Yeah.
Jack Black's in it. He's good. It's a great chick flick. Like, if your chick wants to watch a movie, and you can get into it. It's romantic and shit.
It's all right. A guy won't turn completely gay watching.
Yeah, if you get through the first 20 minutes, because I said to Beth, I got to turn this fucking shit off, and she goes, hey, I like it. Because, I don't know, they're yamming away these broads about how miserable they are in the beginning, and I'm like, oh, my God, I feel like I'm caught on The View times 20.
Right.
And but it turned out it was pretty good, and then Beth says to me at one point, you better tape the last episode of How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
Because it's the big finale. So I said, okay, I'll do that. You
don't have that on your TiVo?
No, I stopped watching it. I don't think it's good anymore.
I still like it.
Do you? I hate it. I hate it.
Really?
Yeah. And but, okay, I go, uh-oh, Beth, I can't tape this because I'm taping Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, no.
I had a big decision to make. But
do I get How I Met My Mother, or Your Mother, or Dancing with the Stars?
Yeah. Or should I download another gay movie on my Unbox? Yeah.
If you can, I think I have the last 2 episodes of How I Met Your Mother on DVD because John Hine gave it to me. Do you want it?
No, I have it. I have it. I figured out a way to do it. I figured out a way. So, Bomber, I hope that answers your question.
Absolutely, Hal. Thanks for the awesome radio.
Thank you, brother.
And assalamu alaikum to you.
Assalamu alaikum, alaikum assalam.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Peace.
That Oprah thing got me into a whole black thing. I'm feeling very, very positive about God. I wonder about that whole God message, especially in the black community. Like why not just say believe in magic? There's a lot of that reverend...
But Oprah does she's carrying on this magic stuff all the time.
Just lay back. God got a plan for you.
She did the Larry King show. He had this 50th anniversary week where he was celebrating himself.
It was horrible. I tried to watch it. Bill Maher was hosting it, and it was one of the worst
produced things. Right, but he had a whole week. Bill Maher just did the finale, which was a big dinner honoring Larry.
Right.
And his first guest that week was Oprah.
Oh, well, that's different.
And Oprah started telling the story. Oprah's always got stories of how she drew the color purple into her life. She didn't know Quincy Jones. She didn't know Steven Spielberg. She didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
But she had read The Color Purple and knew she wanted to do that movie. And she was at a fat farm because she thought she was too fat to get the movie.
She's right.
And she was on the track. And she was singing, I surrender all, I surrender all.
You're kidding me. And did she start singing it?
Yeah, she sings it. All to, that's why I know the words. All to thee, my precious Savior, I surrender all.
Oh, that poor Stedman.
And the moment she stopped singing the song, there was a person on the track who said, Oprah, you have a phone call.
Oh, my God.
She goes in, picks up the phone. It's Steven Spielberg who says, I need you in my office tomorrow. And she got the part in The Color Purple.
Holy shit. So, between the Sunday sermon, getting dressed up and hearing about how Jesus is going to get you a job, and then hearing Oprah about she sang I Surrender, and Steven Spielberg's on the phone. It's probably the wrong message. You know what I mean? When it comes right down to it, for anybody who's lived a long time.
It's a dangerous message.
It's a dangerous message. Some guy sitting there eating welfare cheese going, I surrender, I surrender. Where my cheese at?
He's in the line, I surrender.
Yeah. Guy hasn't seen a dentist in 10 years. He's waiting for God to fix his teeth. Welfare cheese. Motherfucker, it's a weird message to be sending out, but what do I know? Hey, a lot of, let me see if I have this gay song here. As long as we're on some gay stuff. Oh, I got to play you this, too. There's a phony phone call to that chess show that Sal and Richard did yesterday. It's really good.
Uh-oh, they're calling the chess people again?
Yeah. And I got to read your email. You know what? I tell you what.
By the way, are you still playing chess?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You haven't mentioned it this week. I wonder.
I'm in a bit of a slump, honestly.
Really? Why do you say that?
I haven't been playing so great, and
You hit a patch.
Yeah, but I'm coming to new understandings about chess. And like that, usually there's a storm before, to use Oprah's analogies. I surrender. No, there's usually a storm. Like I lose a bunch of games and I start to realize something, and then I get better.
I see. So you're actually, that's good, because you must have gone up to another level.
And then I kind of went down again.
Oh, I see.
And but then I learn when I go down. I learn by my mistakes.
Okay.
See? I'm really fascinated by the game. And I believe that you will succeed if you conduct yourself by realizing chess is life. When you're down, you fight back. A lot of these guys who play chess make the analogy that chess is like life. You know?
Right.
Bobby Fischer said chess is life. I see no indication that chess is anything
but chess.
But chess. How long's J.D. been singing I Surrender? Where is he? I'm just thinking about that Howard graduate 10 years from now. He's eating welfare cheese off his Howard diploma. Where's my diploma? I'll use it as a plate.
I haven't got any more plates. Give me that diploma.
Oprah said if I sing I Surrender and leave myself to God, it's going to happen. Steven Spielberg going to call my ass. Guy's sitting by his phone. No wonder the phone hasn't rang. I can't pay the bill. All this I Surrender shit is bullshit. Should have listened to Howard. Get off my ass and make things happen. Sit back. You know I sang I Surrender and Steven Spielberg called me? How long do you think it would take me, how many years to sing I Surrender before Steven Spielberg called my ass?
You could be singing for 20 years nonstop, and Steven Spielberg will still not be on the phone.
Because I'd like to be in Steven Spielberg's next movie.
You got to draw him in.
I'm going to tell the kids when I do my commencement speech, I'm going to... a lot of people don't know this, but I remember when I got the movie Private Parts, I had just received from an antique shop a genie lantern, and I rubbed it. And don't you know, 5 minutes after I rubbed the genie lantern, Ivan Reitman was on the phone to me. And I said to my genie lantern over and over and over again, mucka-lucka hi, mucka-hi-ne-ho. And there I was, working on the set of Private Parts. Thank you. Thank you.
What I know for sure.
You know, I prayed to the Lord Jesus Christ that I might someday have a 300-pound cupcake-eating heroin-addict comedian show up once in a while for his job. Hey, you know what we got to do next? This guy, Jimmy Jelinek, is here. He's an editor from Maxim. He's the editor-in-chief of Maxim magazine.
Oh, yeah?
And he wants to unveil Maxim's Hot 100. You know, he's going to do the top 15 chicks in the country.
Okay, all right.
We'll see if we agree. Right after these words. He's got away with words that, what's his name? Bigfoot. Hey, I do love this song. One of my favorites. Bob Plant, solo effort. I'm in the mood for a melody.
This is solo?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize that.
That's from when, after Zeppelin, he put out a solo album.
I always think of this as a Zeppelin song.
Nope. I'm in the mood for a melody. I'm in the mood, 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 I'm in the mood.
You ought to remake this the next time the losers get together.
I'm going to. That's right. Write that down, Frank. I'm in the mood, I'm in the mood, I'm in the mood for the melody. I'm in the mood. J.D. found that Oprah clip of... I know we're done with Oprah, but...
The singing?
Yeah, this is when the thing you were explaining from Larry King. See, Jimmy Kimmel would have been impressed with J.D. today, but it's a day late.
A lot of stuff from J.D.
Yeah, J.D. coming in here with everything. How's he have all that shit? You mentioned that Oprah was on Larry King. He's got the clip 2 seconds later.
All right.
See if I can find it now.
I wonder if she sings better than Richard Plant. Robert Plant. Maybe she sings better than Richard.
I wonder if Bob Plant is a knight commander of the British Empire. So he could send out invitations to his parties.
CBE.
CBE in the house.
The #1 book in the United States now running for a long time is The Secret.
Yeah.
We have done some shows on it. You've done some shows on it. What do you make of this?
Well, what I make of it is I was really very excited that this line of thinking, this level of, I call consciousness, has reached the masses in such a way that that book could be #1. I was really very excited about it because basically the message of The Secret is the message that I've been trying to share with the world on my show for the past 21 years. The message is that you're really responsible for your life. You are responsible for your life. I've known this. I've known this since The Color Purple. In 1985, I probably...
Oprah, like, things worked out for Oprah. Like, you know, on a fluke, honestly. I mean, you know, me too. I mean, yeah, I worked my ass off in radio and everything, but, you know, I could have ended up in, like, fucking, I don't know.
I knew some really good guys on our way up who worked really hard.
I mean, quite frankly, I knew a lot of guys better than me. But it worked out. They
could do a lot of stuff, those guys.
Yeah, you know. I knew guys who could edit tape with their feet, all right, in their sleep. But I don't know. Somehow it worked out for me, and, you know, thank goodness. But, you know, things kind of just worked out for Oprah. Phil Donahue did a show, and they stuck her in, and like somehow women responded to her. I mean, now she's a fucking expert. And she does, and I got to say, this is kind of a female thing, this gobbledygook, you know, sort of spirituality all these broads are into now.
But Oprah's responsible for, if you think about it, that guy who talks to the dead, you wouldn't know him unless Oprah had him on the show and sponsored his book and got everybody talking about the white light they see when they near death. And Oprah introduced all that
stuff. Bullshit. She's responsible for 90% of the bullshit women are into. And here she goes again, you know, about The Color Purple and what Robin was doing an impression of before.
I told you the story when I did The Color Purple, but in 1985 I did The Color Purple. Prior to that I had read the book, Larry. Now this is when I got The Secret thing, but I didn't know it was called The Secret. I read the book The Color Purple and then went out and got books for everybody else I knew. And I was obsessed about this story. Obsessed about it. I ate, slept, thought all the time about The Color Purple.
Emphasis on the eat. If she'd eaten The Color Purple, she might not be so fat.
I moved to Chicago. I get a call from a casting agent asking would I like to come and audition for a movie. I've never gotten a call in my life from anybody for a movie or anything like that. And I say, is it The Color Purple? And he says, no, it's a movie called Moonsong. And I go, well, I've been praying for The Color Purple. And I go to the audition, and, of course, it was The Color Purple. I audition. I don't hear anything for months. And I go to this fat farm, and I think it's because I'm fat, because I was about 212 pounds at the time. And I think I didn't get the call back because I'm so fat. And I'm at this fat farm, and I'm praying and crying.
Here comes the gobbledygook.
Saying to God, help me let this go. Because I wanted to be in this movie so much. I wanted it. I thought I was going to be in the movie. There's all these signs that I should be in the movie. And I go to this fat farm, and I'm praying and crying. And as I'm on the track singing this song, I surrender all. I surrender all.
Meanwhile, Larry's sitting there going, this is amazing.
Yeah, he's sitting right there with those suspenders.
This is amazing. Oprah's singing on my show.
All to thee, my blessed Savior, I surrender all. I'm singing that song, praying and crying.
Here comes the magic.
A woman comes out to me,
whee!
And she says, on the track, it's raining, and she says there's a phone call.
Holy mackerel.
And the phone call.
If only black slaves and Jews in the Holocaust had sung that simple song. Yeah. Can you imagine?
We didn't know we had the power right in our hands all the time. We were singing the wrong song.
Those stupid Jews, they sang to the wrong God. They should have sang to Jesus.
was Steven Spielberg saying, I want to see you in my office in California tomorrow. Now, what I learned from that, that moment...
You should have learned nothing. It's a coincidence.
Absolutely changed my life forever, because I had drawn the color purple into my life. I didn't know Steven Spielberg.
I'm buying one of Riley's symbols today.
I didn't know Quincy Jones, who saw me in Chicago. In 1984, he was there for a lawsuit that was being filed against Michael Jackson because he'd been working on his Thriller album. And he saw me on AM Chicago and said, that's Sophia. Now, I didn't know him. I didn't know anybody that had anything to do with that. But I knew that I had drawn that into my life. And it changed the way I thought about my life forever.
See? It's that simple, guys.
All you have to do.
All you got to do. I surrender, Jesus. And then you're going to get a call from a very big director in Hollywood. Maybe not Steven Spielberg, but probably...
Eli Roth.
Eli Roth, just those Hostel movies. Or maybe the guy from Freddy Krueger. You know, something cool like that. Nice franchise.
Wes Craven.
Wes Craven, Through the Fog or some shit. You know what I mean? It's all going to be happening. Maybe even get a call from, like, the people at Smallville, and you do a nice cameo on it.
Absolutely. NBC will call.
You know, probably call you Quentin Tarantino. He's always looking for some fucking guys to do some shit. Right, Benji? Okay, good. All right, let's bring in first Lisa G. and then Jimmy Jelinek. Lisa G. is going to give us an update from the Howard 100 News and tell us what they're covering over there, and then we're going to get right over to Jimmy from Maxim Magazine, who's going to tell us a sneak peek at the top women in the country.
And all these women are in the magazine.
Right.
Hello.
Hi.
Big news from Andy Dick. Tomorrow, the big roast.
Oh, it's tomorrow.
I should be announcing that.
Yeah, promoting it.
Andy Dick roast tomorrow.
You need echo.
I knew Andy would do it when I prayed to Jesus.
I said, I want Andy Dick to do the roast. And then I sang, I surrender.
Well, that's great. I didn't even realize the roast is tomorrow.
You
That's
want to hear the big news?
What's the big news?
Tomorrow is a big turning point for him. He wants to turn his life around.
Oh, no, not tomorrow.
Listen, he said after the roast, he's sobering up, getting back into therapy, and he's going to be doing some hardcore programs. He told me, and I'm quoting, this is the last time I ever allow myself to get roasted. It's taken a toll on me. Yeah. Let's get it all out on the table. I want to rebuild my career so we can all move on from these past 10 years of craziness.
Yeah, you know, the country's ready to move on from Andy Dick's craziness.
Hasn't he turned it all around before?
Yes, this would be the 5th time Andy's turned it all around. I got to say something about Andy's acting, and I really do mean this, because I know tomorrow he's going to get the shit beaten out of him.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is, I was watching a very crappy movie, which was kind of funny in its own dumb way, with Jessica Simpson and...
that Employee of the Month?
Employee of the Month, and it's, you know, I didn't even get to finish it, and then my unbox just deleted it. I don't know. I didn't watch it. I have a day.
24 hours once you start watching.
I didn't have a chance to watch the whole thing, but Andy is in Employee of the Month, and I tell you, every time he comes on, he's fucking funny. He's really good.
Andy is a funny man.
Yeah, and that's the last nice thing we'll hear about Andy for a while.
He read me some of his jokes. All I can say is, thank God we're on satellite.
It's going to be dirty, huh?
Oh, my God.
Well, he's the guy who does the shit show.
Oh, it's going to be great. Tomorrow's show, do not miss it.
Probably the roast to end all roasts.
This might be the last roast. It's going to be great because...
Nothing could be better than that.
Andy's fearful of Lisa Lampanelli, and Lisa's coming, and she's going to roast him. And I mean,
but there's Artie. Sal is vicious.
Yeah, everyone's... Yucko squeezed his way...
Colin Quinn.
Yucko squeezed his way in because she said, you have to let me in there. I'm going to be so fucking vicious. You never even heard anything like this. So I said, all right, come on in.
Robin, are you ready? They read me some of the jokes.
Please, I'm going to wear armor, and I'll be fine.
Andy roasts Robin?
It's all the...
Everybody gets it, I'm sure.
Does he use the N-word?
Robin, you have a tickle in your throat tomorrow.
Does he use the N-word? Or?
No, I didn't hear that.
All
but
right.
Just disgusting.
Oh,
it was
boy.
great.
About Robin, my princess?
Why is he picking on me? I'm not going to say anything bad about him. Pick on the people in that panel.
What did she do? All right, go ahead.
All
yes.
right. Oh, so you wanted to know about Sour Shoes' name, how he got the name. Well, I spoke to him yesterday. He said there are 3 parts to how he got the name. He said that whenever he would come out of the swimming pool, he put his wet feet into canvas sneakers that started to smell like Parmesan cheese.
That's it.
Wait, so his mom said, wow, those shoes really smell sour. And his friend said, hey, you're killing me with those sour shoes. Also, he loves sour Skittles, the candy, and that his material is very unfresh or sour.
Okay, good. That makes sense now, yeah.
Oh, so we've got a great page 69 scoop from Will and Jason. Apparently, in the private staff bathroom, there's a you're looking at me like you've heard this already.
No, I'm enjoying
there's this filing cabinet with a lock and key.
Yeah.
It's Gary's, all right? So spies for page 69 discovered that in the file cabinet, the usual porn magazines like Playboy and Penthouse, but they were covering up, apparently, Gary's hidden stash of barely 18 magazines.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah,
Jason and Will will be discussing.
Gary? He has to have them at work?
Well, I thought
all my barely 18s I leave here because I don't want Mary and the boys to see them.
All right, which part of this do you want me to dispute? Okay. There were a plethora of magazines in there. We get Playboy, we get Penthouse, we get Hustler, we get Barely 18, we get all these magazines. There was not, I haven't looked, but there's not a stash of them. It was probably one of 10 magazines that was in the Perfect 10, probably all of that stuff. So, yes, I have looked at Barely 18. I do not have a stash of them.
Let me see Barely 18. I want to look at it. What do you mean, I'm a guy. I got to look at that shit. All the girls, believe me, some of those girls in there are 30.
35, yeah.
You know what you do?
You're hardly barely 18.
You take a 30-year-old girl, you put her in pigtails and put glasses on her, and she's barely 18.
You're right. That's what they do. You get some 30-year-old hooker in pigtails.
I like barely 18 girls with a tattoo on her back the size of the sun.
Fresh, hot, young girls. And Lisa goes, yuck. That's the guys, the guys like to look at hot, young, barely 18 girls. Even if they're 30 and they're prostitutes. All right, very nice.
All right,
Thank you, Lisa. That's Lisa G. with the Howard 100 News.
So why does he have those magazines locked up in the bathroom? I don't understand.
I didn't understand it either. But nevertheless, it's always a song.
Oh, Tino, Papa Booey loves you. It's his favorite kind of porn. It makes him shoot his monkey goo when he's home alone. Tino is what Gary jets off to.
Sal got his cast off, I see.
Yeah.
Good. Sal is standing there with the Gary mask on, reading his Barely Legal while the song is playing.
That's a new Gary mask?
Yeah, that's great. That is really funny.
I like it. It's a black and white mask.
Looks like
Looks like something from Yellow Submarine.
It actually looks like you. And then you are jacking off to...
Oh, Jesus.
All right, this gentleman is named Jimmy Jelinek. I thought it'd be interesting if he stopped by. And, Maxim Magazine always puts out a list of all the top broads in the country. And let's see if we agree.
And you always go through it and debate whether you think they're the top.
There's Jimmy right now, young guy, editor-in-chief. Look at you, Jimmy. You can't be more than, 30 years old or something like that? 32. Look at you, editor-in-chief.
How'd you get that job?
I killed somebody.
Did you pray to Jesus?
I prayed to Jesus and surrendered to a higher power.
I surrender. I surrender. And you have to sing it in the old Negro spiritual way.
Right. You got to sing it like you're a slave.
I surrender.
We will not be turned around. Jimmy, how long have you been the editor-in-chief of Maxim Magazine?
Exactly a year now.
Are you very happy that FHM Magazine went out of business? That's got to be good for Maxim.
We're getting a little bump on the newsstand. It's good for us, but at the same time, it's sad to see someone go as well, because it's good to have competition. It's fun to have people. Yeah, absolutely.
I would think it would be good to just be the only game in town.
Yeah, why would you want to be the only one?
You always want to be the only game in town, but the secret is I started at FHM, so I got a little soft spot for that. I helped launch it in America and stuff like that. It was my baby.
Why did they fail?
Well, they failed because they had bad stars on the covers.
Oh. Oh.
And they didn't charge any money for advertising, so the thing just lost a ton of money.
Who are the bad stars?
Porn stars.
Once you go into that category, what I like about these magazines is girls. It's sort of like girls who won't do Playboy, who are famous, but they want to be sort of naked.
Yeah, they want to get sexy, but at the same time they want to feel sexy, but it's also they want to do something for their career. You know, Maxim reaches 14 million readers. So they
Is that
know,
right? 14 million
14 million total readers. So they know if they're on the cover of Maxim.
Can you really call them readers?
Yeah.
14 million people look at the picture.
Hey, we had a Christopher Hitchens essay in there in January.
Right.
You know, so
I ignored it.
So they know, it's we're going to open their film, we're going to launch their album, we're going to do something big for their career.
Who was the last girl on your cover?
The last girl on the cover is our May issue was Rosalind Sanchez from Without a Trace. Right. Before that, we had Fergie from Grindhouse. We've had Christina Aguilera, Ava Mendez, Lacey Chabert from Black Christmas and Mean Girls.
Right. These are the kind of girls you want to see in sexy outfits and this kind of thing. A porn star you could always see
on the Internet for free or
right.
for $6 a month somewhere.
Okay. So let me ask you something. If a girl has done nudity, you don't want her.
It's kind of, it's why buy the cow when you get the milk for free? Mm. It's kind of like, people have seen it already. Once someone gets their goods out, it's going to be online everywhere. We want to we want women to look sexy, but it's more about than just sexy. It's about their career. It's about them having a little bit of heat. It's about them having some cultural relevance.
Who won't you put on the cover? That might surprise us. In other words, girls who, approach you, and they're on shows and stuff, but you will not put them on the cover. Can you think of someone?
Well, Oprah, we don't think we'd put on the cover necessarily.
You would, though, I think. I think you would. If
yes,
Oprah said, I want to do a sexy spread.
I don't know. Remember Roseanne Barr years ago did the cover of Gear magazine, and that was kind of like, that was the nail in the coffin, man.
What about Oprah in, short shorts?
Maybe some, little boy shorts and, a bustier or something like that. You never know.
I see. But you haven't turned down any celebrities? I imagine a lot of them come to you, but...
It depends, because people's careers rise and fall. Someone who's nobody, or you think past their prime, like a Terry Hatcher or someone like that, all of a sudden they get on a show like Desperate Housewives, and they're back on top again. So... you really don't want to burn anybody ever, because you never know when someone's going to be back on top again, just the way the careers rise and fall.
Who has appeared on the cover of Maxim magazine the most? Is it Pam Anderson? Who is the person that is the #1 person for covers in Maxim magazine?
There's been a few. I think Christina Aguilera has been on the cover.
She's hot.
She's been on the cover 3 times. She's been one of our #1 sellers. Carmen Electra's been on a few times.
Right, she's good.
I think Pam's probably been on 2 or 3 times. We try and mix it up. We try,
How many years does Pam Anderson have left before she's not on anymore? Will she hit the wall?
I was going to say the two of them, Carmen and Pam.
Right.
What are what's the shelf life? How much they got left?
The shelf life, I think that depends on how good the surgeon's knife is.
Right.
Keep on
true.
working, man.
Will you ever airbrush the girls? Will you enhance their assets, so to speak?
We never enhance anything. We do airbrushing and retouching just because that's part and parcel of the business.
Right.
But we don't do anything, any type of digital enhancement. A, it kind of upsets the talent, and B, it just looks kind of weird, like
all
a
right,
carnival
who
freak
is
show.
not good enough to be on the cover? Is every star good enough?
No, every star is not good enough, but at the same time, it's just whoever's looking hot. People can get back in shape.
Are some girls ugly in person, and then their photographs just sort of work for them? Like if you saw them in real life, they'd be pigs.
Like they say that about Cameron Diaz. Is she just a photographic beauty, but, you wouldn't notice her so much if she was just walking down the street?
I don't know. I wouldn't kick her out of bed for eating crackers.
You're not kidding.
She's pretty hot.
She's real hot. You want to know who I want to see in Maxim magazine?
Who?
And this is a new thought. Maybe you can go out and get her. I don't even know her name, but she was just on this week's episode of The Sopranos. She plays the
girl, the hooker.
Who is that girl? That is maybe the hottest girl I've ever fucking seen.
She's hot.
Who is she?
I need to find out. It's editor of Maxim magazine. We used to have a thing in Maxim called "Who's That Girl?" and it was before the girl, what's her name, Allie Landry from when she was first in the Doritos ad. We got to go out and find those girls all the time. They're totally hot.
Put her on the cover. That chick's
smoking. I was looking at her and I was like, wow, where'd they find her? She should have more of a role than that.
She had the good slight Jersey accent. Everything was perfect.
Everything was perfect. She was a good actress. And when she has her leg over Tony Soprano, like she's sitting on the couch, man, that just fucking killed me. She's really super hot. All right, let's get down to business.
Yes.
Maxim Magazine, of course, it's the Hot 100 list. It's going to be included in the June issue of Maxim Magazine on newsstands tomorrow.
Now, who gets together and names the girls or argues about who's hotter and who should be on the list and what order?
You know, we surrender to a higher power. And we figure that we can't
Everybody's
decide
surrendering.
This. No, you know, we get together about, it takes about 6 months to put this list together. We get, we get our photo editor, we get our creative director, the president of the company weighs in, we get people on staff, we poll the readers, and then we sit down and to get through the door, you have to be hot, obviously. Mm-hmm. And then to stay there, you have to be culturally relevant. You have to be talked about this year. Right. There has to be something going on in your career.
Number 10, who is the 10th most hot woman in the country right now?
Right now, it's Fergie.
Is the face really that good?
Whoa. You know what? Yes, absolutely. Fergie is gorgeous in person. So
Fred, go ahead. What do you want to say?
Please, she's a man beast. Dude, get your eyes checked.
I think Fergie has a great body.
Did you see her on that, was she on recently on American Idol?
Yes, she was.
She looks like that. She looks like that big horsey chick that used to be on Third Stone from the Sun.
Who's got that? Gary, bring in another copy of the list because it's hard for Jimmy to remember the actual list. Number 10 is Fergie. And then Gary, do you have another copy of the list?
Hello? Where'd he go?
I'm putting it out now.
All right, good.
Hey, by the way, Fergie hates you, Howard. I don't know if you remember that.
She hates me because I went on the air.
Our readers love Fergie, by the way, though. She's
right.
She's a huge seller for us.
Many years ago, this is how this started, and while Gary's printing this out for Jimmy. What happened was I was invited by a recording artist, female recording artist named Estero, out of Canada. You know
remember Estero, yeah.
Yeah, very talented woman. I became friendly with her. And I met her at a party, actually. And she said, you want to come down, and I'm going to be singing with the Black Eyed Peas. I said, who are the Black Eyed Peas? Never heard of them. They didn't even have a hit yet.
Uh-huh.
She goes, oh, they're a group, but they asked me to sing with them, and we're going to do a little something. You want to come to rehearsal? I said, sure, I'd love to sit in. I'd love to watch musicians work, and I'm a big fan of Estero's. And I saw the Black Eyed Peas for the first time, didn't know who they were, and they were doing this rehearsal. And Fergie came on stage, and she was singing a little bit, and then Estero went up and sang with the Black Eyed Peas, and it was just very obvious to me that Estero was blowing it out of the box.
Right.
So I got on the air, and I said, Estero is such a better singer than Fergie, but Fergie looks hot.
Right.
And Estero doesn't have that, that look. So I commented on that it's really not about the singing for Fergie. Well, Fergie came out and said, how could Howard Stern say I'm a shitty singer? How could he say this? After all, forget about looks. I pride myself on my singing. It's really important to me that I'm a good singer. So she took it, she got a bug up her fucking ass. But the fact was that Estero sang her off the stage.
Right.
That's all I was commenting on. So she became my arch enemy. Anti-Howard Stern. Sorry. Fuck you. All right, Jimmy, let's get back to business.
Right. She's number 10.
Number 10. All right, number 9.
Ava Longoria.
I'm not a fan of Ava Longoria.
You don't like her. Why is that?
She goes everywhere to every opening.
You think she's overexposed?
She's a fidget. I don't think she's that hot.
Our readers love her, Howard.
Unbelievable.
She's huge for us.
Fred, what do you think?
I agree with you, Howard. So far, he's missing on 2 of them.
All right, number 8.
Rihanna.
All right, Rihanna I've seen in person.
Absolutely.
I was hanging with Jay-Z.
Jay-Z signed her after 10 minutes in his office.
He said to me...
Of course he did.
He came up to me, Jay-Z. I don't really know Jay-Z that well. He came up to me and goes, that's my artist. I said, oh. And I found out she was like 17. Yeah. I'm like getting hot for her. So I said, this is a little young, but I got to tell you, what is she now, about 20?
She's, I think 19, actually.
19. She's way hot. I agree with you there. Fred, you know who Rihanna?
Yes, I do, and I would agree with that. That's the first good one you've got on the list.
Thanks, Fred. I appreciate it.
Who's number 7?
Ava Mendes.
Ava Mendes. Now, what's the difference between her and Ava Longoria?
I was going to say, you probably don't know Ava Mendes.
I don't like either one.
Ava Mendes was in Ghost Rider. That was her latest film.
Oh, okay. I don't really know her, so what do I know? Fred, is she any good?
Nah, she's cute. She really is.
All right.
Thank you, Fred.
Hitch? You never saw Hitch?
She was in Hitch as well.
Right.
I kind of ignore Will Smith movies by the opportunity.
Number 6.
Everybody did.
Number 6, Ali Larter.
I agree with you 100% there.
Well, Heroes
now in Heroes, yeah.
Such a huge show. There's a case of, like, all of a sudden you get the right project and you're going to be a huge star.
She looks like she could fuck and suck like you would not believe.
Do you know this woman took a break from Hollywood? I heard this the other day, that she left show business for a while.
Well, it did her some good.
And then decided to get back in, and she got back in a good
You have
way.
to. That town will drive you absolutely fucking crazy.
When somebody says they left show business, it means show business left them.
Yeah, really. Show business probably took the hike, huh?
You know, the hot one, the really hot one.
You go to all the shoots for these chicks? Ollie Lauder did a shoot for Maxim, I assume.
You know, not yet. We're actually we're trying to secure something for the fall with her.
Nice.
You know, I'll go to ones in New York. I have a wife and a daughter, so I try not to travel too much. You know, I'll get out to L.A. now and again and be bad while I'm out there. But
Number 5.
Number 5, Jessica Biel.
I am, again, one of these guys that doesn't understand
You
Jessica
don't get
Biel.
her.
I do not.
She could crush your head in her biceps. The girl's jacked.
Yeah, I don't need jacked.
But she's got a beautiful face.
Beautiful face.
See, I don't think so. Fred,
I agree. I think the face. there was a movie that came out. It was called The Illusionist.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was wondering what made her looks disappear.
I agree with you. I'm one of those
I don't dig it. I don't know.
I'm telling you.
I think these guys better start getting some corrective eye
Robin, you don't
surgery.
have a penis. You can't comment.
We're really selling the Hot 100 list here.
All right, number 4.
Number 4, Christina Aguilera.
I agree with you 100%.
Thank you.
Now,
Ding, ding, Howard.
I think he's got a top 5 list at best.
Christina Aguilera, to me, is one of the and I've said this for years, one of the sexiest girls I've ever seen.
And even more beautiful in person, actually. It's
very small, though, very tiny.
Absolutely incredible. You know, and when she looks really simple, it's amazing. You can't believe how beautiful she is in person.
Number 3.
Number 3, Scarlett Johansson.
You can't argue with that.
I do think she was the one in the Woody Allen movie.
Match Point.
Oh, friggin' gorgeous.
Women hate her. That means she's hot.
Number 2.
Jessica Alba.
Now, again, I have never felt anything.
Oh, come on. You're crazy. Where's the penis go? That's insane. That's insane.
She does not excite me. She's not. Maybe
there's been too many trannies in here. She's so hot.
She's not sexually attractive to me. That's my thing. Now, would I kick her out of bed? Of course not. You should see what goes in my bed. Fred, do you agree with me in some weird way?
This is one of those mixed ones. It's like where she's totally, absolutely
beautiful.
Stunning, beautiful woman. However, having said that, I think she is the most non-sexual person on the planet.
That you've said it
There
well.
is no vibe that comes from her that says, I will fuck you because you're a hot guy or anything.
All of America is waiting to hear the number 1 person on your list. Is this going to be controversial?
It's going to be a little bit controversial. A lot controversial.
The
number 1, Lindsay Lohan this year.
I agree with you. And I'm going to tell you why.
Why is she hot?
I'll tell you
Because
why.
she's gettable?
She's gettable. She's anything you read about this girl in the paper. First of all, she looks great.
You know, they just said she was down where? In Bahamas.
Bahamas making out with a guy.
At the opening of Atlantis Casino with
And she had a bottle of some booze in her hand.
I didn't see it.
No one saw it.
You didn't see it?
I didn't see it.
Thank you. You didn't see her drinking.
I didn't see anything. As far as I know, she was drinking water. She was home by curfew.
Lindsay Lohan, I don't know if she's the hottest woman in America, but I know what you mean. She's famous. She's always by a pool. She parties. She looks very fuckable.
See, I look at her and I think she has surpassed Angelina Jolie. I used to think Angelina was the most sexual woman.
Well, she's just smoldering. She's kind of like a star in that old, like Marlene Dietrich, old Hollywood sense of the word.
Yeah, she's really got that look.
I'm glad I don't see Angelina Jolie in the top 10. She's gotten too skinny, hasn't she?
Yeah, you know, if you keep adopting babies, it just starts to get unsexy after a while.
Like charity work and
charity can be hot, but it's just like when you get, it's like you
only
get
so much charity.
You get into Mia Farrow territory after a while. You start like saving birds.
Right.
Yeah, it starts to look like maybe you're mentally ill.
What is the limit on adoption so the girls know?
How many kids can you adopt before it's not hot?
3. I think 3 is the limit.
5 people, I want you to mention this real quick, who were on your list last year, dropped out of the list entirely.
Oh, really?
I am going to name those 5, and I agree with most of these. You took Kelly Clarkson completely out of the list.
You got to take her off the list.
She was looking good for a while. She has chubbed up.
Yeah, it's just sort of expired. Her shtick's kind of over. That's the thing with American Idol. The shelf life kind of...
She went bad?
But she looks fat, right?
I'll let you say that, Howard. I think, I just think it's more about a career thing. Than
Number 4, and this is kind of weird to me that you took her off the list.
Who?
Paris Hilton. Now, she's still sexual and sexy.
But she looks weird
I
to
just
me.
feel like, you know what? Again, it's not necessarily always about looks. It's about a career thing, too. She's just expired in people's minds. It just gets irritating.
And that's good to hear,
And then
actually.
I think it's perfect timing that she's going to the clink as well.
Would you put, if she called you tomorrow with going to the clink, which makes her even more in the news, if she called you tomorrow and said, listen, I need to be on the cover this month, you would turn her down?
Yeah, I would turn Paris Hilton down.
You would?
Because she's not, she doesn't have a career anymore. She
never had a career.
I know, but she had a moment.
It looked like she was going to have
She had a moment in time when it was okay, and now I feel like she's jumped the shark. She's just sort of, she's expired in people's minds. She's talked about, but I think she's talked about in the wrong way.
Do you think the readers of Maxim magazine would say, oh, no, I don't want to see another cover with Paris Hilton. We've seen her enough.
You know, we do a lot of polling, and people are tired of her. People kind of get annoyed with Paris.
But wouldn't the sales of your magazine go up if you put Paris Hilton on there?
I don't think so.
You don't? Not at this point.
No,
That's a very heavy statement.
Yeah.
Number 3, Terry Hatcher didn't even make it into the top 100 list of Maxim.
She was 101.
Why is that? I mean, is she too old? Is she too thin?
She's annoying.
Why is she annoying?
It's just too much information. Like, who names their biography Burnt Toast? You know, you're just like, she's the girl that doesn't shut her mouth when you're at dinner or something. It's like, please be quiet.
Has she been on the pages of Maxim magazine?
She was on the cover of FHM about 2 years ago.
That's the only time she did one of those magazines.
Yeah, I believe so. You know, it's just, she's just, the show's kind of going down a little bit. And
it's over.
Yeah, she's not.
Bridget Moynihan is number 2. Why is that? Because she's pregnant?
With child.
And that's a turnoff in your world,
unsexy.
Right? Yeah, very unsexy.
That's not going to help.
And I love this one, Jennifer Aniston. I don't find her hot either. She's not in the top 100. She has been in Maxim's top 100.
She keeps losing men. Is that what it is?
No, I just think that it wasn't necessarily her year. Like, just because you've been you don't want to be on the list because you've been a tabloid fixture in the wrong way. At the same time, if she has a big year next year, she'll definitely be back on the list. Our readers love Jennifer Aniston. We think she's beautiful. Again, it's not necessarily always all about being hot. You got to have something else going on in your career.
So you think the movie career that everybody predicted for her is sort of fizzled?
No, I just think it's stalled right now because I think she's a funny girl. She's got something about her that makes you want to root for her, because she was good in The Good Girl. Like, she's been good in certain roles, especially in indie films.
Has a star ever called you and said, why did you take me off the list?
Not yet, but, you know, hopefully this year we'll get some calls. You know, we want this to create a little bit of controversy. We want people to talk about it.
For the first time, Ashley Simpson is on the Maxim Top 100 hot list. What number is she? Do you remember?
She's actually above. I don't know exact number, but she's above her sister this year.
That's what I was going to ask. She's ahead of her sister on the list.
I agree with you. The sister's getting a little chubby. She's good-looking, Jessica Simpson. Ashley Simpson with a nose job. She looks good.
Beautiful right now. She's having her moment, and just like people... She's actually coming her own. I think she's put all that stuff behind her, the lip syncing and all that stuff, and now she's just, you know, like the news cycle is quick. You know, people forget about the past, and all people know is right now, and they think she's totally hot.
The one woman that Maxim refuses to put on the list, and I don't understand it for the life of me, is My Robin.
Oh, stop
Why
it.
Robin Quivers?
Oh, please. My moment has passed.
Next year, Robin.
Really, why not Robin Quivers? A, men love her. B, she's a huge celebrity.
I agree with you. Let's visit it next year.
What's going on? I mean, really, this is insane. I mean, at least in the top 50.
Not one cover.
She loves anal. She watches porno to get good at oral.
Don't sell me.
She loves anal.
Wait, I'm going to get you in there.
There we go.
Jimmy, thank you for stopping by. The Hot One Maxim Magazine's editor-in-chief is Jimmy Jelinek. He is, of course, celebrating the Hot 100 list. That's a great issue where all of the women are featured.
As usual, controversial, the list.
And pick up the June issue, too, because Sarah Silverman's on the cover. It's looking really hot. It's really funny.
Is she airbrushed, or did you leave her pretty much alone?
We left her pretty much alone. She looks pretty good. She was a little nervous. I promised I'd make her look like Karen Carpenter, but, like, she didn't need a lot that much done to her.
Jimmy, her boyfriend, was on the show yesterday.
That's right,
said there's a fine, downy-like hair on her belly. Did you
Covers
have to airbrush?
her completely.
Covers her body completely. Did you have to airbrush out the hair?
There was not any. There will be no wolf fur on a Maxim cover.
Jimmy complains there's a lot of fur on her.
Thank you for underselling that one, too.
Now, as soon as this interview is over, Jimmy will be on Maxim Radio, Sirius 108, to discuss the rest of the Hot 100 list. And don't miss the Maxim Hot 100 party tomorrow night at 9 o'clock on Maxim Radio. That's Sirius 108. Go to channel 108. For the big party.
You coming to the party, Howard?
I will probably not be at the party because
Do the girls come to the party?
Yes.
Oh.
All right, I'll be at the party. Jimmy, as long as you're not there and the girls are there, I will
not be. They don't let me go.
I don't need the competition. Let me tell you something. Have you ever banged a celebrity chick?
No.
You've never gotten one?
No.
Is that a kind of a bummer to you?
No, because you know what? They're never... You know what? They're never as good in person.
Really?
Yeah, you know, they're let down. It's really all about them. I'm a family man at heart, too.
I love girls where it's all about them.
Me too.
I tell you, the bigger the problem, the more I'm attracted.
Really?
Have you ever jerked off to Maxim magazine? Do you ever jerk off to your own magazine?
No, I try and leave it at work. You know,
you never jerk off to some of the pictures, even the outtakes? And,
no.
Do you have your own special pictures?
You know, there is a metal spank bank, but I'm like, but that's
Gary's got a special drawer for his under 18 magazines.
Barely.
I'm a fan of Barely 18 as well, Gary. I think you should be.
It's a good magazine. Now, there's a good article.
Who does Maxim compete with? Do you think they compete with Playboy?
No, I mean...
Who's the competition? Is it Barely 18 in some weird way?
You know, right now, now that FHM's gone, we're kind of in a weird space. You know, we're kind of competing with other platforms, from MTV to the Internet, you know, because that's really...
Stuff Magazine, but you guys own that,
Yeah,
right?
we own Stuff Magazine.
Why would you put out Stuff Magazine and dilute your own audience?
Well, because it's, you know, there's very little crossover between the two audiences. Stuff has more of a gear focus. It's more of a lifestyle. It's about rims and cool sneakers and stuff like that.
All right.
Maxim's more general interest.
All right, got it. Sort of the Time Magazine of Punani.
Time Magazine with attitude, as Pharrell Williams said.
Do you have a file of nude pictures or semi-nude of famous celebrity women that were outtakes?
We do not, but what we do have in the office that Gary would like is we call it the uglement. And a lot of our readers' wives and things like that, they send in some pictures, and you know, we're talking about like C-section scars. And,
oh my God!
Why don't you put out a special edition of that? Seriously.
Or a different magazine.
We'd probably lose all of our advertiser base. It's something we keep around. You know, like we get. Like, it's real bad stuff, you know. And if you ever want to come by the office, you know, we'll open up the file.
Oh, we would love it. I'm coming by. Let me ask you this, though. Sometimes when you're shooting for Maxim, the girls do get naked and they cover up with their hands and stuff like that. Do you have outtakes of celebrities who we've never seen nude pictures?
We don't. You know what? We give them the film. You know, we really try and respect the celebrities. We're not trying to do anything.
Get out of my studio.
Get out of here. It's just, you know, it's part of the business. You know, we work with these people day in and day out. So, you know, you really have to make it as comfortable an environment as possible. Otherwise, they're not going to want to show up on your set.
Jimmy, I like you.
Now, are you still after a lot of the celebutards? I noticed there weren't any of them on the list.
Yes, there is. Kim Kardashian is actually on the list.
She made the list?
Absolutely.
She's a celebutard.
You know, it's, you know, her what's her name? That's that dude, Ray J.
Ray J, with the sex film.
What a fucking name, Ray J. You know, so her, you know, like that landed on the list. Ray J, her dad obviously.
She's a hot chick. I could see that.
Her dad got OJ off, you know, so yeah, there you go.
Well, there it is. I like your list. I'm going to read Maxim Magazine, and good luck with the party tomorrow night. And, of course, we'll be listening on Sirius 108 to the big party and your interview as well. Thanks, Jimmy.
Thanks
and
a lot,
good
Howard.
luck to Maxim Magazine. We're going to take a break.
Right.
We'll be back right after these words. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. In Oklahoma, not Arizona. What does it matter?
So I got some feedback. Hanson, Howard, don't book anyone if that's all you can get.
Oh.
I'd much rather just hear you shoot the shit with the gang than have those weird fags in the studio. That was an interesting interview, but I couldn't give a shit. Kimmel was great. So that was one bit of feedback.
Wow, that wasn't nice.
Howard, you know, it's nice to hear those guys in Hanson with their youthful innocence and enthusiasm, especially about marriage. But they won't know what hit them when they get divorced and their ex-wives take them to the cleaners and they're in a custody battle leaving messages for their kid like Alec Baldwin. Have them back on the show when they get divorced and then talk to them. This guy says, Hanson sucks cocks. Get them out of the studio. Never play this song ever again. It's horrible. Then the complete opposite. The Hanson appearance was surprisingly great. They were funny, honest, and they really are good musicians. I think I might even download songs from them. Good booking, Howard. I mean, so you get so much feedback. Get those fucking Hanson kids off the air. I'm who gives a shit. Just go back to talking about Artie's weight or something. So, you don't know. I mean, you get all kinds of that. You got some...
Yeah.
People were complaining about you.
Yeah.
But people didn't complain about Jimmy. Everyone likes Jimmy Kimmel.
Well, that's why he's on TV, I guess.
This one said you were interrupting too much. Last week, the show was incredible. The fight over Gary's party was so real and grounded. This week, the show sucks between Richard and Sal's gay antics Your two sidekicks, Robin and Artie, stepping all over every sentence you say. I want to pull my hair out. I had to change the channel in the middle of the show for the first time in 15 years. Keep it real and less amateur. You sound like a weak Z100.
Ooh.
So you and Artie getting bashed.
Well, last week we had it right. This week we're off a little bit, I guess.
You ruined it this week. Let's see. A lot of people don't want any more Sal and Richard Gay stuff. Some people really upset that Hansy was on for a half hour. After a 3-day weekend, we get a fucking half an hour of fucking Hansy to start the show. Fucking awful. Howard, look, we all love to listen on Monday morning because everybody talks about what they did over the weekend. So over 30 minutes of Hansy is not cool. Gee, I thought Hansy was funny.
Hansy was telling us about his life.
That's right. I don't know. What am I, the crazy one? And let me see if there's anything else. Some people say Artie's getting weird with Lisa G. Sometimes he calls her a cunt, and then the next minute he's kissing her ass and says he wants to have sex with her. Where's he stand?
Has he called her the C word?
Let me see. Artie is a pussy with Lisa G. He said on the wrap-up show the other day that he was so close to calling her a cunt. Now Artie is kissing her ass saying he would like to make out with her. And tell Lisa to stop asking her friends to write emails about her sexy voice. Lisa makes me ill. I don't know. I like Lisa. Everyone agrees that the best segment was Grillo yesterday. Grillo is the best guest you have on the show. I could listen to that moron for hours a day. You need to get that mental midget some more airtime. There is nothing funnier than someone who is too stupid to even know they're stupid. I think Grillo is the male Jessica Simpson. He is the best. This guy wants to hear a debate between Grillo and J.D. Hey, Howard, love the segment with your old intern, Grillo. It'd be great if you could get rid of that ball licker and that panty-sniffing douchebag and hire him. At least he doesn't have to tape himself shitting to try and get a laugh. So, there it is. One guy says Jimmy Kimmel looks like William Hung.
No.
That's what he said. I laughed at this letter I got. You got to hear this one, Robin. Dear Howard, Mark Burnett is a friend of the show. We've had Mark Burnett on. He's the guy who created Survivor.
Yeah.
You know. He says, this strikes me as funny, and I don't know if it will anyone else. In the 17 years that I've been listening to you, I haven't asked you for anything, but I'm crying like a little girl right now. Mark Burnett announced a new show called The Pirate Master. At this point, Howard, as you dreamed as a child to be in radio, I have dreamed of only one thing, and that is to be a pirate.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, I read that line. You know, shame on you.
He ought to listen to that Oprah speech.
He dreams of being a pirate. So you know what? Go over to, like, Cambodia. I understand they actually have pirates.
Yeah, you don't have to. There's not even a school you have to go to. All you need is a boat, and then you need to go rob people on boats.
He dreams of being a pirate. Like, I've never heard of... I don't believe that. I think they invented the show Pirate Master, and this cat just kind of is saying to me he dreamt of being a pirate. Nobody dreams of being a pirate.
No. Especially not in this day and age. If you wind up being a pirate, it's by accident.
On my resume, it says pirate.
I was training to be a pirate.
What technically is a pirate? It's a guy... I'll tell you what I think it is. It's a guy on the open seas.
Yes.
Who likes to steal things.
They rob other ships, yes. That's what they do.
Although Amish dreams of being a cowboy. Like, just go be one already.
I think he's making his dream come true.
I think everyone on that Amish show should have worn a uniform. Not a cowboy uniform. I don't think that they should buy into that. Like Bernard McGurk should have been an airplane pilot. Or,
well, we were saying, no, somebody should have been an Indian.
Charles McCord should have been a pirate.
By the way, he should have taken them all to the ranch with him. I noticed he didn't do that.
Yeah. I wonder what those guys are doing.
Bernard McGurk is out there still fighting with Al Sharpton.
That's going well. Ricky Lake is on the cover of Us Magazine.
Us Magazine, I saw that.
She's proud of herself. She claims, A, that she now weighs 123 pounds. I believe that's bullshit. Yes, she's lost weight, but there's no way she weighs 123.
Bullshit.
It's bullshit.
Bullshit.
Secondly, they talk about how sexy she is. Now, she's in, like... She looks better, but she's certainly not sexy. So now she's posing in a one-piece bathing suit with high heels.
And a skirt.
And a skirt over it, like a little apron like your mom wears. And it's like, you know what? Yeah, you look better, but put some clothes on. You don't look that fucking good.
She doesn't look like she should be in that outfit.
Right.
No.
Absolutely. Did he ever show up? I guess not. Well,
is he late?
I would have thrown him on now, but he might be a little late. I don't know. You know, I'm going to just be a little serious here now. Pat Bombino, we mentioned this before. He was in our studio a couple of months ago. Artie even ended up taking him out to lunch. Pat Bombino was a fan.
Oh, yeah, I remember now.
There's a picture of him. Nice kid. And he died over this past weekend. And I just thought we'd remember him with his appearance on the show. This is Pat. We asked him if he wanted to sit in. His Make-A-Wish dream was to sit in on our show.
Yeah.
And we were happy to have him here, and we were talking about his cancer and everything. What a great kid. Just so he is remembered, here is Pat Bombino. This is Pat. What is it? Bombino. Hey, you're paisan, huh?
Salud.
Salud, Broccoli Rob.
Goes on.
So what's the Make-A-Wish thing? You're not dying, are you?
Nah, I'm not dying. Never that. I have Hodgkin's disease right now, and...
No offense, if you're not dying, what are you doing here?
How do you get a Make-A-Wish?
Well, you get to make a wish if you got any type of terminal illness, so...
Is it terminal, what you got?
Well, it's cancer.
Yeah, but you're not going to die or anything, are you?
Well, what happened was I was in Children's Hospital in Philly. I got diagnosed the first time when I was 17.
You're what, 19?
Yeah.
And what, are you mostly in the hospital all the time?
Yeah, I'm in and out of the hospital all the time. I was in college. I was going to Fairleigh Dickinson University in North Jersey, and I had to drop out, I guess you could say. I mean, I was diagnosed in November of 2004 with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
What's the difference?
It's really a big difference because they never see it. Like, it's very rare from non-Hodgkin's to Hodgkin's.
What do you got, Hodgkin's?
I have Hodgkin's now. I had non-Hodgkin's. I beat it, went into remission, grew all my hair back, and then lost it all again on a different cancer.
Wow, man. Too bad God was busy getting Oprah carded into the casting of The Color Purple. He was so busy worrying about Oprah that he forgot Pat Bombino.
Pat didn't sing I Surrender.
Want to hear a little more of Pat?
I
remember?
love listening.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I talked to Will the other day, he's like, oh, so your first wish was to go to the Playboy Mansion and meet Hugh. I'm like, Hugh?
Yeah,
Hugh?
Who you?
Girls.
Yeah.
Who?
Exactly right.
Fuck the old guy with the robe on.
Tell you what, we've all met you. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
You getting laid at all with this whole mess going on?
Am I getting laid? Yeah. I mean, yeah. Right now, I'm in a slump right now, Howard, honestly. It's been since October.
When's the first time you got it?
Me?
Yeah.
16.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
So before you got sick?
Yeah. I got lucky.
Just getting sick, though, man. Hey, have you gotten laid since you got sick?
Yeah, I got right the month that I got sick in October.
Right.
That was the last time.
So now you hit a slump because of the cancer.
Yeah, well, I don't even want to be bothered. I don't really want to even be bothered with anyone. When I don't feel good, you don't want to be bothered with nobody.
Well, let me ask you something. When you're on the chemo, do you still whack it?
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn, Robin, you really want to get into that? My dad's sitting in the green room. The lady from Make-A-Wish, they're going to be calling up Make-A-Wish offices.
You still whack it, right?
Who don't? I'm a man.
Right.
3-5 it.
That's right. This kid's no homo.
Yeah. Why don't you get the broad from Make-A-Wish to whack it for you?
Yeah, talk about a wish.
I got a wish. You give me a hand job. And I'll play a little more if you're interested.
It's not. He was such a, he had a great spirit.
He did. He was a good kid. So they give you a good diet. Did they give you any odds on if you're going to live?
Nah, not at this point. I mean, it's kind of early. I got diagnosed in October, so it's only been a couple months on the new cancer that I have.
I got to say, I like you.
Do you?
Yeah, you seem like a cool dude.
Now you're attached.
Well,
man, I am attached to you, you bastard.
Actually, Howard, Pat, I think, has just switched hospitals because things weren't going so great at the first one.
What, ugly nurses?
Nah, actually, ugly nurses. He took one of them home.
Really?
What?
True story.
You banged a nurse?
Get the hell out.
You're like
you
Blue
banged
Iris.
a nurse?
He pulled her in
Blue
the
Iris. She was
hospital.
23.
Player. Wow. Look at you.
While he's getting
I actually looked good at some point.
I don't think you look bad. I just figure, I thought you didn't want to be touched when you got your cancer. And
you feel like weird. It's like different. You know what I mean?
Only with the lips.
You must have a good rap, man. I mean, the way you get a nurse to go home with you, man, that's nice.
You just say, suck my dick.
Nah, she wasn't a nurse. She worked at, like on the floor.
Well, you don't want to give too much information.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't want to identify some chick is banging.
Exactly.
Give us all the details in the commercial.
Yeah, you got it.
And what room you in.
How'd you do it,
My grandmother's basement.
How'd you pick her up? What line did you use?
She's like, this ain't a fucking Hoover house. My grandmother says.
That's what my wife says.
My grandmother says.
Well, Pat Bombino died over the weekend.
And he really had high hopes, I think, there.
Kid was getting laid, even though he was
picking up girls in
experiencing
the
cancer
hospital.
and chemo and Hodgkin's disease. I never learned the difference between non-Hodgkin's and Hodgkin's disease. And I'm sure if you explained it to me, I still wouldn't understand it. But
well, you don't really need to know. It's the doctors who need to know.
The only person I'm angry about with all this is Robin.
Why?
Well, do you remember this? What you didn't do for him?
Oh, here we go.
All right, we're all pulling for you, number one.
Yeah, you'll be all right, man.
What's your real wish? What do you want? I mean, okay, so you got to come up here. What do you want me to do for you?
What were you hoping would be happening?
I'm hoping that we're doing what we're doing right now, honestly, yeah.
All right, I'll put you on the list if something cool happens.
Yeah, let me know.
You want to bang Angelina Jolie?
I'll bang anything that looks like that.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'm going to try and hook that up for you. I feel like I should give you a hand job or something.
Here, use my hand.
Would you like to feel up Robin?
Oh, stop it.
Oh, Robin, it's Make-A-Wish.
Robin, it's from Make-A-Wish.
How dare you?
I am not on the table.
Wow. Well, get on one. You're so selfish with those things.
I thought he was going to live.
Shame on you.
If I had known he was going to die,
shame on you.
I would have done it.
Pat Bombino, rest in peace. Nice kid.
How old was he?
I think he was 19 or 20 or something. He was really young, right? Fred, how old? No, how old was he?
He was still getting Make-A-Wish. How old was he?
I don't know. He might have been too old for Make-A-Wish.
We don't know how old he was.
Real quick, Jeff the Drunk just got out of surgery. Here's a quick update for those of you who are following that story.
Buddy?
As you know, Jeff was in a bikini down here. We took one look at his behind, and we saw that his backside was covered in some sort of weird thing.
And he needed to be rushed to a hospital.
Oh, here he
Hello?
goes. Can you lower the radio, dude?
Hold on, let me shut off.
Like you don't know.
No, it's not the radio. It's the TV. It's broke.
All right.
Sorry, it's off.
How'd surgery go?
All right.
I'm still echoing.
Yeah, what's that all about?
All right, I got to go, Jeff. Thank you.
All right, you can't talk to me a minute.
Not if it's echoing. It's making me mental.
There's none. Hold on.
He knows what he's doing wrong.
I don't know.
No, there's nothing I can do about it, Howard.
Why are you echoing?
I'm on the phone in the hospital.
All right, there's nothing I can do about it either, so there's something wrong here. There's something going on with you.
Anyway, it's the size of my fist.
And this happened the other day, and then he fixed it. He knows what to do to fix this.
No, I do not, because the other one has the value control on it, and this one don't.
What?
I'm in a different room.
Oh. Well, when you get it fixed, call me back, okay?
Fine.
I mean, I'm happy to talk to the guy. I just can't take the echo. I mean,
Somebody find out the information and tell us how Jeff is.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, Bill, you're on the air.
Hey, now, Howard.
Hey, now.
I see that Ozzy's on a promotion tour, and I got a question for Fred after this, too, but I see that Ozzy's on a promotion tour, and I wonder if he's coming in to do the show.
Funny you bring that up. I saw the newspaper today, and Ozzy was appearing on the Jim Kerr show, and he appeared, he's going on WrestleMania, and he's going
doing the Bob and Tom show.
The Bob and Tom show. I don't know. Maybe Ozzy determined that our show isn't useful to him with only 6 or 7 million loyal listeners.
Is that right, you think?
Well, I'll tell you, you're making a mistake.
Wait a minute. Sharon's been in here.
I know. Gary, did you ever hear from Ozzy? Did he blow us off? Love that guy. Love him on the show, but...
I didn't even know he was coming to town.
Yeah.
Huh.
Does he usually contact us, or do we contact him?
They always contact us.
Yeah.
But I'll find out.
Maybe somebody convinced him that because we're not on terrestrial radio, somehow we have no influence.
See, I didn't even know he was in town, because Jimmy told me yesterday that he's got him on next week.
Yeah.
But is he in New York?
Everybody but you.
Yeah, he kind of blew us off. We're the guys who sort of put him on the map with that whole, I don't know.
But
I can't say that. I mean, I'm not going to say we put him on the map. I mean, Ozzy's been on the map.
They made people a lot more aware of him than they would have.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
They never looked at him before as a guy you could sit down and interview and have fun with.
Who knows what company he's with now?
That's true, Robin. He's very hard. Like, I used to get him through the record company, but now that he's not always a record guy, he's not always represented by the record company.
Right.
It sort of changes who represents him.
I wonder if she's pissed from goofing on the kids a little bit.
I don't know. I always thought I had a good relationship with them.
We've had Sharon on since we've been on satellite.
Sure. Recently.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's your next question?
Hey, Fred, I'm wondering why Fred doesn't do Jeopardy.
I don't know that he ever, like, kind of applied or anything.
No, I never tried out for it. I mean, I guess if they were in New York, I'd probably do it, but they're out in L.A.
Yeah, I think he'd be good on there.
He would definitely be good.
And unlike Artie, Fred doesn't want to miss his main job.
Okay, Howard, let me ask you one more thing.
I don't. Sometimes I say to Artie, I go, Artie, rescue me. I've never seen the show, and I'm sure Dennis Leary's a nice guy and all that.
It's supposed to be a really good show.
I'm sure it is.
And Dennis Leary is a nice guy. I can attest to that.
But I'm like, this job is so much better than being on Rescue Me.
You can't convince Artie of that.
I know. He thinks if you're on TV, it's just like the greatest fucking thing on the planet.
And this is in the way of that.
I know. I mean, like, why would you miss this for Rescue Me?
He said the other day, he said, this is it. If you sign another contract, he's gone because he's got to be free for things like Rescue Me and Entourage.
Oh, Ozzy Osbourne's on the phone. Hey, Ozzy Osbourne's on the phone. So let me talk to him. He's going to
hang on 1 second, Howard.
What?
Can you hang on? I just have one more question for you.
You mean you don't want to hear Ozzy Osbourne?
Yeah, I do, but I know he's going to hang up on me if I don't say it now.
All right, I'll put you on with Ozzy. How's that?
Oh, okay.
All right, hold on. You a fan of Ozzy's?
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Especially on your show.
Ozzy.
Hey, what's going on, man? What are you doing?
Let me ask you something. I'm not sure why you came to town and did Jim Kerr, who, really, how many listeners do you think Jim Kerr has? I guarantee you we have more.
Of course you have more. It's got nothing to do with the fact that I don't want to come on your show. It's just the fact I do it what Sharon tells me to do, so I just go.
You just go?
Yeah, if she tells me to go, I'll just go. If the guys want to book me, I'll come on tomorrow.
You don't think I'm in New York? Why am I not seeing Howard?
I can't even remember what I did 5 minutes ago, let alone not even think about what I'm going to see when Howard Stern.
Where are you now? What are you doing right now?
I'm driving down one of the streets of Manhattan.
Oh, you are?
I'm in a car, yeah. She's got me going someplace else.
See, so does that answer your...
I think she booked me on some internet radio show for my next appearance.
Anything but here.
Exactly, I'm going to go to the Jacob Javits Center or something like that, and then internet radio.
But we didn't do anything to offend you, did we?
No, I love you with all my heart and soul. I would never do nothing to be offended, of course.
Why don't you turn to her right now while we're listening and tell her you're the boss of your life now and tell her to stop bossing you around. Do that now.
She's got faith in this girl.
No, tell her right now to her face. Repeat after me and turn to her and look at her and go, Sharon, I am the boss of my life. Fuck you. Go ahead, say it.
Sharon, I am the boss of my fucking life. Go fuck yourself.
Thank you, Ozzy.
And now she just kicked me.
She kicked you.
She kicked me and punched me.
Well, I'm glad you told her off.
Who is that?
All right, thank you, Ozzy.
I love you guys.
Love you.
God bless you.
Bye-bye.
Get your ass in here.
That's right. Well, there you have it, Bill.
Okay, Howard, last week you got mad at Gary.
Back to business.
Last week what?
He's back on script.
I gotta love you, Robin. Last week you got mad at Gary because he screwed up this laughing game.
Right.
I had 3 out of the 5. Do you still got that?
All right, hold on, I'll get it. Hey, Gary, give me the laughing game and I'll do that.
Did they fix it?
Yeah, they fixed it, supposedly.
All right.
But you know me, I burn out on it. And then I'll play you a tape of Bill O'Reilly selling a pen. He now has a no-spin pen.
D is here.
And D is here, too.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Howard, I know you don't like to fleece the listeners, but I'd like to have some Howard Stern stuff. I wish you'd market a little bit.
I'm not selling a Howard Stern pen.
You give him a jacket.
Chair.
It's disgusting.
And a chair.
Please email us pithy comments, O'Reilly@FoxNews.com, O'Reilly@FoxNews.com. Name in town, name in town, name in town if you wish to opine. And please do not be a curmudgeon when writing.
Who is writing to that show?
To us. Now, take a look at this. This is the brand new Spin Stops Here pen for Father's Day, for Dad. This is a beauty, okay? And when you buy it, my portion of the proceeds go to charity. Make Dad happy.
Bullshit.
Be a good person. That's it for us.
Can I tell you something? They've done studies that if you say proceeds will go to charity, like Paul Newman,
people, yeah.
Paul Newman dressing, everyone buys it because the proceeds will go to charity. People like that.
They said if somebody has a choice between 2 or 3 products and one of them, any amount of proceeds are going to charity, people are more inclined to buy that one.
Right. So what you do is you say a portion are going to charity.
But what portion?
Who knows?
Well, it's his company probably putting them out, and then he has a portion that's supposed to go to him.
Right. In other words, if the whole company...
Somehow I think if we looked into it, he's got to be making some money somewhere.
Right. If it's his company putting it out, but his portion is 5%, then he'll just get the other 95%.
Yeah, that does seem like maybe that's happening. Oh, by the way, let me play this, too, and then we'll play the laughing thing and then get Dean here. Baltimore Orioles pregame show. Some guy just said the word fuck. It's great. It's just great. It's just great, the whole thing.
I'll tell you, I'm going to stand by Boogs just to keep warm by the pit grill there. Jeez, it's cold, but I'm here with my friends from Under Armour. It's Armour Day, 900 employees from Under Armour.
I didn't even know what Under Armour is, but now I do know.
What is it?
According to Gary, Under Armour is like bigger than Nike now.
Or almost as big.
Under Armour is you wear it under your clothes if it's cold out and you're playing sports and shit, so it keeps you warm. And it also, I don't know how it know, but it keeps you cool.
Oh, it can do either. It's like the thermos.
No, that's a different one.
Oh.
I have to buy 2 every year. One is the one to keep you warm in the winter and keep you cool in the summer. They're different.
Under Armour.
Yeah.
I never heard of it. But anyway, they're here celebrating Under Armour.
All right.
Okay.
Under Armour came out to the park and enjoying the bullpen picnic area. You guys having fun?
Having a fucking great time.
Oh! Wow. So Under Armour is obviously a lot of people working for Under Armour here and trying to have a good time, and we're trying to stay warm with them. But
what a douche. That's great.
Remember,
was he an employee of Under Armour?
I bet you he got fired.
Also going to affect the pitchers.
Wow.
Fucking great time.
I didn't even have to say it.
You got to put that in the beginning of the show for that one.
Absolutely.
I'll save that for you.
Fucking great.
Fucking great time.
I love that she starts laughing.
She didn't know what to do.
She didn't know what to do. Yeah, she was caught.
Hey, she didn't say it. That's good.
Caught off guard.
Well, did I play you this? Did I play the Sal's Gay Happy Days theme yesterday? From the Bleeding Deacons?
Sunday, Monday, Sabbath gay. Tuesday, Wednesday, Sabbath gay. Thursday, Friday, every day. Sabbath gay. Gay buffet. To do some gay stuff for you. You know that Sal is such a fan. Richard too, those guys are gay. Richard licked Sal on his outside. He dug it too, those guys are gay.
There was a new one that came in yesterday. Was that it? Or there's another new one.
That was the one from today.
That was the Gay Papa song that they changed.
Yeah, they did that, too. That was good. They did a real good thing with the Gay Papa thing. Did you guys hear that? I'll play it for you real quick. Here's the Bleeding Deacons doing I'm a Gay Papa. And this is pretty good.
The band show?
The band show. They're looking for America's... It's American Idol, but for a band.
Now, do they have an age limit, though?
I don't know, but I mean, if they did even that song right there, and because
nobody... As an audition.
As an audition, they don't know who Sal is. They just say, hey, that's a cool song, Sal's a Gay Papa.
Now,
they're good.
What's the difference between the show you just described and Rockstar Supernova? Isn't that the same?
Rockstar Supernova was where they took a well-known band, and that was looking for a lead singer. This is just looking for America's great next band.
Yeah. By the way, the whole gay thing with Sal, I got so many calls about it. I got a buddy that I grew up with who listens to the show a lot. He called me later on that day, and he said, remember when we were in college and we were, like, so fucking broke we couldn't do anything? I'm like, yeah. He goes, did you ever entertain the idea of licking a guy's balls? I'm like, never.
All right, Bill, here's the laugh thing, okay?
All right.
In fact, I'll tell you what, I'll let you play for $500.
Cool.
Courtesy of the all-new Porky's One Size Fits All 25th Anniversary Special Edition DVD. The Porky Special Edition DVD is available in stores May 22nd. Get 3 out of 5, okay?
All right.
All right, here we go.
That sounds like Richard. I mean, not Richard. Richard Christie.
Okay, I guarantee you're wrong.
Yeah, but play that again. I sort of recognize that.
I do, too. I know who it is.
In fact, I think I know who it is. Play it. Yeah, I know who it is.
Okay. Is it Richard Christie, Gary?
It is not.
I know. Is it Bigfoot?
It is.
I knew it. You got it wrong, dude. That's Bigfoot's laugh. Listen again.
Yeah, that's hardly Richard Christie.
Yeah, we sort of gave you an easy one.
That was the easy one.
Shoot.
Shoot.
No, you got one wrong. Here we go, number 2.
J.D.?
Is that right, J.D.?
I don't think so.
This is a tough one. This is a tough one.
Well, he says J.D. Is it J.D. or not?
It is not J.D.
Who is it?
It is Crackhead Bob.
I'm going to listen carefully. Oh, yeah. Boy, dude, you got 2 wrong.
Man.
You got to get the next 3 right.
Yeah, don't fool around.
This one, I thought I had those 2 right.
This is a softball, okay? This one's a softball.
Softball, dude.
All right, come on.
That's easy.
We know that's Austin.
Elliot Offen, right?
That's correct.
You got that right.
So you're going to get the next 2 right.
Oh.
That I know.
Ooh. So you know that.
Really?
Yep.
I don't know that.
Simple.
Can I hear it again?
Tell you what, I'll give you a hint. He's going to be in here in a few minutes. Listen again. It's not Dee Snider, but he's going to be in here in a few minutes. Now, do you know who it is, Robin?
I think I may. But I don't recognize it.
And you just said who was going to be there in a few minutes, and I can't remember.
All right, I'll pass you on that one. It's Gary Garver, our reporter.
Geez, and you guessed that one when you first heard it, too.
Yep, that's Gary Garver. All right, I'm going to let you slide on that one. Here you go.
Okay, that's Elliot Offen.
No, I got that one. I'll do it again. No, you're wrong. What is it? I'll give you a second shot. Here.
Who do you think it is, Howard?
I think it's either Elephant Boy or... Wait, let me hear one more time. One more time.
No.
Oh, I know who it is. Gary the Retard.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Wow, you're good at this.
You're very good at this.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give you that one because I got it right.
You're a good man.
All right, now here's your last one.
So he's got to get this one right.
He's got to get it right.
On his own.
Is this the last one?
Well, I've got plenty more.
All right.
Give me an easy one, Gare.
That's easy.
Oh, that's easy.
Everyone,
I know that one.
Elephant Boy, right.
That's correct.
That was Fred.
That was
There
Elephant
you
Boy.
go.
Fred the Elephant Boy.
So you win.
All right, you won $500 in the all-new Porky's One Size Fits All 25th Anniversary Special Edition DVD. The Porky Special Edition DVD is available in stores May 22nd. Hold the line, okay?
Cool, Howard. Hey, listen.
Yeah.
I'll take that Howard jacket that Robin offered. I wear it very proudly.
I don't know what that is.
There is no such thing.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Howard.
All right, later. Let's see, I'll put you back on hold. Dee Snider's here from formerly of Twisted Sister.
They're not together anymore?
I guess they are. I don't know where Dee's at with the Twisted Sister thing. He, like, dumped those guys, and then they were pissed at him. And
But then they got back together. I mean, they've been in...
answers. I'll give them I'll get the answers from Dee.
You've got answers. All right.
Dee grew the Twisted Sister hair out, so I'm kind of feeling like...
They must be
They
back.
must be back together on some level. Because, like, Dee shaved his head for a while and became, like, a monster movie star.
Right.
And then
he became an actor.
Became like a monk or something.
And then he grew the Twisted Sister hair back, so I know he must be out there either a great adventure or something. I don't know.
All right. First of all, before I forget, about 1,000 people the last 10 years have said, say hi to Howard. So.
Oh, good.
That's
you
for
get
all
that?
of them. Yes, of course.
They run boys and say, tell Howard I said hi.
Tell
Like,
Howard I love him.
Dee, explain to me. Here's what I
Jeez,
understand.
nice. What is...
Here's what I remember.
Yes.
There was a time where you were saying, hey, Twisted Sister was cool, it was part of my life, but I don't want to be one of those old rock stars, you know, staying too long at the party kind of thing.
Absolutely.
All right, so you tell the band, which...
Well, you could hardly be that band with the Rolling Stones still.
Oh, how about Kiss? They're like a fart in a paper bag.
Yeah.
Well, the fact is,
never leave.
You decided, hey, I'm going to go out on top. You know, Twisted Sister had their... Well, okay, you went
sort
out.
of.
You went out.
I was actually showing the door. Let's be frank. But
all right.
But same time, I didn't want to be one of those guys.
You don't want to be a guy who was maybe third on the bill at Great Adventure.
Or some oldies, you know, compilation
Right.
show.
So then, I guess you put out your, you know, and then for a couple of years, like, none of the guys were talking to each other. Like, Animal wasn't talking
10
to you.
years.
10 years, right?
Really?
Yeah.
10 years.
Oh, yeah, 10 years.
They hated Dee because they were like, you know, there's still some gold to be mined here.
I thought some of them didn't even want to tour. What are you talking about?
No. They would have kept it going, I think.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, and some of them, I think, did. I think there was a Twisted Sister band.
Without Dee?
No, they never did that. I mean, to their credit and to my discredit, I went out at some point
Without
desperate
them.
for cash. Not as Twisted Sister, but went out and played Twisted songs in bars because I just needed to raise some money, to be honest.
Okay.
You know?
So then, at some point, I think you guys got together to make the Christmas album, and that sold well.
Well, yeah, we got to back it up a little bit. About 4 years ago, we patched things up. We became friends, and really for the right reasons, I really want to say, because I'm doing good. Radio and TV and voiceover work, I'm doing...
You're making a living.
I'm good,
Right.
you know. So, but we wanted to sort of end on a better note.
Right. Okay.
So we reunited about 4 years ago, and we're doing 20 to 30 reunion shows
big festivals usually.
So
full-on old school, the whole 9 yards.
With the hair and the whole thing?
Hair, makeup costume.
Everything.
People want to see it as they remember it. They
right.
don't want to. They don't want some sort of...
So you got the blue eyeshadow and everything?
Oh, yeah, babe. You haven't seen it? Oh, my God, the whole... And I put extensions in, so I have the big hair.
Is it a come down to you? Because you're the guy who said, I'm never going to be that guy. I'm never going to be at Great Adventure with Rat and 12 other bands.
Right.
And, you know...
Oh, well, wait to hear what we're doing this summer. Good God.
What are you doing?
Well, we don't play often at all, and we're really going to call it a day this past year. And the freaking Christmas album was a hit.
Right.
A hit, a holiday hit.
Right.
So now we're like, all right, well, 25 years ago I would have punched you in the nose if you said I was going to have a Christmas album. So we kept it together. And because this year we're going to do another video, and we're going to do a lot of promotion. It sells records,
Right.
But there's something called Rocklahoma going on. July 13th, 14th, 15th.
Not Rocklahoma.
Well, it might be.
Rocklahoma.
Rocklahoma.
Okay.
25 hair bands from the 80s.
Oh, my goodness.
Are all gathering for one big concert event.
Besides Twisted Sister, who will be there?
Poison, Rat, Warrant, Winger, Slaughter. Then you get the Bullet Boys, Bang Tango. Vince Neil's going to be there. Dawkins, all the bands.
You've stayed in very good shape, but when you go to some of these, like the guy from Rat, I think the lead singer, is Steve Piercy? Is he in good shape? Is he fat now? Do these guys look a mess?
He was a mess. Was. Okay? I saw them go out there, and it was sad. I mean, just shuffling slowly around the stage, bloated.
Really?
And
what is it? Do these guys just abuse themselves so much? What about the guy from Cinderella, the tall dude?
He looks great.
He looks good.
There's some bands that really, like Poison, they really have it together, and they really still... You watch them. Somebody said, a guy did a review. It was one of the guys, I forgot the band, but one of the magazines said, when a reunion is bad, it makes you feel old.
Right.
Like you see Crosby, Stills, and Nash, and you go, good God.
Right.
What happened?
So if everybody looks good, it kind of makes you freeze in time.
All of a sudden, it's like you're back in high school, and it's like takes you back.
Right. We were talking about that infomercial with Air Supply, and you don't even recognize that.
Do you know that one guy in Air Supply is Angus and Malcolm's brother?
I didn't know that.
George Young.
You're kidding.
Yeah, George Young and
of
Vanda.
AC/DC, his brother.
Wait a minute. The guys, Vanda and Young from Air Supply, were the guys from the band The Easy Beats in the 60s, Friday on My Mind. Okay, that was their band. They produced AC/DC, those two guys from Air Supply, because it's Angus's older brother. And all their early albums were with Vanda and Young Productions, and then they formed Air Supply.
Wouldn't it be a great movie like Rocklahoma, right? You go there. It's
like one of those road trips.
All these 80s hair bands, and they're all in one place, and then someone tries to kill all the hair bands.
Right.
And nobody cares.
It was his mastermind.
One of those Agatha Christie things.
And then we live in a world with no 80s hair bands.
Some guy has a thing for 80s
And I said it again.
Bands.
Nobody cares.
The greatest thing that you have ever done.
I just want to say about Stephen Piercy.
Yes.
He cleaned up, got his act together, and last time I saw him, he was thin, singing great, and he was sober, and he was together for the past few years. And they've reunited.
And do you hang out with these guys backstage, or are you just to yourself and do your thing?
I didn't back in the day, and I don't really now. I don't think a lot of them are really crazy about me, because I have this show on terrestrial, which I won't mention, but it's a hair metal show.
You can mention it.
Okay, well, it's House of Hair. I've been doing it for 10 years now.
It's fine to mention that.
And
we're not insecure about terrestrial radio. Terrestrial radio is insecure about us.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm on over 200 stations, and I make fun of everybody on the show.
Right.
But, me too. I mean, it's just, but some guys take themselves a little too seriously.
Yeah.
But I'm way too big, as most people know, to actually say anything confrontational.
Right.
Like Kip Winger came up to me at an event, and I was standing, and he came walking up, and, they say the closer you get, the bigger I get. And he came up, and as he approached me, he kind of looked, he says, hey, I hear, and he thumped me on the chest. And he goes, I hear what you've been saying on the radio. And he goes, wow. You're in shape.
He was looking at Smart Images.
And he smiles at me.
Nice to see you.
Yeah.
I can beat your ass.
Cool, yeah.
There is a video that is circulating on YouTube. I've seen it a couple of times
It's
now.
great.
No comment.
Why do you say no comment?
Talk about that?
It is great. It's D. How old were you in that tape?
Judging by the pants, it's got to be, it was England, it's got to be mid-20s.
It literally is a tape that someone caught, randomly, where D was walking around.
What video? It was like
they'd have to have a
early
big camera.
80s.
You'd be able to see it.
Yeah, it was like one of those things they have in studios now.
Do you remember that a guy was following you with a camera?
You know what? I don't remember the event. I don't remember being filmed. But I do remember, being confronted, as you well know, regularly. And
you were walking around in England. Two guys had a real attitude with you.
They saw you.
They saw you, and I guess they threw the first. Here it is. It's over there. There you are. And
I'm not even sure. I mean, it looks like me. I had those pants, and I've been in situations like that.
Yeah.
I don't.
You can throw down.
That was a good move.
D, I'm watching the film right now for our radio audience. What happens is you're walking along, and this kid comes along and punches you in the face. You take him, you beat him, you pick him up off the ground and throw him down on the ground.
Like a woman is beating him up.
And then
that was the funny thing. People, the humiliation of being beaten up by me was that it was like this chick was beating you up. And you had to go tell somebody, wearing platforms and heels and shit.
You were walking down the street, a guy just punches you in the face because I guess people had a thing against you because of your look and you were wild looking and all this.
Again,
and you just beat, I know you're a tough guy, you beat the shit out of him.
Well, judging by the clothes and stuff, that's before I was famous.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was a big thing for me.
So people would just pick on you because of the look.
Yeah. Do you have this at all? I mean,
I get picked on for my look all the time.
No. When you were younger.
Yes.
When you were younger, sort of, being a freakish kind of guy and getting hassled. And at some point in your life, because of your success, you cross this line where people like you.
Yeah,
and
now it's cool.
And for a while, you kind of walk around like a defensive pose, and then you realize you don't really have to be anymore because people are very positive about you and accepting. It was a weird change for me.
It is strange. It is strange. I mean, I remember even like Marilyn Manson. I remember seeing him before he got famous. He used to show up at our show sometimes. And people, freak, disgusting, dirty, this and that. And then when he had a hit record, it was suddenly in vogue, and he was like the guy you love,
Yeah, I asked Alice Cooper about this, and Alice said if you were around long enough, you survive. You sort of become accepted and a part of the fabric of our, whatever we are, Americana. So it's just, it's Alice, it's Howard, it's Dee.
Right.
And that same shit that got you in so much trouble now is just sort of, they just sort of accept it.
What is it like to walk down the street and have a guy just randomly punch you in the face? I mean, for no reason whatsoever.
It's not good.
No. But being a man, you defended yourself.
Good. The problem with the hair is it's like a blinders. The big hair, you remember you had it.
Well, I noticed.
It hangs in your face and you don't see it coming.
Right.
Yeah. I noticed that your hair is so big in that fight, the guy gets off the first punch, he just punches you in the face. And like, when you're fighting, it's like you have to push you're like Jennifer Aniston.
It's almost like, the hair is a problem, but you
It's totally a problem.
Yeah.
That's what,
Jeff, you're on the air with Dee Snider, and I'll tell you why Dee is here and what he's trying to do to raise money for what is the charity I'm thinking of?
March of Dimes, Bikers for Babies, this Sunday.
Right. I'm going to talk about that with you. Okay. But go ahead, Jeff. You're on the air.
Hey, Howard, what's cooking, buddy?
Hey, now.
Hey, about 4 years ago, I wanted to ask Dee if he remembers me putting a camera in his face on the beach in Puerto Rico.
Beach in Puerto Rico.
You were down there doing some promo stuff for VH1, and your wife and yourself were on the beach in Puerto Rico. And I came right up to you guys and told you to say hi to the Radio 104 fans up in Connecticut.
How'd I do? I didn't freak out or anything, right?
What's that?
Did I freak out?
No, well, you needed to freak out, but you weren't too pleased. But,
did he beat you up?
No.
I did get some good shots of his wife in a bikini, man. It's great.
Well, Dee has a very
wank material.
Yeah, did you wank off to Dee's wife?
Oh, absolutely.
That's nice.
I guess that's like the highest compliment man can get.
Absolutely.
I think it's the greatest when someone says they wanked off to, my wife.
Especially, Suzette wanted to come up here with Cheyenne because my daughter's in town with us. We're doing some promotion. She's the ambassador kid for the March of Dimes. She said, I want to come up and say hi to everybody. I said, I don't want Cheyenne up there listening to this.
How old is Cheyenne now?
She's 10.
Wow.
10?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. You don't want to...
No, actually, dude, I don't remember.
I haven't got it on YouTube yet, though.
I don't remember.
Now, you recently renewed your marriage vows with your wife?
Yeah.
That sounds very gay.
What's that all about?
Yeah, what is that? How did you get talked into that?
I didn't get talked into it. I wanted to do it.
What did you do? Were you on a beach somewhere? You had invited people to this?
No, we actually were going to do it down in the islands. Because Suzette and I have been together 31 years now, but married 25.
It's pretty good.
And we were going to do it down in the islands, a place we go. But I had this project called Van Helsing's Curse, which is this gothic rock orchestra. We were performing out in Vegas, and we decided to have a big gothic ceremony on stage with the orchestra playing at the end of one of our shows.
What do you mean a Gothic ceremony? What were you wearing?
I was wearing, real old, the same thing I'm wearing now. No, I was wearing, I was old white-faced in the black velvet, and like the Victorian-looking
Is every day Halloween
stuff.
for you?
Yeah, he's always dressing up.
Really?
No, it's not.
I mean, really, you're always dressing up.
What does his closet look like?
Black. It's all black.
And what about your wife? What did she wear?
She had this killer. She made it actually because she made
She's very
clothes.
talented.
It was like this completely see-through, but it was lined, black lace hot pants with high thigh-high vinyl spike heel boots.
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
She was smoking. And Penn Jillette, he performed the ceremony.
Wow.
Oh.
And we did it out at the Hard Rock Hotel. You go out there.
Was this
in
for
the joint?
The public to come to?
Yeah, well, everybody was there in the audience.
So they did it right after a show.
Yeah, we did it at the end of the show.
Oh, you got married during one of your shows?
Yeah, on stage.
I see.
And our kids were all dressed all goth.
But you really took it seriously that you're renewing your vows.
Yeah, we got new rings and
wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, as seriously as having Penn Jillette do the ceremony. And Penn says at the end, by the authority vested in me, which was pretty much fucking none. But it was symbolic.
And the fact of the matter is, for someone who's been married 25 years, there's very few guys who can make that claim. Especially from our generation.
Show business,
and in show business.
You know when you find out
difficult?
there's more and more.
Yeah?
No, but is it
Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi.
Right.
Bono, right. The guys in Aerosmith, Brad and Tom, the two.
The two nobody knows.
Well, it's easy for them.
Yeah, it's easy for them.
Has it always been easy for you? I mean, you make it seem easy to be married.
Well,
your wife is hot. Okay, that
helps. It's just a decision. When you were married,
right.
and even now, you said, this is my woman, and I'm with her, and you accept it.
Right.
I always tell guys, because they go, how do you, stop? I go, it becomes, the longer you go without it, the less of a reality it becomes. Like, you see it available, but you don't just, your brain doesn't recognize that you could actually make that connection anymore.
Right. Is it sad, though? I mean, in a way that, you've been cut off. I mean, you got a big hose. Your wife always used to complain to me about the size of your dick.
It's retired.
I was going to say,
I had to sit and listen to this woman complain that Dee's dick was too big, and it hurt. I mean, God forbid you ever in a room with Dee's wife and she starts saying, oh, my God.
I can see why you didn't want Cheyenne.
Yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable. You've got this big tool and you never get to use it on other women. It's got to be difficult sometimes.
I'll tell you what. I mean, I'm going to sound
that's okay.
lame, but Suzette and I, we're hotter than we were back in the day.
Sex is still happening.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, and she looks amazing. We both keep ourselves in shape. And I never, honest though, I never thought that was a possibility. I didn't think that when you've been together 25 years that you could actually be more into each other and still be, I was like any 20-year-old. Oh, you're 50 and you're doing it? Gross.
Right.
But
poor children. Did you know that their parents still do it?
They actually complain about our public displays of affection. Yeah. Because we'll have our arms around each other at games or sporting events and embarrass them. They beg us to stop. Stop pawing Suzette.
Get your hands off my mother.
If you had to do it all over again, you would do it all over again.
Absolutely.
You would.
I really think
you wouldn't change your life around.
It's amazing. No, man. Well, actually, career-wise.
Not career-wise.
Okay. Because
what would you do career-wise?
Football player.
You would be.
Yeah, I would just to try it, just to do something different. If I had another shot.
Goodness.
If you would do something different, would you?
But then you're going to be crippled. You're going to be sitting here unable to get out of that chair. You'll be walking with a cane.
Well, but I mean, that's what I'd like to try.
Let's go to Matt, and then we're going to talk about Dee Snider is raising money for the Bikers for Babies ride this Sunday on Long Island. This is motorcycle guys. They're all going to try and raise money for March of Dimes. They do it every year, and if you need more information, you go to dsnider.com, SNIDER.
And you could the reason I'm here is because if you're local, you can ride, but you could sponsor me. Like the P. Diddy thing, you guys, last year's, your Stearns called in. I raised thousands of dollars online, thanks to your fans.
Great.
I mean, a real showing of the Stern power there. So that's why I'm here, hoping they'll sponsor me online.
Good. That's what you need. You need people to sponsor you.
Just go $5, $10, whatever you got. It's really easy. Just click on the link at my website.
And what does March of Dimes do? I mean, in other words, I know there's a march. There's some. I've seen their ads.
March.
I see some sort of metal on children's legs.
Well, that's because originally it was about polio.
Right. Now it's about birth defects.
It's about premature birth and the subsequent illnesses babies suffer from premature birth. 2 of my kids are prematurely born, so it's close to me, but fortunately I haven't had any problems with my kids. But it's so expensive.
So the sucking of blood and stuff is not good.
Sucking of blood to the incubus, yes. So they help families who don't have health insurance with the bills, and the bills are insane.
Yes, of course.
Now,
Matt,
you know.
Matt, you're on the air.
Matt.
Hey, Howard, how's it going?
Hey, now.
Hey, I just wanted to say I'm a big fan of D and all that stuff that he does. And I want to see, you still riding those Borgettes?
Actually, no, I'm not riding Borgette anymore. I've got a Von Dutch custom chopper. And
what does it mean you're not running Borgettes?
Riding.
Well, it's when you're a celebrity, companies, basically, they sponsor you to ride their stuff, you know.
Right.
And the Borgette's a great motorcycle, but now I'm riding Von Dutch. But nothing bad to say.
Now, what is the difference between Von Dutch and Borgette?
Just another custom motorcycle company that builds they have their own style.
How does that differ from Honda, let's say, or let's say...
well, those are just, production models, right?
Old school.
How does that... What about the classic motorcycle?
The Harley.
The
Harley Davidson. Well, Harley Davidson is the standard, you know.
Is that what you ride, Harley Davidson?
I don't have a Harley, no. I ride V-twins, which are like Harley.
How many horses you got under there?
Well, the Von Dutch is...
You ride a horse?
It's a 113 cubic inch engine, which is big.
That's what you'll be riding in the March of
Matt knows. The Von Dutch stuff is kind of really old school motorcycle.
And you're not afraid of an accident? You're not afraid of falling off your bike? And
Hell yeah. I'm not afraid of falling off. I'm afraid of having some idiot knock me off with their car. Yeah.
I just read a story about a guy who had a truck barreling
Those are the guys you watch for.
Yeah. And he knew the truck wasn't going to stop, so he, fell, he
laid it down.
And then the tires of the truck rolled over his head.
Oh.
And he was wearing a helmet. He survived, and nothing's wrong with him.
D would love doing that.
He had a minor concussion.
D likes that.
I get out, grab the truck driver, slam him on the ground. No,
let me ask you something.
No, man, I don't want to lay it down, but that's what they have to do in an event
Why did you wear a leather face mask at the birth of your child? Why would you do that?
Because she was born on Halloween, and it was fun.
You walked into the room with the doctor, I imagine, and the nurse.
In the delivery room.
And Leatherface, of course, is a classic character, and you wore the mask that he wears?
Yeah.
And how long did you keep that on?
Well, long enough to keep the kid in for a few more minutes. No,
you didn't want to wear
I just did it for effect. It was Halloween.
Yeah.
We're in the hospital. Cheyenne's being born. Come in with a leather face mask on. When do you get the chance?
In other words, you don't think it's cool to wear just a regular face mask like they ask you to wear for germs and things. So you wanted to have a certain look.
Wear a mask.
No, it was just for fun.
I wore blackface to all my children's births. I was full blackface, banjo music, everything. I did it right down to the... So I'm not one to criticize.
Yeah, exactly.
Leatherface, I don't understand.
It was questioning my choice.
That's right. Well, look, the big event is Dee Snider raising money for the Bikers for Babies. Last year, a bunch of our fans were nice enough to go to DSnider.com, get some more information. And even if it's just $5, as Dee says, if you could help sponsor this, it would raise a lot of money for charity and for children with, I guess, birth defects and this kind of thing.
And just to give you a little
prenatal care and all that kind of stuff.
Just to give you a little perspective, okay, we raised $110,000 last year. We have the 6th biggest ride in the country now and it's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
But with a hospital stay for the moms before the birth, after the birth, that 110 maybe cover one problem, one
it's
premature
birth
and the aftercare.
Wow.
Pat, real quick in Staten Island, say hi to Dee.
Hey, D, what's going on?
Hey, Pat, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, listen, man, I'm a huge fan of Strangeland. It's an incredible movie, great movie for its time. I mean, you did that nasty horror stuff way before Lionsgate jumped on this thing. Is there any other movies coming out? You got anything in mind?
Dee, what about it? Why?
I read something
the other day. I feel like a broken record.
Well, what do you mean broken record?
I read that somebody else has joined onto a movie you're going to be in.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, that's correct.
Yes, that's correct. I feel like a broken record because I've been saying for 10 years the sequel's coming out. And originally we started immediately after the release of the first one because it was a culty kind of big on DVD movie.
Right.
And then the company, the shooting gallery, they got indicted by the federal government.
Oh, well, that'll slow a project down.
Yeah. And my property was seized. So for like 7 years I was in court trying to get the property. Now we got the property. We are releasing, there's a Strangeland prequel comic coming out on Fangoria Comics this summer. Jesse actually wrote the book for it because he's an aspiring writer. And then we've got an extended DVD on Lionsgate coming out, and that's coming out at the end of the summer. And we're shooting the opening scene to Strangeland Disciple, which is the sequel. And we're going to put it on the extended DVD. So Fades to Black, and then there's this autopsy scene, which brings you to the next one. And right now, Fangoria Films, we're raising the money to make the sequel.
Well,
it sounds good.
What about hooking up with Mr. Zombie over there, man? He makes some great movies.
Hey, Rob is incredible. What he's done, I mean, he's always been just so artistic. He's
got a lot of credibility now.
Yeah.
Yes, he does. Let's go to Mitchell. Mitchell, you're on the air in Port Huron.
Hey, how you doing, Howard?
Or is it Port Huron? I don't know.
Port Huron.
Right.
Yeah, Port Huron. It's a little north of Detroit.
What's up, Mitchell?
Well, I just want to tell D, I think he's doing an awesome thing, man. Sign me the fuck up.
Hey, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. DSnyder.com. Remember, SNIDER.
Right.
And, or just Google my name and you'll find it. And you can just do it online, with a credit card. And and by the way, one thing I really like about the March of Dimes, almost 80% of the money actually goes to the kids. Some of these organizations, half the money is wasted on salaries.
Yeah, that's right. Barry, go ahead real quick in Hamburg, Pennsylvania.
Hey, Dee, I wanted to thank you for all the help that you gave those kids in your protest, or when Hamburg High wouldn't let the kids do rock and roll.
Oh, that was cool.
Show.
In Philadelphia, right?
Yeah, outside of Philadelphia. Yeah.
What was that, Dee?
It was, there was some teachers, I should say, the school board band, rock bands from the talent show.
Right.
So I was on the air down there in Philly, and I took up the charge.
Are you the Angelina Jolie of the rock and roll set right now? I mean, between March of Dimes and...
The United Nations has named him the ambassador of rock and roll.
Yeah, I mean, are you the ambassador of rock and roll?
I think Bono's the ambassador of rock and roll, but I'm trying.
I'd like to see a movie, a remake of Flashdance, where you come in and save the dance for the kids.
Yeah.
That would be great. But we'll see. Who knows? Maybe something like that will happen. Finally, Jim,
I think my dancing days are over.
Let's go to Jim. Jim in Scranton, Pennsylvania, for D. Snyder.
Hey. How you doing, Howard?
Hey, now.
Hey, Jim.
Hey, D. D.
Yeah, I'm here, man.
Hey, brother, listen. I loved you for the longest time in a non-gay way, ever since you hit the scene in the early 80s. I never caught Twisted Sister, but I caught you in Widowmaker and L'Amour's. I think it was 92.
Wow.
You punched me in the eye and gave me a black eye, dude. I don't think you did it on purpose.
No, it was probably accidental. I spit on Biff naked, too, and I didn't mean to, so...
Yeah,
that's an honor when D gives you a black eye. Are you kidding?
I was bragging to everybody about it.
Absolutely.
I had my hand up, and you came over, gave me 5, and somehow our hands got, stuck together.
D's very physical.
He is physical.
I don't
Dude, I'm sorry.
I don't like to get too close to him. He's kind of powerful or something.
You're all amped up, and it's like you get carried away, and then you cold cock some guy.
Well, listen, maybe you deserved it. Chris, you're on the air.
Hey, now. What's going on, D?
Hey, buddy, what's going on? Hey, can we promote my Fangoria radio on Friday nights?
Go ahead.
I'm on Sirius.
We'll talk about it.
Well, first we get Chris's question.
All right, go ahead, Chris.
Hey, Hair Nation 23, my favorite station. I totally grew up in the 80s. I've seen you in concert. I just saw Stephen Piercy in town about a year ago. He's in great shape.
Right, isn't he? Yeah, he got it together.
I'll tell you what, though, if they don't film the before, during, and after of that Rocklahoma, they're really missing out. VH1, Behind the Music, or even Howard TV, just the different phases, the people that are overweight and bloated, the people that are just...
I would like to see some sort of clips of, rock stars who look real shitty. I think that's always fun. And then see the guys who are in good shape. I would definitely encourage Howard TV to do something.
How about the old groupies, too, lifting their skirts to show their tits?
Yeah, that's... Sully, you're on the air.
Everybody's got a little wear and tear.
Sully in Buffalo, on with D. Go ahead, D.
Hey, D, I just wanted to say I appreciate everything that you're doing. I donate a lot to charity in Buffalo myself. And just watching you on YouTube, hopefully your efforts will kick the ass of the March of Dimes cause yourself.
You saw the YouTube clip? I mean, you got to admit, D is pretty badass in that clip, isn't he?
I got to tell you, Stern, I know you don't want to be recognized for that, but any man that can defend himself in a short period of time...
Yep.
Anybody that's out there's got to watch this thing. And
the karate and all that is all bullshit. I mean, the way you fight, you're a street fighter, right? I mean, you learn to fight fighting your brothers, and well, you punch this guy, and then when you lift him physically off the ground and throw him into the sidewalk.
The best thing about it, usually if you get the guys off you plan to run away. Dean keeps running after them.
What was that form of karate that the Mike Myers is always talking about? The Scottish karate. You throw him on the ground and you kick him. It was like this.
Why did you continually beat the guy? You were smart because you don't let a guy off, right? When he does, in other words, don't let him get up to hit you again.
Right. I'm telling you, I don't remember this clearly.
Wow, he hits you hard.
I don't remember this clearly, but it's a berserker rage.
Yeah, good for you. Look at the punch. Bam! Right down on the ground. And then you pick him up. You pick him up off the ground to beat him some more.
Well, I think one of my bracelets was stuck on his coat. I was trying to get out of there.
You hold him up. You're punching him repeatedly.
Wait, you remember, you recently on
I like the move where you throw a guy down on the ground and you pick him up so you can beat him some more.
Well, I was being kind to him.
Right. That's a beautiful clip. Why be embarrassed about that?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Well, it's just sort of, I actually don't remember it. I'm not stoned or anything. Yeah, they're all like, Dad, is that you? I'm going, I think so.
It's you. Nobody else looked like that.
Dad, you still have the pants. I'm like, yeah, I know. Wait a minute, you remember? Recently you've got that. What do you call it, where you play the old stuff from?
Oh, Master Tape Theater.
Master Tape Theater, and everybody's coming up to me because you played. The bar fight in London.
One of the best fights ever. If you ever, I never can describe it. When I was on stage with Dee, we decided to get up and have some fun on stage.
Oh, no, let's make this. Can I get
in a bar in England?
We got time, though, don't we? Here it is. I mean, can I have to run out? Can I tell the story?
No,
from my, and that's what I want to tell you, other people's perspective. It was the end of the Twisted Sister tour in England. We went to a quiet little out-of-the-way place to have a dinner.
Right.
In rolls Howard Stern, the entire cast, cameras, tape recorders, and how many winners? 25 contest winners. I'm like, well, there goes the quiet dinner, right? And they've got a stage, you've got instruments.
Right.
Then take it away.
Well, then we were all having fun, having a great time with the fans. They were all there. And this was a pub in London.
Right. Jamming.
Yeah. And then I said to Dee, come on, these guys are up there. Let's go sing and play. And I forget what song we were doing.
We were doing a blues, actually.
Right.
Because we were taking turns, you, me, and somebody else was singing a verse. And because you were impressed that I finished my verse, went out, took care of business, came back in time for my next verse.
The band, Sig Sputnik, was popular at the day. They were kind of a punk band. They just happened to be sitting in this pub, and they said some shit, and then they threw a bottle up at us on the stage. Because they're punks, They think that's funny.
You.
I think the bottle was aimed at him,
it was aimed at you,
I don't know if it hit me or not. Well, Dee, without missing a beat, finished his verse. He flew Superman style. Now,
he dove off the stage.
He dove off the stage. I remember looking at his heels. He was in flight. He was in the air like a superhero.
And he hit him while he was in flight.
There was tables.
He flew over the table. He flew over 2 tables, and he landed on Sig Sputnik's table with his chest first. With his fist, he punched Sig Sputnik in the face.
He was like Superman.
Jumped up back onto the guy from Sig Sputnik was down and out. And he jumped up back on stage and did his next verse.
Right, he was right in time to pick up the song.
And his hair...
Is that how you remember, Fred?
And Dee's hair, I remember this like it was yesterday, Dee's hair spread out so wide it formed into a cape, like a Superman cape.
I think that's why he could fly.
It was like those Japanese horror movies where it started to choke the guy.
All right, here is a young man who wants to sing for Dee Snider.
Wait a minute, but I got a follow-up to that. I found out from the guys in Sig Sputnik, their side of the experience.
And what was their side of the experience?
Well, you wonder, from their side, they said they came into the place, and they see the Twisted Sister guys and these dorky Americans up on stage jamming, and they go, man, they don't look so bad, because they're standing back a little bit. So they start throwing stuff at us. So when I came off the stage, and this is told to a good friend of mine, he says, we're standing there, and Dee leaps off the stage, and we're looking at him from the back of the room, we're going, I think we can take him. He seems all right. And it says, and the closer he got, the bigger he got, and the madder he got. And then it was like, feet, don't fail me now. They were heading out of there. It's like on top.
You were like Spider-Man, I swear. I mean, nobody leaps off the stage and goes flying into the air. Here's a guy who needs to sing for you. Go ahead, sir.
Hi, Dee.
Hi.
Little air supply, I believe.
I'm so lost without you. I know you were right, believing I'm so
It's Twisted Sour Shoes. Hey, Sour Shoes, do you do any Twisted Sister?
You think he can hear you?
Do you know this guy?
Yeah, he lives with his parents. He's about, how old is he?
He actually can sing.
He told us he was, what, 20? No, he wasn't the 23-year-old.
No, he's like 40-something.
He stands outside sometimes with a piano.
And roller skates.
He's got he must have no sack because he's got a really high voice.
He'll do some Twisted Sister for you. Hold on.
They say, I am baby, and your chance to see Air Supply opening up for Twisted Sister this week. Chance to win in the next hour. And I know just how to love you. And I know just how to...
Hey, Sour Shoes.
Yeah.
Do you know any Twisted Sister?
Let me just switch over to the electric guitar.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
God, let me plug it in.
Hurry up.
Thank you, Sour Shoes.
Rock!
I got a high voice, too, I guess. Sounds like he's having a seizure.
Well, just imagine this is your son, and you're trying to sleep.
No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it.
He still lives home?
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, my son's, Jesse's band is performing at the Ride this weekend.
Are they any good?
Baptized by Fire. He's great.
Yeah.
He's really good, Jesse.
I would see that.
But
Where
actually,
is he playing?
Well, it was at the end of the Rides at Brookhaven Town Hall. He plays all around the area.
What does he play, guitar?
He sings.
Oh.
The band's called Baptized by Fire, but he's doing really good. He does voiceover now.
Wow.
He's the voice of Pizza Hut, Cheetos, and does ESPN and Showtime.
Wow.
So he's working.
He's real successful.
Yeah. Oh, there he is.
Kid's good looking, too. I bet he gets laid like a motherfucker.
Well, he's getting married.
Why?
No.
To his high school sweetheart.
He?
He's going to be 24. He's 24.
Did you tell him not
in
to?
July. My wife told him, but it's nothing against the girl. It's just that my wife goes, what are you getting married so young? Yeah. But I don't know. They've been together since high school.
Sit him down, man.
He loves her. What are you going to do, man?
You know what? I love her, too, but you didn't have to marry her. Yeah, what is it, Richard?
I was just saying that Rocklahoma thing that he was talking about. I've been planning on going to that for a while.
You're going?
And I was just talking to Doug Goodstein, so I think maybe we'll go there.
If you're a hair metal fan, how can you not go?
Yeah, I know. It's
25
like a huge
hair
thing.
metal bands.
And I was
thinking... Can you get paid decent money over there, D?
Ridiculous money.
Really?
We're headlining the Sunday night.
What's ridiculous?
It's the only show we're doing. Well, 6 figures.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're expecting 50,000 people a day.
So aren't you glad you got Twisted Sister back together?
Well, you know, that's why we said after the Christmas album was a hit, we said let's keep our options open. So we just do one show this summer. I think we're doing one over in Europe and fall.
But
and
whenever
then
you
Christmas,
can get it together.
we'll be back out for Christmas.
I just want to see the crowd at this thing, too. Like the chicks from the 80s with the spandex. Well, they'll barely fit into it.
They used to be 38 Ds, now they're 38 longs.
Right. Hey, Sour Shoes, thanks.
Thanks, Howard. Bye, everybody.
Bye, Sour Shoes.
You have a request for the way out?
Let me think of a good song.
I Want to Rock? Did he do that?
Did he do it?
Did you do We're Not Going to Take It?
How about something from your band?
I don't think he'd know any of that.
I don't know. Let me think.
Go back to Air Supply.
All right, give us... All right.
Oh, wait a minute. Do Aerosmith Licking a Promise for Richard.
All right, we're going to do a little Aerosmith. We're going to take it through the years. We're going to do...
Can you fade on that? Can you fade out?
Could hang up.
It wasn't quite the Aerosmith you wanted.
All right, listen. Dee Snider, Twisted Sister, raising money for the Bikers for Babies Ride this Sunday on Long Island. He also has a radio show not only on terrestrial radio, but here on Sirius. When is that?
That's one thing I got to say. I feel Sirius is lacking in cross-promotion. I mean, you guys do, but I wish there was more, you know, even on my show for other shows that think, you know, with like-minded people might enjoy.
Right.
Fangoria Radio is every Friday night on Sirius Channel 102 at
People
10
would love that. And what is Fangoria Radio?
It's 3 hours of talk about the world of horror, but it's casual, it's relaxed. It's the way friends would talk about the new movies or books or TV shows that are on.
Yeah, I'm going to do the show.
Yeah, I want to have, she's a fan. And, you know, we'd be getting great response, great phones, great reaction. But really, how do you spread the word within?
Well, just give us a card and we'll promote it.
That'd be great.
All right. And Dee really is raising money for a good cause. The Bikers for Babies ride this Sunday on Long Island. If you can help out with that, for March of Dimes, for more information, go to dsnyder.com. SNIDERD.
Yeah.
Great seeing you, pal.
It's always a pleasure, guys. Thank you.
Yeah,
if I gave you a T-shirt, would you wear it or no?
Yes. Yeah, sure.
But what size shirt do you wear?
XL.
Man. See, it's a cool shirt, too.
Oh, that's nice. Bikers for Babies.
It's got my logo on it, Bikers for Babies. I got you a chick's tee. How about you, Fred?
Absolutely. Did you get her a tight top to accentuate her bosom?
Yes.
Good. Oh,
wrap those babies. How about the Robin?
Those will barely cover
Will you wear it if I give it to you?
Absolutely.
It's pretty cool, right?
Of course she'll wear it.
I'd love to see her put
wear it. She won't even wear bottoms with that. Just panties and that little shirt.
Who needs bottoms when you got that?
All right, we'll be back right after this. Dee Snider, everybody. I figured you had enough of a concert. Comfortably numb. Comfortably numb. Hey, now, what's happening, everybody? I'm just going to play you a little prank call. Gary Garvey's here. I don't want to keep him sitting out there too long.
Yeah, I saw Gary sitting in there. I didn't realize he'd be in live today.
Yeah. Hey, Gary, come on in and say hi to everybody. He's got a couple of new things. He recently went out and interviewed some Playboy-type girls.
You know what? Yesterday, maybe one of these days we want to talk to Brent from the Bubba Show about this. He apparently had a sort of long-term sexual relationship with a Playboy playmate.
Who, Brent?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't know. He said he got her a lot.
Well, what are you saying? Brent's not a good-looking guy?
Well, I mean, he just doesn't run in a Hollywood crowd.
In a word, no.
If I was a girl, I'd have sex with Brent. I would. I love Brent. I do. I love that guy.
I mean, he's an average-looking guy. He's not the kind of guy that, a Playboy chick would go crazy for.
Bubba gets mad because I like Brent better than him, he feels. He goes, yeah, Howard likes you better than me.
You're Howard's guy.
Yeah. Hey, Gary.
Hey, Howard. How you doing?
How horrible is your life going?
What?
You look pretty good for a guy with such a horrible life.
Hey, look at me.
Yeah. Gary, Baba Booey always says, Gary Garver's like the sad sack. He comes in, there's always something horrible going on. Either he's getting divorced and his wife, won't talk to him.
No, everything's cool, man.
Or he can't get a job.
Well, that's true.
Still?
Can't get a job. Yeah. I got something to promote, though.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you promoting?
I'm doing an internet TV show.
See what I mean?
What?
There's no such thing.
GaryGarver.com. Come on, go to.
Is that right?
Yeah, I swear to God, I built.
Is that the place where there's a site where you can go? Anybody can have a TV show.
Well, I have a website that my guys put up, Bailey and Jack, and I've got a house band, Eden Tree.
And what do you do? Interviews?
House band.
Yeah, I've got a band. It's like a variety show.
And do you have interviews? And
yeah,
Who's going to be a guest?
I had Garrett.
No one.
Bullshit.
Who do you got?
I had Garrett Morris on.
Oh, Garrett Morris.
I had Tara Patrick on.
Nice.
Sam Simon was on.
Oh, my.
Wow.
All right. So what are you guys talking about?
Guest, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, you guys busting my balls already.
Hey, look at our show. We have you as a guest.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, who's doing worse, him or us?
Us.
Yeah, you guys are fucked. You got me here.
Who paid for you to come to New York? How'd you even afford that?
Dr. Peter Chesky. I'm giving away free breast implants on my show.
Oh, all right. That's a good move.
Dr. Peter Chesky backed me. DrPeterChesky.com. I got to plug him a few times because he paid for my trip. Of course, I can't afford it.
Let me pick out a great interview of yours so people remember who Gary Garver is. What do you think is his best interview? I'll give you a couple of names, Robin.
All
you
right.
tell me what his best one is. Fred, you chime in on this as well.
Because I know the best one for me is.
All right. You got Joe Pesci.
That was
Bob
good.
Hope Golf Classic.
That's good.
I'm going to mention Leon Spinks.
That's definitely in my top 5.
That's a nice one.
I'm going to mention Billy Crystal.
Good.
I could mention Sharon Stone, maybe.
Nah, she was a bitch.
Yeah, I don't think she...
Rosie O'Donnell.
Why was that the best?
Because she's just a cunt. I'm sorry.
You don't like Rosie.
I hate her. I mean, she
I made up with Rosie.
I heard, but
Yeah.
she's mean. She was mean-spirited to me. She was. She was a bitch.
That threw him out. He was talking to somebody
Sharon
last
Stone.
week, and he just got thrown out. Oh, he was talking to Lorenzo Lamas, and they just threw him out of
That was great tape. Should I play that again?
Yeah,
Gary,
that was
where's
great.
the Lorenzo Lamas? Gary Garver. All right.
You know, I actually have to sneak my microphone in and tape recorder into that event. Because they've thrown me out like 5 times.
All right, here you go. Lorenzo Lamas. This is funny. Lorenzo's being a good sport, and they come over and they just throw him out. And it's so humiliating being Gary. And I got to hand it to you, brother. You really are a brave man. Here he is. Gary Garver, super nice guy, minding his own business, actually not disturbing anyone.
Yeah.
Hey, Lorenzo. What's going on, man? How you doing?
How's Howard?
Doing well. What do you think?
Good. Hey, Howard, buddy, it's Lorenz. I miss you, man. I don't get Sirius. I'm on that other one, that XM bogus one.
Why don't you get Sirius?
Because it's just not in my truck. I got XM with the truck I bought. So I might actually sell the truck to get another car that has Sirius.
Are you and Howard still cool?
Oh, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Why haven't you done a show lately?
I haven't been to New York in a long time. Now I've been out here raising my kids and stuff, but yeah, I might go to New York actually in October. So I'd love to see you, Howard.
Hey, is there something depressing about being here today?
You know, you look around, you see everybody getting older. That's a little depressing.
Who's the biggest has-been here?
Well, there are a couple of people I don't know who they are, so they're like after has-been. So you can't even think about who a person is, you know. Hi, Sharon.
What? I'm just interviewing Lorenzo.
No, he's not allowed at the show.
Why not?
We threw you out 2 shows ago and told you not to come back.
You never said not to come back.
Get that thing out of my face. We don't.
Lorenzo, am I asking anything wrong?
You know what? If Sharon says you got to go, there's a lot of deputy sheriffs there that look like they can take her. Oh,
what? They're looking for me right now?
Turn that stupid mic out my face.
Yeah? All right. All right, Lorenzo. You know how it goes. See ya.
Okay, I'm telling you now. Don't come back again.
How many times have we thrown you out?
What? How many times? I don't know, a couple.
Go ahead. How many times? A couple?
Yeah.
You answered.
Yeah. Why don't you guys like me? I don't do anything wrong.
Piece of shit.
I'm a piece of shit. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Just like your boss.
Oh, really? Just like my boss? All right.
Hey, who's your boss?
I don't have a boss.
Is it Bob Moore? Or?
Bob Moore. Let's not get there. Let's not go there.
Am I your boss? Is that who they think is your boss?
I have no idea, Howard.
I guess he's talking about me.
Yeah.
I think so.
That's my feeling.
Yeah.
Hold him up a minute, Gary.
Hold me up.
Okay, just wait a minute. Yeah.
Wait,
we appreciate your cooperation.
Can I get my money back? Can I get my $20 back?
You're lucky you're not arrested.
Why? I'm not trespassing. I paid $20.
You did not.
I'm not harassing it. I did pay $20.
You did not okay this.
I paid $20.
But you did not okay this.
You paid $20? No, you didn't.
I swear to God, ask him. I paid $20.
You paid $20 to get in.
Not from the other guy.
I like that a cop doesn't even understand the law. He goes, you're lucky you're not arrested. And he goes, well, what am I doing? You're not okay to talk to people on the tape recorder.
Is it against the law now to talk to people?
Like, that would end the entire world of journalism if that was against the law.
Actually, I paid $15 to get in there.
Cops always think they can throw you in jail just for anything, which they can pretty much, but
I know
that guy's a little misguided.
The thing is, I know the cops down there. They actually like me.
I know. I don't understand what happened. This guy has a real bug up his ass about us.
Yeah, he hates you.
Yeah.
Or me.
Well, he hates me through you.
Yeah. The older guy got the glasses.
Is that funny? The admission is 15 and you paid 20. Joyce, you're such a nice guy.
That guy didn't even work here.
Yeah.
Get that thing out of my face.
Here, come on, sir. Can we take the tape out?
No. I was not here.
Can we just do whatever we want to you? Can we rape you? Let's kill you. He goes, can we take the tape out? Sure, Sean Penn does it all the time.
Do you want me to kill him?
Yeah, really.
Let's kill him.
Illegally at all. I'll leave.
What's he doing?
Talk to you guys.
Yeah.
Is he trying to grab the mic from you at that point?
It's actually the cops are just leading me out the door.
Is that embarrassing, or you don't even care?
I don't give a shit. Right. What do I care? You know?
You know what? You're like so relaxed, too.
You know, he wasn't doing anything anyway. He might as well have this happen.
Did you get your money back?
Hell no.
I mean, that's a week's pay for you.
It is. Can I charge it to Sirius?
Yes.
I'm going to have to put it on my invoice, you know.
Yeah, that's an expense, you know.
It is. I'm telling you.
Hey, Grover, you're on the air.
What's up, guys? Hey, I don't care what you guys say, man. Yo, his TV show is pretty good. But on Howard TV, he interviewed, I think it was like a extra bonus footage or something. He interviewed Chris Angel, and he asked him, he pretended like he thought he's David Blaine, and Chris Angel started poking him on his chest and shit, to say who made up what tricks, and Gary almost had to beat the fucking shit out of him.
Good thing you can handle yourself.
He was a pussy. You know, I mean, he is. I mean, it's funny because I saw him backstage at the AVN Awards.
Right.
He didn't say a word to me. He just sat there, you know.
Probably don't remember you.
I don't know.
Which is better, the Leon Spinks or Billy Crystal? Well, Leon Spinks is great.
Spinks is the better one.
Spinks is the better one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. That was crazy.
Here's the
Because I don't remember exactly what the Billy Crystal is.
Well, first, Howard TV has the Chris Angel clip, but Fred, you need to put up your audio. Here.
There you go. Yeah, I couldn't even I was sick as a dog that day, too.
What do you think about that guy, Chris Angel, who took all your material?
This is Howard Stern. Howard, how are you? Beth is a sweetheart, and I'm looking forward to do your show again, and maybe we can get some better material.
Are you going to do that bubble thing again?
So you can watch when I did it in 2000 in Times Square. Then he came by and saw me do it because he has no material. He came by to do it. So, David, anytime, any place, anywhere.
Chris,
stop running, man. Stop running. You're a funny guy, dude. You're a funny guy. Have a good night.
I am too.
Sorry?
When he smacked you in the face, what'd you do? You hit him?
Yeah, I hit him. I shoved him.
You shoved him. You showed him where it was at.
Yeah, I was like, he came back to me, too.
Oh, yeah? Why is that?
I might be hitting the face.
I'll be happy to do that for you anytime you'd like. Even though Howard's a good friend, and I know you're just trying to rile me up, and you can't do it, so it's fine.
I just did.
You did? Yeah. Did you really?
I think so.
What's your name?
Gary Garver.
Gary, how are you?
What's your name?
Oh, no, Casey's right there.
Poor Chris Angel's a good guy.
He is.
Yeah, you're really funny.
You know what? They said to goof on him. One of your producers said to goof on him.
Anytime I make a sort of a friend, you blow it right out of the water.
Sorry. Well, hey, listen, somebody's got to do it.
Well, here you are with Leon Spinks. Walk down memory lane with Gary Garver. Now, let's remember, you can check out Gary Garver at GaryGarver.com and MySpace.com, Gary Garver. Oh, boy, this is a long one.
Forget that, Howard. Fuck that MySpace
GaryGarver.com.
Yeah, just GaryGarver.com.
He's got a MySpace. Listen to this.
What is the MySpace address?
Listen to this. MySpace.com/Gary Garver Livings.
Single.
I
didn't come up with that one. My publicist did, Shannon.
And my
you have a publicist.
And my goofy guys who type this shit for me, the word single is just Livings. And then on the next space, NGLE. like they don't even care that I'm on the air.
They don't even keep it together so you can say living single.
No. It's just amazing to me. That's my guys.
Go to GaryGarver.com. That's it.
Let's see. Here you are with Leon Spinks.
Love this one.
How you doing?
Hey, let's talk to you a little bit.
How's it going, man?
I'm all right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Hey, do you think Lance Armstrong used steroids?
I don't think so. I don't know them. But you never know what they do behind closed doors.
Hey, do you think that the WNBA is strictly a showcase for lesbian athletes?
No, I don't think so. I don't think no way about that.
Since nobody gives a crap about hockey, should they just get rid of the NHL altogether?
I don't know. I think it's just give it a try and let it go along.
Was O.J. Simpson guilty?
Well, I wouldn't know. You never know what they do behind closed doors.
Did you ever shit yourself during a fight?
No.
Ever?
Yeah. Never have.
Are your private parts shaved?
No.
What do you think Shaquille O'Neal's IQ is?
I wouldn't know. You got to ask her.
Did you abstain from sex during a big fight?
No, I never did.
You still bang?
Yeah, still bang.
Really? Up until the fight time?
No, right before the fight.
Have you ever had an injury to your penis?
No. Nobody hit me in there yet.
Would you be okay with getting naked in front of a gay teammate or athlete?
No, I haven't been gay.
Hey, describe Howard Stern in one word.
Nasty.
Excellent.
Love him, man. Best interview ever. Just to hear him talk, and I wish he'd come back on the show.
Has he been on the show?
Yeah. One time he was great.
Yeah, he's cool.
It was just a whole hour of like, yeah, champ, that's right. Champ, what do you think of the current situation in Iraq?
See, you haven't even mentioned my favorite Gary Garver interview.
Which one?
It's the OJ. Where he encounters OJ at a golf course.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh, yeah.
I was just thinking that, just going back to Leon for a minute, it'd be cool if the boys took my Leon Spinks interview from the air and then chopped it up and called some people as Leon Spinks.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That would be a great voice for phone calls.
Yeah, like if he calls up in Harlem where people, kind of, like he would sound kind of normal there.
Or maybe they'd understand it because he'd tell us what he's saying.
Hey, how you doing, champ?
They could have a whole conversation.
Sure you can fuck my sister. You're the champ.
Yeah, be right over.
Yeah. Let's go to Sonny. Sonny, you're on the air in Middlesex, New Jersey.
Hey, now, what's going on, Howard?
Hey, now, brother.
Even though you're short Artie today, you're doing a fine job carrying on, I think. And I wanted to ask, how annoyed are you, actually, that he's not here today?
I'm not annoyed at all.
Not at all?
Not at all.
You don't feel that this is indicative that maybe his priorities have shifted because he's blowing off the show?
No. As a matter of fact, Artie and I, when we decided, you got to go back in history, Artie was working in television and doing a lot of different things when I first met Artie. He was with Norm, and he had a pretty good career going. So when we talked about this job, he says, look, from time to time, I'm going to get some television stuff. Are you going to, is it going to be a hassle? I don't want to disappoint you, but, I'm going to need to go off and do some things. I said, no. I said, look, if you make this a priority, it makes sense to me in some way. But if you here and there you need to run off and do something, I'm fine with it. But now, I don't understand how if Rescue Me shoots in New York,
exactly,
and you're going to compare this job with a Rescue Me shot, this job is way more important. And I would say to the Rescue Me folks, look, dude, I'll tell you what, I got a great radio thing going. I'll do your Rescue Me, but I work till at least 10 o'clock. If he had said to me, hey, I'm going to leave at 9 or something, I'd understand, or 10. But, Robin will sometimes do that, or I'll do it. But I don't know. But I'm really not angry with him or aggravated. It's nothing that we hadn't discussed before.
But if Artie pushed, do you think they probably would have worked around his schedule?
Absolutely they would have.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, because when they put together a shooting schedule, they shoot all day. They shoot different scenes. Artie definitely.
A lot of times Artie's just sitting around on the set doing nothing.
Right.
You think it's that Artie doesn't want to ask for that? Or
yeah, I think Artie is enamored. But like every once in a while, he's like, it's radio. I got to go do Rescue Me. Like someone sitting and watching Rescue Me. 4 people watch Rescue Me. It's a miracle. I don't know one person since watches Rescue Me. I think in a mental hospital somewhere, they've got a big audience. Rescue Me.
They can't find the remote and it's broken.
He goes, yeah, I got 7 episodes of Rescue Me. I'm like,
I got a recurring role.
Wow.
So every time he has to do the show, he's going to be away from here.
If I was just out of drama school, I'd be excited. But, he's done television, and he's on a radio show that, A, is great for his career and way more fun.
Biggest show on the planet.
On the planet.
On the planet, Howard.
On the planet, Gary.
Absolutely.
Best show on the planet.
And the best show, absolutely.
Thank you, Gary. And thanks to you. Done a great job over the years.
Hey, congratulations on you getting engaged.
How about you? You getting any pussy?
Yeah, I'm getting pussy, of course.
You were crying like a fucking baby when that wife left you.
I don't need... Hey, listen, me and my wife are cool, all right?
No, you're not.
Yes, we are.
Cool. You're divorced.
I know, that's why we're cool.
Aren't you going around quoting the Bible and shit? Like, you almost went mental.
Oh,
here we go.
Religion and all that stuff.
Now you're getting pussy.
I am.
A friend of mine said yesterday, he broke up with his girlfriend. He goes, pussy cures everything.
It does.
Pussy, it cures everything. It's a salve.
It is. I'm getting some nice-looking hotties in L.A. I mean, there's tons of hot chicks in Hollywood. I've hit a couple of them lately.
Yeah. Good for you.
I'm having fun. I'm trying to... Hey, Last year,
you were whining like a bitch with that girl, that wife of yours. I mean, you were chasing her around with the Bible and ripping out pages of the Bible. And...
I wasn't ripping out my Bible. I was writing stuff down.
Yeah.
Okay.
What did you do? You read Bible passages to her, hoping she would come back to you.
Oh, man, you know,
don't humiliate yourself like that.
I'm fine, man. I'm cool. Everything's great. Listen, I've got this
There's always one pussy around the corner. That's what I tell guys who's busy shooting themselves, shooting their girlfriends.
Well, yeah, that idea that that's the only girl.
Think about it. Put yourself in her shoes, okay? She's married to you. Things aren't going well, all right?
Yeah.
Suddenly, she starts running after you with Bible passages and reading them to you. Are you inclined to stay with that person? Think about it.
No. Listen,
although I did pick up Beth with Psalm 23.
Okay, there you go.
There you go.
Okay.
I read it to her in a club, I believe.
Will you stop,
Think
man?
about it. If some girl was following you around reading Bible passages to you,
I was hurt, man.
But you don't do that. You're a man.
I know, but you know what? I'm emotional, okay?
I don't care. You don't read Bible passages to chicks and badger them with that. I'm just giving you advice as a friend.
Okay, listen. First of all, I've been divorced for like 5 or 6 years now.
Well, I haven't gotten over it.
Well, I know you haven't.
No, the way you behave.
Every time I come here, I got to hear about this shit.
You traumatized him.
Yeah.
Richard was saying that, I guess Gary's at one of their shows, and I guess he's really over it, because now all he does is sort of like hang around with porn stars. He sort of hangs in that whole little porn world.
No, that's disgusting.
Are you sleeping with porn stars?
Be honest.
I've slept with a couple of them.
No kidding?
Yeah.
Who'd you get?
I'm not going to name names.
Why not? They're porn stars. They'd be happy to talk about the sex they've had.
Nah, I'm not naming names.
Nick Manning?
They're not going to get famous off of you.
Ron Jeremy.
Oh, yeah, dropping loads.
All over Gary's face.
Whose movie should we rent?
I don't know. I'm not saying. I've been banging a couple porn stars. I have a lot of friends in the adult business, thanks to you.
Good.
And when I go to the AVN Awards, everybody loves you in porn, so they love me.
Did you ever bang Tyrone Steele?
Lexington Steele, no.
You know who the guy started hanging out with? Who? DeBella, the 59-year-old porn star.
Oh, hey, listen, me and her are friends.
DeBella?
Blue Iris? I just took her to the party. I helped her out.
59-year-old.
I'm not banging her.
Is in DeBella?
Will you stop? No, they're younger.
I thought you maybe was banging John DeBella.
Finger in your ass?
You guys.
Yeah.
No, I'm not banging DeBella. She's a friend of mine.
Oh, my God, I'm fingering my cunt.
Jeff the drunk is on the phone. I do want the update. He has his phone fixed up.
Right.
Hey, Jeff.
How's that sounding?
So what? Yeah, this is good. So what happened? They operated on your backside.
Yeah, and
why? What happened?
I asked them how big the insertion was, and he said, as big as your hand.
Wow. In other words, you could put your whole hand in your incision.
Jesus.
So they cut out all that dead tissue.
Yeah.
You know, I got this weird letter from a guy saying, tell Jeff the drunk not to have surgery, that doctors don't know what they're doing, and he has a special treatment that gets rid of stuff like this.
Oh, really?
And right down to the bone, it doesn't even matter. And I don't know.
Well, he should have gotten Jeff before we did.
But I believe that Jeff did the right thing. He went to the hospital. The doctors got him on intravenous antibiotics. They cut out all that dead tissue on his ass that you saw when he was wearing the bikini.
This isn't my long stay.
What?
This isn't even the long stay.
You're going to have to go back into the hospital again?
Yeah, like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, but aren't you glad you took care of it?
For like 2 or 3 weeks.
Why?
Because they're gonna take a skin graft off my thigh and put it on my ass.
I knew it.
And it's going to be painful, and I'm just going to have to stay in the hospital.
Right, you're going to be lying on your stomach for a long time.
Yeah.
By the way, on Howard TV, one of the shows that's now airing is Jeff the Drunk's birthday party and his original ass blister, which has just been shown. It's just been excised. Also, I should mention that the Killers of Comedy show from Tampa, this is the show where Sal fell off the stage and fucks himself up. This action-packed show includes Bubba's shit hitting the fan segment, where 2 staffers literally get covered in shit. Bob Levy on the torture rack getting Brent's fungus toe in his face. Artie in the Bubba studio with 4 hot naked strippers. The introduction of Ronald, formerly known as Ronnie the limo driver, is where Ronald comes to life. The whole formation of that character. Gary's stand-up comedy routine to a rough crowd. Bubba regulars Akira and Hamill making out with Bob Levy in a bizarre 3-way.
Wow.
And, of course, the dramatic footage of Sal doing the Baba Booey dance and falling off the stage and breaking his wrist, and so much more. That's Howard TV for those of you who subscribe.
Yeah. Howard?
Yep.
I think I'll be here for a week.
For this particular stay?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you got a serious problem there. Now, they said that it went down to the bone. Is there a bone in your ass?
I guess my ass bone.
What's your ass bone connected to?
The ass bone's connected to
the blister on my ass.
Is there an ass bone, Rob?
No, you know what? It was on his hip, so it would be his hip bone.
Oh, so it was already spreading into the hip, the infection.
Jesus. Yeah.
And did they operate down there, too? Did they get that out?
I guess.
Yeah.
He said he took it all out.
So it wasn't really deep in the bone?
No.
Because if they had done that, you'd be in big pain.
I don't think so. Yeah, but they have me on, like, really good drugs.
Yeah?
No need to drink when you're on good drugs.
Right.
Well, all right, Jeff. We wish you luck.
All right, Howard.
All right,
if you were closer, we'd come visit you.
Howard.
No, we wouldn't. Yes, Jeff.
You guys ain't visiting me.
You're right.
But I want to know if I can get a copy of my birthday party on DVD.
Sure, no problem.
And did Gary talk to you about the autograph?
What?
The autograph.
No.
Of
you.
For who?
For me.
If you want me to autograph something for you, I'll do it.
Okay.
All right, hold on.
Well, he said he was going to send it to me.
Give him some time, Jeff.
He needs it. Yeah, when Jeff thinks of something, he wants it right away.
Right away.
No. He said it the day of my birthday party.
All right. Well, it'll be good for him in the hospital to show the doctors.
I know.
That's all.
That's all. All right. We mailed it. Oh, it's already in the mail to you, by the way.
Thank you.
All right.
But it's coming by,
Messenger.
Pony Express.
Pony Express. We mailed it to him.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, Jeff.
Have a good one now.
Jeff, the half-ass drunk, we call it.
My toe bone's connected to my
listen
foot
carefully.
bone.
The toe,
my
the
foot bone's connected to my heel bone.
Herman Munster.
My heel bone's connected to my ankle bone. That's how they connected those dry bones. Do. My bone's connected to my knee bone.
Okay, thank you. Great moment. So, Gary Garver, you said your favorite is what?
I like Rosie O'Donnell, or like Buddy Epson was good, too.
Oh, I can't listen to
Buddy Epson. We said we'd never play that again.
Hey, this chick you interviewed, Brandy Moses, the one who doesn't like me, the one who badmouthed me, she's a Playboy model.
Yeah, I remember Brandy.
Brandy Moses says she doesn't like me.
Why doesn't she like
Really? I don't remember this one.
This is the anti-Semitic comment.
Oh, that bitch. Okay.
Yeah, listen to this.
How would you solve the crisis in Iraq?
I've never played this before. You just did this recently.
Yeah, I think I did a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah,
something new. By the way, our audience is right. When you can't see these chicks, boy, they do sound horrible.
Oh, they're. I'll tell you, man, it's hard to interview them. I'll tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's skip that question next. Wait, what? Where's that?
Maybe this isn't the. Is this the anti-Semitic one, Baba?
This is a laughing girl.
Oh, this is Laughing Girl.
I was going to say, I don't hear anything but laughter.
No, Brandy actually is cool. She's not anti-Semitic. She just laughs at everything she says.
Every single thing Gary said. We were saying, like, hot girls think their every thought is funny.
Yeah, watch. She just laughs at everything.
How would you solve the crisis in Iraq?
Yeah, let's skip that question next. Wait, what? Where's that?
If you could kill one celebrity, who would it be and why?
Really? I don't know. Why are you like tossing trick questions?
Where's the strangest place you ever pleasured yourself?
I don't know. Do I want to answer this? Everyone's like looking. You guys are making me nervous.
Do you trust the Jews?
You're going to get me in trouble.
Describe Howard Stern in one word.
Ugh.
Oh, yeah, she doesn't.
Is that a word? Ugh.
You don't like Howard?
I mean, like attractiveness, or... I mean, I think he's funny. Yeah.
You don't think he's attractive?
Not so much.
Why?
Bitch.
I don't know.
There has to be a reason you don't think so.
It's not really my style. I don't know.
Suddenly she got very serious.
Yeah, all of a sudden the laughter stopped.
Fuck her.
Imagine Howard Stern, the laughter leaves.
I'm the most handsomest man on the planet.
Yeah, I look a lot like you, too.
Yeah, you're handsome, too.
Sure. Thanks.
Do I really look like you?
Fuck you.
Robin, I don't look at that.
No, you don't. You two are not twins.
Thank God.
Yeah, my nose is bigger than yours.
Oh, you can get that fixed.
You know what? Dr. Peter Chesky wants to do a nose job on me. Should I do it?
Absolutely.
You think so?
Maybe you wouldn't have to fuck so many porn stars. Here's Vanessa Lane with Gary Garver.
She's the anti-Semitic.
Was she? Did she say some nasty?
Oh, yeah. She hates the Jews.
Let me hear that.
Wow.
What's your name?
I'm Vanessa Lane.
Vanessa Lane. And how long you been doing?
And she's a playmate or a porn star?
She's a porn star.
Okay.
Porn.
I've been in for 3 years now.
3 years?
Yeah.
What would you be doing if you weren't in a porn star?
Well, I have no idea. Maybe probably stripping, going to school. I don't know.
What's the perfect penis size?
Nice and big.
How big?
9-10 inches.
Oh, yeah.
10 inches?
Yeah, that's what I like.
Who's a bigger racist, Don Imus or Mel Gibson?
Mel Gibson. Yeah.
Do you trust the Jews?
No.
Don't?
They're cheap. Right, is that stereotypical?
How much is there an ethnic group you won't have sex with?
No.
Even a Jew?
Well, maybe not a Jew.
Would you mind if a black family moved next to you?
No, not at all. As long as they're not ghetto.
Have you ever given oral to a girl on her period?
Yes, just like 2 nights ago.
You did?
Yeah, I didn't mind. She was super hot, so it was worth it. Every second of it.
Who was it?
And I can't say her name because everybody knows her. She's a porn star.
You don't mind doing
I
that?
didn't know that she was on her period, and then like it just kind of happened, and I was just like, well, whatever. I'm down here anyways.
So the blood started flowing while you were doing her?
Not a lot. Not like it wasn't like mouthfuls of blood, but there was a little bit. It was enough to make it a little gross.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Boy, she's not into the Jews at all, man. She wouldn't even, like, fuck a Jew.
But you know what? She said that Mel Gibson was the biggest racist. I don't understand her at all.
Well, I mean, she's eating chicks out on their period. So what do you want? I mean, you know, these chicks are whacked, man.
Boy, that brandy leveled me, huh, boy? Not good looking.
Ah, fuck her.
I mean,
You
who wants to
still
hear
back
that?
on that?
Yeah, I mean, what am I, losing my mojo? I mean, years ago, girls would be afraid to say that about me. Even though it's true, at least they would keep their fucking mouth shut. Oh, Howard's really cute.
Yeah, well, you know, she's a
bullshit.
Don't worry about it. You got Beth, dude. Come on.
I still want to keep my rep.
Not every chick's going to dig you.
Oh, yes, they are.
Oh, okay, whatever.
Anyway, Gary Garver's a good dude. He's been with us for years, and I like when you stop by. It's good to see you, pal. Check out Gary Garver at GaryGarver.com. He has a MySpace thing going, but I ain't saying it.
Oh, come on. No, don't say it. You don't have to. Just go to GaryGarver.com. Check out my internet TV show. It really is cool. I mean, Sam Simon thought it was great. He really, that was really a good compliment that he gave me.
Well, if Sam Simon thinks it's great, then it's got to be great.
Yeah.
That's right.
It is. It's cool.
Steve Langford and John Hine have updates. Steve, why don't you come on in and tell us what's going on in the Howard 100 newsroom? Steve?
Just some of the stories we're working on in the Howard 100 newsroom. Our continuing investigation into what the real deal is with American Idol. And Howard 100 News now reporting the expected departure of contestant Blake Lewis this week. A done deal according to 2 sources inside American Idol. This even before Idol fans have had a chance to vote. If our sources are correct, and one of them was right on the money last week when Howard 100 News revealed Lakeisha Jones was a goner before Americans even voted, it adds fuel to the firestorm of suspicions that American Idol may be fixed. It is, of course, possible that American Idol could switch horses at the last minute this week, so we'll see tomorrow night. But again, 2 sources telling Howard 100 News it's already been decided. Finalist Blake Lewis is, quote, being voted off.
So it'll be the 2 girls in the final.
And by the way, one of our sources describing the vibe at American Idol these days, contestant Jordan Sparks being treated like the big star on the set, we are told. Fox Television apparently running for cover, not responding to questions from Howard 100 News.
They refuse to answer.
Another person who won't call you back.
Yep, it's almost everyone now.
Perhaps they're afraid to talk.
Steve, I'm not ugly. I'm the handsomest guy ever, right?
You're a good-looking guy.
Yeah, exactly. That's good.
Who's better looking, me or Howard?
Me. Steve, you...
that's a tough
Steve, you shouldn't have to... What?
What, are you having problems with that?
Steve, are you nuts? Who's better looking?
Howard is.
Of course.
Yeah, he's paying your check.
Goddamn right I am.
Look it. Come on, Howard.
No, I look better than you. Honestly, I do. From the side, anyway.
Oh, hey, by the way, my show is free.
What does that mean?
Today, but it's actually a pay-per-view site. I'm charging $5 a month to go on GaryGarver.com.
Who's going to pay that?
No one.
Have you gotten one subscriber yet?
I just broke it out today. They just
$5.
I swear to God, they just look at Rob. Hey.
Isn't it embarrassing if no one subscribed?
Well, that's when I moved to Reno, and I say adios.
Let's say 50 people subscribe.
That's $250.
That's more than you had before.
Hey, you're rolling in the dough.
It's actually $4.95 a month, not $5.
Is it really?
Yeah.
They were afraid to. Pricing sometimes is a psychological thing. They were afraid to charge.
Yes, I consulted my Jewish friends, and they said,
Are these guys expecting that there's going to be like a big money-making operation here at GaryGarver.com?
I mean, who knows? I mean, that's why I'm here. I mean, to promote this. And
they're thinking they're probably sitting there going, well, with all Stern's listeners, 100,000 people have subscribed.
Right.
And then with that, we'll have like 500,000 a month. And we can definitely...
all our costs will come back to us, and the rest is just profit.
I'm open for a couple hundred.
But imagine Gary's dismay when they go, at the end of the month, there's no one subscribing. 0 people. Expecting like 100,000 people.
Just thinking Gary is finally in the record book.
And there'll be a TV.
He has no subscribers.
And there'll be a different show every day, or how often do we get a different show?
Once a week. I'm shooting.
It's a weekly show.
It's a weekly show.
So for the $5 we can watch that one show over and over again until you come out with a new one.
And I have a lot of video clips on there because I've been shooting a lot of stuff. Besides doing your stuff, I've been doing a lot of freelancing and shooting video of Hollywood and different things. I mean,
I could see Hollywood.
Well, I went and shot like Superman's museum, things like that.
Meanwhile, someone said to me they went on Gary's website already. That, the messages are coming in. Gary has a message board on his website. There's only one posting, and it's from Gary.
That's bullshit.
And it says, "Is anyone there?"
I don't even have a post on it. That's not for me.
Well, that's what it says.
It's $4.95 a month. You get a show once a week, and
the Superman Museum.
And a bunch. I have like 40 clips. I have a bunch of stuff.
Why don't you do an episode where you meet all the subscribers to GaryGarver.com?
All there won't be.
A subscriber party.
Yeah.
Howard, check out the show, please.
We're going to definitely check it out.
Check out the show. You'll dig it. It's really fun. I mean, it is. It's cool.
Pay?
Well,
no, it's free today.
It's free for you guys. I'll give you your personal subscription.
Yeah, we don't want to ruin that 0 subscriber number.
Yeah, because I don't want to keep you out of the record book.
Can you do a thing on your website where it charts how many subscribers there are? Like if you start with a 0 and then as it goes up?
Yeah, there's a counter.
Subscribers.
There's 3. Me, my mom, and my aunt. Thank you. No, seriously.
Is it really a show if no one watches it?
0.0.
Hey, if there's no subscribers and nobody wants to get it, then I move on.
All right, we hope it'll work.
Come on, man.
You're a funny guy.
Don't you want me to stay with the show?
Yep, I sure do.
Okay, then help me out.
All right, Steve, anything else?
Also today,
0.0.
Wait, Rusty is a subscriber to the site. Yeah, Rusty, hi.
See, you have one.
Go ahead,
Hey, big fan of Gary Garver. I want my $5 back.
You want your money back?
Fuck you, Richard.
I was on there expecting to see naked pictures of Gary Garver.
At least I ain't licking nobody's ball sack.
Come on, get naked, you fuck.
Yes.
Whatever.
Go ahead.
Also today, Artie Lang, AWOL, but on location in Queens today, taping another episode of Rescue Me for FX. Howard 100 Shuley on the set with Artie. Shuley will have complete coverage all day long.
Good.
Tonight, 7 Eastern on Howard 101, Jackie's Joke Hunt. And at midnight, The Riley Martin Show. If you see Stern News or have a tip about American Idol, we want to know about it. Call the Howard 100 News tip line at 877-33-SIRIUS, choose Channel 100, or email us at howard100news@sirius-radio.com.
Andy Dick roast tomorrow. Big show tomorrow. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be wild. Thanks, Steve. Let's go over to John Hine. John Hine hosts a wrap-up show every day at 11 o'clock, or as close as we can get to it. Johnny boy.
John Hine is a dude who's really normal and straight. In fact, he is such a prude. He won't even masturbate. Yeah, he might get excited. Yeah, he might pop a bone, but he won't stroke it. He won't choke it. He'll just leave it alone. Even if his penis gets as hard as a rock, John Hine will ignore it and keep his hands off his cock.
All right, John, what do you got for us?
Well, as you were talking about before, Howard, Artie got the all clear to go shoot Rescue Me today, but you were wondering why Artie thinks that TV is the better gig here in New York.
If you're going to compare Rescue Me to doing this, I don't know.
Well, we're going to talk about today's show without Artie, how everybody feels when he's out, and what he can expect to hear tomorrow after his day out on location today.
Right.
Plus, Jimmy from Maxim revealed that Lindsay Lohan is #1 in their annual Hot 100 list. We'll discuss everybody's...
I get that. I understand what he means. Like, you know, she's in the news, and she's all, you know, messed up and in rehab and out of rehab, and she's hot. You agree with that?
Well,
I mean...
I don't agree with it, but I could justify it.
Right, okay. Yeah, me too.
Well, we're going to talk about everybody's reaction to the list, whether a girl's career should affect her standing on a list like that, and take calls on who was missing from the top 10 and who did not deserve to be on there.
Who would be your #1, Howard, at this point in time?
The
Who's
#1 woman in the world?
Your go-to girl, yeah.
Besides Beth?
Well, yeah, we're talking about fantasy here.
I'm going to say the chick who was just on The Sopranos this week.
Already, she's at the top of your list.
I can't stop thinking about her. So the girl who was making it with James Gandolfini, Tony Soprano, who, by the way, should just change his name to Tony Soprano already.
I love that show. I missed it this week.
It's really good. Why would they, like, he's going to be Tony Soprano the rest of his life, and he should just be Tony Soprano.
Well, there's a possibility, somebody's saying, that there may be a movie of The Sopranos.
And he should legally change his name.
Because that's the only way he's going to have a movie career.
Right.
Is to be Tony Soprano in
And
a
there
movie.
ain't no shame in that. Just be in mob movies. And, no, that chick was really hot. I don't even know her name.
She was a surprise. I mean, I even noticed. I said, wow, that's a beautiful girl.
Yeah.
Howard, she's on, I got to get your name now.
If I was James Gandolfini, I'd actually start a mob family. Like, for real.
Oh, no, he'd get whacked.
Do a reality show. Yeah.
Her name's Sarah Shahai, S-H-A-H-I, Shahai, and she's on the L Word. She plays Shane's girlfriend, who Beth loves, Shane's girlfriend.
Oh, really? I didn't know where she was from.
I'll bone both of them. I'll bone Beth, Shane Shahai, and the other one, too, another lesbo. Thank you. Go ahead.
Also, Dee Snider came in with the long blonde hair.
Yep, he's back.
So Howard knew Twisted Sister was back.
No.
We'll go over Dee's interview, the potential of the 80s hairband festival Rocklahoma, and why the last person you want to run into on the street in a bad mood would be Dee.
Absolutely.
And one last thing, we're going to take calls to see what everybody's favorite interview is, done by future.com millionaire Gary Garver.
Maybe he'll sell his website to TV Guide if
There
he's
you
lucky.
go.
All right, thanks, Johnny.
You got it.
John Hine, everybody, to wrap up show. Blah, 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 blah. Freddie, should I go right to the news?
We should go to a break and then the news.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. To a break and then the news. Yeah. All right, hey, Gary, thanks, man. And go to GaryGarver.com.
Good to see you, Gary.
Hey, nice seeing you guys. Thanks a lot.
Got a whole new $5 you can be watching Gary every week on TV.
Where do I sign up?
Yeah, we'll be back right after these words. Hey now, hey now. Hey now, I said, hey now. Yes.
Hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now,
hey now,
hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now.
I'm just reading this press release from ABC Television. Mm-hmm. Tuesdays at 8 o'clock on ABC, they have a new show coming out called Cavemen.
Yeah, I thought that hadn't been picked up.
It's based on the popular Geico insurance commercials. You know, I got to tell you something. Thanks to TiVo, I don't have to watch a lot of commercials anymore, but I might think that the Geico commercial with the cavemen is the most annoying, unfunny fucking thing on the planet.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that somebody thought that would make a good TV show.
3 modern cavemen as they struggle to find their place in the world. Like, I don't even understand the joke. I mean, okay, I know it's modern times, and I guess it's based on if cavemen had
They hadn't
survived.
been, wiped out.
I have no idea, but, man, maybe I'm nuts. People say they like the Geico caveman commercial.
I don't know that anybody likes it but advertising people. When I first heard that somebody had picked it up and they were going to make a pilot, I thought, well, that's ridiculous. And then the best part is the guy who's the caveman, he's not in the show.
Yeah, the guy who actually is the caveman for Geico, he didn't pass the audition.
No, he had some other job that was coming up that conflicted with him being in this pilot, so he didn't make the show.
That guy's got another job? Who knew? Wow.
But I heard that the pilot was awful. That's the rumor.
Well, it'll get better as a TV show, I'm sure, once they have a lot of practice making it. Robin, I'm going to go right over to you for news. It's already 10:20, so it's time to get to you. Video out of this with you in it, and suddenly you start disrobing, you're in a skimpy outfit.
Oh, yeah, that's going to happen.
You're reading the news and you spread your legs.
I don't think it's going to be live action if you get that done, no.
You could be in it with that caveman from Geico.
He's free.
Well, no, he has another job. He works at Wendy's. That's why he couldn't do the TV show.
There you go. But really, I heard that it was just dismal. The NBC fall schedule was announced yesterday. 8 p.m. on Mondays, Deal or No Deal. 9 p.m., Heroes. And then at 10 p.m., they're going to do something called Journeyman. Some guy's going to play a father who finds himself traveling back in the past to help other people.
I don't want to watch that.
I know.
That sounds boring.
Sounds terrible. Tuesday's Biggest Loser. That's your favorite.
I love that show.
That's back at 8 o'clock. 9 o'clock, thing called Chuck. From the mind of the OC's Josh Schwartz comes this new show about a geek who is transformed into the government's most powerful weapon. And then Law and Order SVU.
Sounds sort of dumb, but...
I know. They've been trying this where, ordinary guy becomes superhero. It hasn't worked out real well, except in the case of Heroes, where you have a whole group of superheroes. Wednesday, 8 o'clock. Deal or No Deal, once again, 9 p.m., The Bionic Woman. Deal or No Deal, already at 100 episodes, so I guess it's all set for syndication at some future time.
What a great gig for Howie Mandel. Boy, I'm jealous of that.
Yeah.
I'd love to do a game show.
And it hasn't worn out. They have it on a couple of nights a week, and people are still loving it, I guess. 9 p.m., The Return of the Bionic Woman. They have a newcomer, Michelle Ryan, who will play Jamie Summers.
No one wants to see a Bionic Woman. You want to see the Bionic Man. When a woman is a superhero, it's a tricky thing for guys. Guys mostly support the superhero genre. And it's like we want to pretend we're the superhero, and when it's a chick, it's a major fucking block up in our heads.
You don't want your chick to be able to kick your ass.
Yeah, it's bad enough getting your ass kicked. I mean...
Or if you come into a situation, she saves you.
I can't describe why that is. It's just the way... I'm not trying to be sexist, but it's just the way it is. Yeah. John Hine, everyone.
One thing about the Bionic Woman, the Battlestar Galactica guys are involved in the Bionic Woman.
Well, maybe that'll be good, because Battlestar Galactica is the best show on television.
Yeah, they know what they're doing with that, at least.
I saw a little bit of it. It doesn't look bad. It really doesn't.
Yeah. Heroes, though, is becoming really good.
Yeah.
Lost got a little bit better, too. Have you perceived that, John?
Yeah. I think Lost was not good in the fall, and when it, it kicked in. It got a little bit better as it's been going.
Yeah, I never gave up on it. I said I was, but it was on my TiVo, so I kept watching it, and then I started to enjoy it again as it got toward the end here.
It's a little better now.
Yeah.
I just feel like I put so much time into that show that I want to see what's going to happen.
So do they. They can't figure it out.
And every time they sort of answer a question, I'm like, oh, maybe this is it. Maybe they've got it all figured out.
Yeah, I didn't see Heroes last night. I got it on tape. Is it good?
It's good.
Yeah, I can't wait. George Takei, major part.
George is excellent last night. He's got a big shot, and it's rolling. Next week is the actual finale. But a lot of stuff happens. It's worth watching.
Cool. Can't wait.
All right, Thursdays on ABC. They're not changing a thing. My Name is Earl, 30 Rock, The Office, Scrubs, and ER for the fall.
My Name is Earl. Have you ever watched that?
Yeah, I love that show.
Really? I watched it once. I didn't like it.
I love that show.
They moved 30 Rock from 9:30 to 8:30
Yeah.
to try and give it a bigger audience, and The Office is at 9 now.
Yeah, but it's still the same shows were always on Thursday. That's what I meant. And on Friday, 1 versus 100, another friend of the show, Bob Saget, his show. He'll be back on Friday nights.
Okay.
They're having something at 8:30 called the Singing Bee, which is, I guess they sing a certain portion, and then you have to supply the word that goes in there.
It's a karaoke reality show.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
sounds great. And then 9 p.m. Las Vegas and 10 o'clock Friday Night Lights.
Okay.
They're getting rid of...
I know Beth was super happy that they brought back Friday Night Lights despite the low ratings.
Yeah, it's critically acclaimed. I've never seen an episode.
A lot of people love that show, but there's a reason it's on Friday night at 10 o'clock.
Because it's no good.
Nobody's watching it.
Right.
But I have to ask you, apparently Law and Order Criminal Intent is not coming back.
It's going to be on USA.
Oh, really?
Actually, yeah.
New program?
Yeah, an NBC-owned network.
Is that the one Belzer's on?
No. He's on the regular, or is he on SVU?
Yeah.
So Belzer's still that character?
Yeah, he's Munch.
Oh, he must have made a ton of dough with that whole thing.
And Law and Order came back, but they told them they got to cut the budget, so they're totally changing the cast, and that's going to be on Saturday nights.
Oh, really?
And SVU is still on Tuesday nights at 10.
So Belzer's still working?
As far as I know.
Yeah.
He manages to keep a job ever since he got into television.
Yeah.
He keeps that character going. I wonder what show it'll jump into next.
The Bells. I got to get together with him. He always invites me out. And
Is that right?
Yeah, he's a good dude. We just never get together for some reason, but he lives down by me. Yeah, I live in France with him.
You have a castle right next door?
I think that's one of the longest running characters ever on television.
Yeah.
To go through all those series.
He's going to be a trivia question.
That's pretty cool.
Meanwhile, have you heard about this story of a British family that was vacationing in Portugal and their 4-year-old daughter disappeared from the room? And the whole time I'm listening to the story, they are in a resort. The parents go down to dinner. They have 3 kids, and one of them disappears. And I was like, how does this happen? They left the kids in the room alone.
Right.
And so I guess somebody, either the child walked out of the room and, got lost or snatched or something happened to her, or somebody came into the room and took just one of the kids. So there are a lot of people...
You 2 kids are ugly. I'll take this one here.
I'm taking the cute one.
The cute one.
Is that a Portugal accent you were just using?
Yes.
Well, a lot of famous people are anteing up to help raise reward money for information about this little girl. J.K. Rowling, the author of the Potter books, Harry Potter, just gave a huge donation and said that she would prefer that it be kept secret, but they said it was probably in the range of about $400,000, almost $500,000 that she contributed to the fund. And Simon Cowell of American Idol offered $99,000. And I'm just wondering about the sums. Why do you give $99,000?
Because $100,000 is a lot of money. $99,000.
Sounds a lot less?
Yeah.
Oh, dear. Well, anyway,
they just want to draw any attention.
Their contributions and those of others have made the reward now about $3 million for information leading to her whereabouts. Lots of people making public appeals, including David Beckham, who went on the air and said to please, if anyone knows anything about the girl's whereabouts, to talk to the authorities. they were it was causing a diplomatic problem. You know, the British were saying that the Portuguese didn't have the proper infrastructure to mount this kind of investigation. It was getting crazy between the two countries as a result of this missing girl, and yet she has still not been found.
Can't Sylvia Brown find her, that psychic chick? You know,
you'd think that every psychic would come forward at a moment like this.
Where are they?
And say, let me offer you my services, and then just go find the girl.
No, you see, it doesn't work that way, especially in high-profile cases. A lot of times we don't get a message. It's usually we find some family that's, you know, pretty gullible, and no one can really check up on whether or not we succeeded.
Now, let me ask you something. Every once in a while...
See, if Sylvia Brown was smart, she'd kidnap that kid.
And then say, I know where she is.
Yeah, I know exactly where she is. I believe she's in my bedroom.
But let me ask you something. There's a TV show on called Psychic Detective, and every once in a while I'll watch a few minutes of it, and these police officers swear that these psychics are giving them information that helps them to solve crime. What do you think is happening there?
What do I think is happening? I think they come in and they go, yeah, I think the kid's in the woods, and every 10th, you know, it seems to me that pedophiles love the woods.
They always stash
Maybe
them
because they were all Boy Scouts or something. But they always go, well, the woods or, you know, but down by a creek.
Right. There's always water involved.
And the odds are that, yeah, there's going to be some water involved. Because water is 98% of the planet or some bullshit like that. Of course there's water involved.
Hey, Howard.
If I said there's water involved in every crime, you'd say, yeah, you're right.
You'd be right sometime.
Water.
I hate to interrupt. If you want, on Gary Preview page 2 in the upper left-hand corner, we have an interview with Artie Lang just a few minutes ago.
Oh.
Howard 100 News interviewed about how his day's going.
I want to go home. Exclusive? I love Artie, but, you know.
Is it something worth listening to?
Do I need to hear this right now?
I think it's funny considering what you're talking about.
A missing child?
Yeah, how does that work?
No, because about Artie not being here.
I'm not talking about Artie not being here.
You have to. We wouldn't be done.
Hello, Mr. Artie Lang? Yes, Mr. Lang. Which do you like better, being on the TV set or the Howard Stern show?
Well, right now I'm in an air-conditioned trailer, and they're about to bring me my third helping of waffles with ice cream. Everyone's calling me Mr. Lang, and no one's called me fat. They haven't weighed me. No one has questioned whether or not I'm high whenever I nod off. No one does an impression of my grandmother through a megaphone, and there's no two guys who work on the show that are blowing each other. Yes, you'll see all 300 pounds of me tomorrow. I promise to be fatter than ever, and I promise to be nodding off on heroin during the roast.
That's why you got to love them.
Wow.
Excellent. Yeah, the big roast tomorrow. I can't wait. And some of the people who will be here, Bob Levy, of course, Greg Fitzsimmons, Shuli Benji, David Tell's going to come in and roast Andy Dick, Sal the Stockbroker, Artie, Colin Quinn, Yucko the Clown, and Lisa Lampanelli, who Andy just says he does not want on the dais.
And Andy Dick will be here, too.
Yes, Andy will be here. We think. Whether or not he's here, we'll go on. We'll make fun of Andy Dick. Anything else in the news, Ron?
Donald Trump. I was going to talk about him. I didn't get a chance to congratulate him yesterday because he has become a grandfather. Did you see that his son, Donald Jr., had a little girl with his wife, and that little girl is just a few years, I guess maybe a year younger than her uncle, who was born to Donald and Melania.
If you think about it, the baby that was just born to Donald and Melania is his own aunt.
Whatever.
That's right.
What?
That's right. You figure it out. It's his own grandmother.
No, you're wrong.
There's something screwy there.
No.
Right. Barron is the uncle.
The uncle of Kaya, who was just born to...
And he's only a year older than Kaya.
That's right.
Right. So he's his own...
grandfather.
Well,
anyway, it was nice to see that Donald had, some... Do you think he's happy being a grandfather?
No, I don't.
Will
I think it's kind of depressing.
Grandpapa?
I think he's a guy who likes to have a youthful image, and, he's with the chicks and everything, and yeah, I think it's tough. It's a tough one.
Hey, well, you can't stop your kids from growing up.
I know, but if I was like a grandpa, That would freak me the fuck out.
But meanwhile, today they're saying that The Apprentice may be down for the count. It was not in the fall lineup for NBC. NBC has said that it's not over for sure yet. They could not find a place for it on their roster just yet. That would be right. They're going to look at what everybody else is doing, and then at the end of the day, they will make a decision as to whether there's a place for The Apprentice or not.
I bet you Donald Trump has his kid call him Donald.
Really?
The grandkid.
The grandkid can't call him Grandpapa?
No. Joan Rivers, the kid calls Joan, not Grandma.
No, she said there was some other name she has.
Yeah, like
with
Ima or Oompa.
I don't remember what it was. They're having a problem at nudist colonies, Howard. The problem is that the people who go...
The couches smell like ass.
No. The people who go are getting old. Yeah. They don't have young people at the nudist camp.
Because it's creepy. Imagine being the one young person at the nudist camp and all the old people are staring, foaming at the mouth.
The people who practice aren't getting any younger. They are now recruiting 20 and 30-somethings to nudist groups by...
Because we have to keep that going.
Giving them incentives, deep discounts on membership fees. A young ambassador program that encourages college and graduate students to talk to their peers about having fun in the buff. We don't want the place to turn into a gated assisted living facility. Can you imagine a nude assisted living facility? So they're trying to get younger people interested.
I wonder why young people don't want to be naked.
Well, they look at the old people who were there. They don't want to be naked with them, maybe.
I guess they realize how stupid it is. Like, I don't know. I feel so free when I can just, like, do regular chores nude.
Yeah, they look at them and they say, you know, there's no future in this nude stuff.
I used to love to, like, interview nudists. But they were like, I don't know. It's just so liberating to be able to, like, vacuum in the nude.
Oh, it's not sexual. You don't understand.
Yeah, you know what? Obviously, neither does anyone under 50.
Ricky Lake's name all of a sudden being floated as a possible replacement for Rosie O'Donnell on The View.
I think Roseanne would be better. She's all opinionated. Ricky Lake doesn't really have any opinions, does she?
I don't know. We've never heard her say anything but kick him to the curb. Speaking of Roseanne, I saw an old Rodney Dangerfield young comedian special over the weekend, and it included Sam Kinison, Jerry Seinfeld, Robert Townsend, and Roseanne Barr was in some skits with Rodney. And boy, does she look different.
Right.
It's amazing what she did, or what plastic surgery can do.
Right.
Which grizzled action hero has been consuming so much alcohol and cocaine it's affecting his work? He can't remember his lines, and then he loses his temper.
I hate blind items. Who would that be? I don't even know.
Well, you know, the other day you just played that clip of Bruce Willis at the basketball game, and I thought maybe they're talking about him.
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know who they're talking about, but that was the one that came to mind because of the clip you played.
Could be cool if it was Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Well, he's the governor.
Oh.
He's not in any movies anymore. And which handsome 20-something primetime leading man went to his wedding with a bruised head, courtesy of the boyfriend of the woman he drunkenly hit on the night before his bachelor party? Or the night before at his bachelor
I wonder who
party.
that is.
I don't know, but do you think a guy sort of, you know, when Dee was talking here earlier, he says, you know, after years and years of practice, a man stops thinking of options.
Yeah.
So maybe this guy's just new to the game.
Right.
In New York, the top Democrat, Governor Elliot Spitzer, has thrown his support behind Senator Hillary Clinton for the next president of the United States. Here is the governor saying that he thinks Hillary will make an excellent president. 2-11.
2-11?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Governor Spitzer.
We endorse a candidacy of somebody who has proven herself time and time again. The candidacy of somebody who speaks to our hearts, to our vision. Somebody whom we dream of seeing in the White House as president because we know will bring great days once again.
Is she standing there when he's speaking? Or?
Yes. Here's Hillary saying that she has some top priorities if she's elected to office.
If the president does not end the war in Iraq before he leaves office,
when I'm president, I will, as soon as I take office.
Well, you're saying words that mean something to me there, honey. I'm in it.
So, you know, they sometimes say these campaigns are lasting way too long. There's still some Republicans who haven't even gotten into it yet. I see that Newt Gingrich has been out, you know, talking a lot. He's got a book. And now he's criticizing the rest of the Republicans in the field. He says the Republican presidential field is weak.
Wow.
So there you go. Newt really thinking of throwing his hat into the ring. I love this story. There was a tense confrontation over the weekend between a TV news crew from the Fox program The O'Reilly Factor and lawmakers in Vermont. The camera crew arrived early on Saturday morning and almost immediately started questioning Representative William Lippard as he was eating breakfast in the State House cafeteria at 2:13.
He ain't probably used to, like, people hassling him when he's eating breakfast.
Why aren't you protecting the children against child rapists? Instead, you're passing bills that protect transsexual rights.
You're disgusting. You people don't even begin to know what the truth is. Yesterday, we passed a strong bill against sexual predators. If you start with getting your facts straight for once, it would be a refreshing change.
So they were wrong. That's what I love. It was the O'Reilly people accusing them of caring more about transgendered rights than children. And it turns out they had already passed the law that they were claiming they had overlooked.
Well, O'Reilly's got a nifty new pen he's selling, the Factor pen.
Also in the news, we know that Paris Hilton is going to prison to do some time, or jail. I don't know what the difference is, but she's going to be locked up because of her breaking her probation.
Right.
Well, a friend of hers is also already behind bars. Joe Francis, the guy who does the Girl Gone Wild tapes.
Yeah.
He had a suit going against him with some girls who said they were pressured into disrobing for his video cameras when they were underage or something. And he was supposed to, the judge had thrown them all into a room and said, work out a settlement. And apparently, from what I hear, Joe was arrogant and refused to actually sit down and negotiate in good faith with these girls. And the judge found him in contempt of court and threw him in jail for a number of days. They said Joe has been crying. I mean, literally crying every day in jail. It's so horrible for him.
Damn, prison, it ain't good to cry.
Yeah, well, I guess they have him locked up in his own cell, but they say he's on a ward or something. I don't know what they call the sections of the prison either, but there's this, I think, a murderer. Guy who's maybe on death row, as a matter of fact. Yeah, who has been taunting him to the point that Joe breaks down into tears every day. They say he may be getting out soon, but it's been a rough go for him.
Well, serial killers can break your ass down.
They know. They're good at it. Also in the news, there is a documentary of the R&B star Left Eye Lopez, who was a member of TLC and died in a car accident in Costa Rica a few years ago. Well, the filming, she apparently went down there to do some sort of reality documentary about trying to get her life together. And they were actually rolling tape when she had that car accident that killed her.
Oh, so you got it on tape?
It's on tape, and it is a part of the new documentary that's coming out about her. They said in deference to the family, they didn't show everything they have, but you can hear a lot of the screams.
No. Yeah. That's like that guy who got eaten by the bear.
I know. They don't show you.
You got to show it. You can't do it half-assed. You got to show it.
Either show it or don't.
Right.
But don't tease us with a little bit of footage. There are some military men who have been missing for a couple of days. 3 GIs are missing over in Iraq, and Al-Qaeda is saying they have them. The military of the United States is still looking for these men. They're not taking the word of terrorists to say that they have them captured. They want to do everything they can to find the missing soldiers. Here's Major General William Caldwell, number 1.
Doesn't sound like things are getting under control there.
We are using every asset and resource available to the United States and our Iraqi allies in these efforts.
Everybody thought Iraq was going to be such a cakewalk. I mean, these fuckers are really sticking it up our ass.
But there's so many things wrong. Nothing works. People can't go to school. It's not a country. It's a mess.
Did you see 60 Minutes?
Yeah.
The kid who got his arms blown off?
Yeah.
Yeah, he must be thrilled that we dropped some bombs on Iraq. Ay. What a legacy we're leaving over there for absolutely no reason.
It
Complete waste of time.
Nothing works. No water, no electricity. Ugh.
They probably want Saddam Hussein back. Bring him back to life.
I saw, I think it was on CNN, there was a documentary about how this is dysentery season.
Oh.
Because they have no clean water. And now kids are dying of diarrhea. They have less clean water now than they had.
What a shitty way to go.
Under Saddam Hussein. So a lot of people are just losing their children.
Unbelievable. Anything else, Robin?
The president is getting behind a new energy policy. He says he wants mandatory fuel standards in 10 years, number 3.
This proposal would set a mandatory fuel standard that requires 35 billion gallons of renewable and other alternative fuels by 2017. That's nearly 5 times the current target. Second, the proposal would continue our efforts to increase fuel efficiency.
Meanwhile, some people have called for a gas boycott today. You're not supposed to go and buy gas. You're not supposed to fill up at the tanks today. But they said if you're still driving, you're only delaying buying gas. What you really should be doing if you're boycotting gas is not to use your car today.
Yeah, that'll happen. That'll be big.
American Idol getting down to the nitty-gritty, as they say. Here's John Avello of American Idol. Odds to tell us the latest odds. Number 4.
Here's the odds in order of the favorite to the longest shot. Melinda 7-5, followed very closely by Jordan at 8-5, and Blake 3-1, the longest shot.
So he has Blake going out tonight too.
Well, yeah, it's already the fix is in.
Finally, one thing I failed to mention about Paris Hilton. They say she's falling apart. She's becoming unglued because of this whole prospect of going to prison. She has another suit she's supposed to appear in court for, but she has now said because of the mental distress of facing jail time, she's not capable of defending herself against this current legal action, so they have suspended that for a little while. And finally, Lindsay Lohan. Maybe the whole world needs to do an intervention with her. She had a wild week of partying in New York that began at 4:30 a.m. at a club, and she was described as barely able to speak by one witness who said she tried to pay a bouncer to have her own corner of the dance floor, but he just laughed at her. And some other friends were talking about their fun little bathroom trip with Lindsay. So she's still having trouble, and I don't think it's going to get better.
That's why we love her.
Stop her. That's what's happening.
Thanks, Robin, and we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a lot of fun with that big Andy Dick roast. I am looking forward to it. It should be a lot of laughs. And so we'll see you for that tomorrow. And, again, go to dsnyder.com, try and raise some money for March of Dimes with the big Bikers for Babies ride.
Friday night, June 8th, King Norris at Daniel Street in Milford, Connecticut, 203-877-4446. And Saturday night, June 23rd, the Harley Rendezvous Classic 2007, Moriahville, New York, opening for Blackfoot. Go to kingnorris.com for more information. Don't miss Artie Lang at Heinz Hall in Pittsburgh, June 29th, and Beecher's Madhouse at the Hard Rock Hotel in Vegas, July 28th. Call Ticketmaster or go to artie-lang.com for info. See Reverend Bob Levy Friday, May 18th at the Comedy Cabaret, Doylestown, Pennsylvania. Call 215-345-JOKE. And Saturday, May 19th at the Coliseum Comedy Club, Landon, PA. Call 610-926-3733 or visit RevBobLevy.com. See the Reverend Bob, Jim Florentine, Sal, Shuley, Yucko, Beetlejuice, and Eric the Midget. Friday, June 1st at the historic Sweets Ballroom in Oakland, California. Go to CleanBoxEntertainment.com for tickets and see the same guys Saturday, June 2nd at Vivid, San Jose, California. Go to CleanBoxEntertainment.com for more info. Friday, June 8th, see Richard, Sal, Florentine, Yucko, Bob, and Beetlejuice at Republic Nightclub, Toronto, Canada. Call 416-598-1632 for tickets information. Saturday, June 16th, see the Killers of Comedy at the Starland Ballroom in Sayreville, New Jersey. Call 732-238-5500 for more information. To book Benji and his naked lesbian bachelor party strippers and to see their new, dirty, interactive website, go to dialadancer.com or call 1-800-414-7808.
Thinks I'm great. I would bet my life I could get her on